All right, let's get this started. MrTLexify stuff. It's happening. Still happening. Anyways, X came forward. Listen, I'm pretty convinced after he showed everything. When I first looked at all the information, I was like, oh, these are both very toxic individuals in a relationship together. After watching his stuff, I still believe that generally, but she seems significantly worse. And that's pretty much it. I don't really know why she's bothering to defend herself. I think the reality is it doesn't matter what she says because she does OF, and it's all about plugging that. I'm not trying to be that guy, but a lot of this seems like a pretty big nothing burger. It boils down to a not particularly good relationship that these two had. It doesn't really seem like it's that deep. I'm not trying to be rude. But you know what? It's still something to watch. So let's watch a 2-hour long of pure softies story of being groomed. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's go into this with an open mind and an open heart to God.
Hi, hello.
Hi. Hey, hi, hello.
My name is Reagan McNulty. I also go by Ren. I'm pure softy online.
Yeah, this is Ray Gun. Crazy name.
If you're here right now, you've probably seen the video that my abuser, groomer, and rapist made on me. MrTLexify.
Okay. I think that the rape allegation, from what I remember, was we were drunk one time and he had sex with me, and it's like, okay, that happens as a relationship, you know what I mean? Like, it does happen. I've been drunk before, and my wife and I have still done it, and guess what? We're okay. So, I don't know. We'd need a little bit more than that. I don't even think that she was, like, drunk to... I don't know. We'll see what she says.
Lex, Adrian, and I won Calista. This video is not going to be easy to make, and it hasn't been easy these past 2 weeks that I've spent gathering all my evidence to support my story. I have been...
Well, you need to have evidence if you're going to come forward with it like this, or else you should have went to the police. I know it's not perfect. The system isn't perfect, but, you know, so, this kind of stuff happens sometimes.
Been reliving a lot of trauma and memories from my past that I've tried to forget about through deep diving and manually reading old texts one by one. I have 8 years worth of evidence to go through.
All right. Well, I hope that it doesn't show us 8 years worth of a toxic relationship that, like, I've been there. If you look at I'm not easy to be with. If you look at my exes, there are messages together. I'm probably an asshole. So are they. You know what I mean? Toxic people tend to attract toxic people. So.
And it took me 2 weeks to do that. A lot of people right now are sending me a lot of mean messages because they think what Lex is saying about me is true. People think I'm a pedophile.
Well, she's not, but you did have a relationship with like a 17-year-old when you're 21, and people are sensitive to that, so I understand that. I mean, I personally don't necessarily care about that age gap, but I'm also, I'm a little older. Times are changing. The youngsters have a different opinion. That's fine. I'm not, it is what it is, but you're definitely not a pedophile. Pedophilia is for underage children, like prepubescent, rather. You know what I mean? I like to maintain appropriate definitions of things, personally.
A rapist, a groomer, and whatever else, because those are Lex's exact words. Lex has framed his video to paint me in a very bad light, and I have already taken the steps forward to take legal action against all the harassment, lying, invasion of privacy, and torment he has knowingly put me through, as well as I have reported this incident to the FBI Internet Crime Complaint Center for
Okay, I guess that's a step in the right direction. Well, we'll see what the information is, and if you have any, did they get in contact with you, or?
Cyber harassment, as my lawyer advised me to. Lex Adrian Iwan lied about me in many different ways in his video that has now amassed to close to 2 million views as I'm recording this. Whoa. I am here to set all of Lex's lies straight, and I am here to provide evidence that Lex Adrian...
I would have just stuck with the, the lawsuit, especially since you're not really a creator online, let's be real.
Adrian Iwan Calista groomed me, raped me, and abused me physically. As you guys can tell, I'm reading off a script right now because I have 31 pages of evidence and 31 pages of stuff to talk about. Lex made a lot of lies about me that are really absurd that I have to talk about. I can't just let him say this about me and let him try to get away with it when none of it is true. I'm gonna try to go in order of my timeline with Lex as well as Lex's video. In the first couple of minutes in Lex's video, he tries to frame Renzaru and anyone else who asks Lex for answers on if he groomed me as a minion of mine.
Well, you have to show me, like, grooming. Grooming, just to be clear, is a very deep methodical process of intentionally setting up, typically a child up for typically sexual exploitation. Could be an adult. You can groom adults. You can groom people for other things. But generally speaking, it's easier to groom kids, obviously, because they're dumb kids. That means that there needs to be behavior like generating a dependence onto you, withdrawing with some kind of intention, withdrawing dependence from your other structures, like your parental structure, trying to end those, the ability for you to reach out to those, different things like that. It's a lot to show. I just would need to see that. From what I understand, she liked him before. He knew who she was. There's a 3-year age gap. Don't think it's a particular issue. And she was a fan of him. And the thing is like, I'm not part of the crew that's like, you can't date your fans. It doesn't matter. You know, there's a difference between somebody liking you and wanting to date you because they're a fan of your content versus somebody liking you and wanting to date you because you're a fan of their content and you leveraging your power as a content creator to try to take advantage of them, right? That's just the way it works. You know, you're allowed to be a popular person. All right, because if we are going to say like, no, you can't date your fans, then like almost every single celebrity that exists is a predator, right? We know that's silly. We know that there are groupies that follow around like rock bands and they want to sleep with them. We know all these different things, and so I don't care about that. The age gap seems to be perfectly fine. 3 years doesn't seem to be particularly a big issue. If you find it to be an issue, that's fine. I don't think it's like this is the worst horrible thing in the world though. So yeah. You're going to have to show us a lot for grooming, you know, if you want to, and I don't know if she can, and if she does, maybe she does, but she probably can't. I could be wrong though. I'm open to it. The problem is though that like what grooming is online is just like, it's a mockery of what the actual thing is. Like people don't know what words are. Everything is very intense. People use words that describe their feelings rather than describe the reality of the situation. And that's a particular problem.
This is untrue. And I did not know any of these people before the situation came to light. This is Lex's way of trying to frame me for other people. He does this a lot in his video. This is around the time when Lex started texting my mom as well, and he started harassing her, telling her that people were harassing Lex, calling him a pedophile and groomer for what he did to Alex.
Who's Alex? Is Alex like the fan that he talked to, like the 13-year-old fan that he was just like just whinging about his relationship to? I find that inappropriate, but there was nothing that even suggested that he was trying to like sexually exploit that person. Is that who Alex is? Big fans is gross. I don't have to talk to you. You're a weird person. If you think it's gross, I just don't think you're a human being. You have to be like 15 years old if you think it's gross. Like I don't know, where's this energy for every single celebrity that exists? How come you're sitting here engaging with drama YouTube instead of engaging with every celebrity, everybody who does music, every groupie situation? Like I mean, what do you like? You know what I mean? Like what world? Like it's such an immature take to say it's gross. Hello, this is the last time I will message you. Your daughter is calling up a brigade of people to try and defame me by spreading misinformation about me online, and I would much appreciate it if you could tell her to stop. I am done with this relationship and moving on. Please tell her this is not harassment. Lex, you and your friend are talking bad about her too. It's not just your mom can't even use the proper format too. It's different for them. You're trolling. It's not just her. You too. Remember 2 months ago, some company posted a picture of her and you and your friends started talking bad about her. Please, you stop. Otherwise, was your mom like illiterate? Like, what the fuck is happening? Have a great day. I told them to stop and I was not aware of them talking badly about her again. They will never interrupt your daughter's activities ever again. If there are further problems, please message me here. I am not trying to cause a conflict. I'm trying to move on. We are to move forward. Let's find advice from the mom. Hello again. I'm getting more and more accounts on Twitter telling me that I'm a pedophile and groomer and that they know that what I did message Alex. Please relay this to Reagan. Tell her to stop. This person, Alex, has messaged me when I had made my Twitter DMs open and I had no intention ever with messaging a minor. Your daughter is making me super slide and making me feel like I'm drowning. I built my career over 10 years. Just want nothing but the best for your daughter. This is all I've ever wanted. Things did not work out, but she doesn't have to do this to me. Please tell her to stop and tell her that she is spreading misinformation to other people. I feel like I'm going to die every day with the pain of your daughter causing me. Why is she doing this? Can you please ask? I just want peace between. Okay, so none of this is harassment. Cool. It's, I guess, annoying. I don't care.
Alex is a 13-year-old girl that he confirmed he's talked to about relationship stuff with. Lex tries to frame it as a—
Just to be clear, well, he didn't. So from what we saw, maybe you have something different. The relationship stuff was crying about your relationship with him. Very inappropriate. Shouldn't be having that conversation with a young person. Isn't sexual exploitation. Now, it's totally possible that somebody could use it as a tactic to try to get closer to somebody. Absolutely. Right? Oh, let's talk about a relationship. Oh, this is a mature relationship, blah, blah, blah. Try to find an opening. That's possible, but you have to show that, right? Because what it seems like the most, commonsensical thing is that he is just like a fucking annoying crybaby talking to his fans about his relationship instead of like an actual person that he has friends with because he has no like real friends or something. Like that's really what it reads as more than anything else. So
as if he had no ill intentions with her, but Alex clearly feels a different way, and she was the one who went through it. Alex has came forward herself and stated her own opinions on Lex and how she felt with him.
I saw it. There was nothing. Well, I mean, she made like a weird claim, but with a completely unsubstantiated claim that they like talked on Skype and like it got weird or something. But I need more than that. I remember seeing that. I was like, there needs to be more. Yeah, the one thing where he said he wanted to a friend in Ireland he can come visit. I need her to show me something like that, because my understanding is like you should have that in your DMs. Then I need to see. I would need to see more of that. That's the only thing. It's questionable, but I need more than just, hey, he said this, but I need proof of that. I don't know.
When I was 17 years old and I was dating Lex while he was 20 years old, I found out about Alex and I immediately knew that he was going to try to do to Alex what he had been doing to me since I was 15 years old.
What did he do to you?
He was going to try and entice another fangirl with his status and power dynamic rather than help.
Explain how that works. You can't just use words, okay? There are power dynamics between children and their mothers and fathers. There's power dynamics between men and women, right? I could beat the fuck out of my wife if I wanted to. Of course I wouldn't. But seriously, there are power dynamics everywhere. The existence of one doesn't mean the abuse of it. Enticing, you have to show us so much more. You can't just use, and you have to use more than that.
Help her and realize that we were both victims at that point. I made Lex block her on every platform that he talked to her on. I told him that our relationship was going to be over if he didn't, because that's truly how I felt. Lex blocking her made her very sad, which is understandable because
oh my God, you saved her from being groomed.
Most definitely grooming her on the side of grooming me. Lex made her.
So he was grooming her and you stayed with him? I don't understand. What?
Feel special and promise her things only to block her on a whim without any explanation.
Yeah, you have to show us that. You need to, that's a lot. She doesn't even claim that. She doesn't even claim that he made her feel special. You have to show us that. What the fuck are you talking about?
The 13-year-old fangirl eventually deactivated her Instagram account, which is how I ended up with her old Instagram username, Lex My Babe. I don't know
why did you take her username? What?
how anyone can justify Lex being 20 years old talking to a 13-year-old fangirl, especially knowing he had a history of talking to a 15-year-old fangirl. I was too blinded at
Right, when he was 18, just to be clear. So that age is generally more appropriate. So, just to be clear. Again, there's really no proof that he was trying to sex that girl. It seems like, again, he's a loser that was like messaging of anybody because he was having a sad time in his relationship but doesn't have actual friends.
At the time to realize how wrong it was of Lex to be texting other children behind my back, but because we were together physically, I thought maybe he had chosen me, and I thought that maybe I was the one he wanted. Not only has Alex came forward and stated that Lex was texting her inappropriately, but also me. That means 2 victims have now come forward against Lex Adrian.
The only thing that she had said was that he mentioned seeing her wanting a friend in Ireland to visit. I don't think she said anything about like explicit inappropriate conversation. What are you talking about?
I wanted that Lex was texting her inappropriately, but also me. That means 2 victims have now come forward against Lex Adrian.
It is inappropriate, but you're trying to insinuate the inappropriateness was him trying to have sex with her. It does not seem to be the case.
And I want Calista. My story starts with Lex grooming me at the age of 15. Lex was 18 years old at this point.
Yep, and I'm 34, and I'm not one of the crybaby kids on the internet that's going to pretend everything is grooming. After they tried to cancel Call Me Carson from talking to a 17-year-old that's 19, we're over this now. I don't really have any respect for those. I don't care. It's not. You'd have to show more than that. I just need to see how, because that age gap is not inappropriate to me. I think it's fine. It's really not that big of a deal. 3 years?
Our relationship was never normal, and there was always an obvious power dynamic from the start. I started off as a fan of Lex's, and Lex would use his power to manipulate me into being silent about what was happening behind closed doors. We formed an online relationship before.
What was happening behind what?
Before we met in person with the intentions of dating in 2017. We formed an online relationship in 2016, proceeded to know each other for a year, and then met each other in 2017. Here are screenshots with the
Hold on, just let me. Sorry.
dates. We formed an online relationship, and Lex would use his power to. And there was always an obvious power dynamic from the start. I started off as a fan of Lex's, and Lex would use his power to manipulate me into being silent about what was happening behind closed doors. We formed an online relationship before we met in person with the intentions of dating in 2017. We formed an online relationship in 2016, proceeded to know each other for a year, and then met each other in 2017.
Yeah, so how come your mom let you get groomed? I'm just wondering, because if your arguments say you were groomed, why'd your mom let it happen? And I don't mean to be rude. That might sound like victim blaming, but there probably is no victim here. Why would your parents, that obviously know Lex, they had a conversation, you just showed it, why would they let you be groomed if they thought it was grooming? How come the legitimate adults in the relationship that seem to know about your relationship didn't stop it? How come they let it happen? It's a good question to ask, because if your argument is that Lex groomed you, then part of it being because of the age, I'm assuming, is your signaling, then why did your parents let you engage in this relationship and let you be predatorized? Why are your parents so irresponsible? What do they have to say about this? Are they ashamed of themselves?
Here are screenshots with the dates confirming that Lex first talked to me when I was 15 years old and he was 18.
I don't give a shit. It doesn't matter.
He was telling me how much he appreciated my female presence in his life because he never really had one when he was younger.
Yay.
And the caption of the Instagram post is me saying, I'm so happy that we made it past a year of knowing each other. By definition, grooming is a manipulative behavior where someone builds a relationship with a vulnerable child to abuse and manipulate them. Some warning.
Okay, so the they have to have a manipulative intentions, just to be clear.
Signs a manipulative behavior where someone builds a relationship with a vulnerable child.
Oh, maybe he groomed the family too. He's very manipulative.
To abuse and manipulate them. Some warning signs that someone may be grooming you include excessive talk or knowledge about sexual topics, spending more time online, keeping secrets, and drinking or drug abuse. Other signs.
Sorry, let me see what
knowledge about sexual topics, spending more time online, keeping
secrets. What secret are we talking about? Ah, yes, blurry screenshots. And yes, I don't know what dude, I can't read this. Is this your evidence for keeping secrets?
Secrets and drinking or drug abuse. Other signs of being groomed include being purchased gifts by the groomer. These are all tactics.
These could be tactics, but also these could just be things happening. Oh, when we drank and we drank together. That's like I'm groomed. What are you, dude? Listen. I'm a little old school. I was drinking when I was 14 years old at family parties, right? You know, I'm not saying that that's appropriate, you know, but who gives a shit? Two dumb kids drinking alcohol together. It's not appropriate, but I'm not going to have a fucking moral meltdown, okay? I don't give a shit. What?
That Lex used on me ever since I was 15 years old. The gifts that Lex gave me started off as small, like video game DLCs or a new video game on the day of its release. Lex knew that I grew up in a low-income household and that I didn't have access to many things growing up. Lex would
Okay, so these are probably gifts to your girlfriend, number one. Number two, now it's like, well, I was poor and I couldn't resist. Oh my God. Fucking Jesus Christ, dude. I'm starting to hate poor people.
Use his gifts as ways to lure me in to spend more time with him. He would make me call him on...
Well, he was your boyfriend, right? And the age gap is appropriate. So it could be grooming or it could be a boyfriend spoiling his girlfriend.
Skype for hours on end, and we'd stay up past my bedtime, even though I had school the next day.
Oh man, I never did that.
The purchases Lex made for me got more extravagant as time went on in our relationship.
Yeah, right. Didn't you guys move in together? I would imagine they'd get more extravagant, no?
Lex was the person who took me to Disneyland for my first time in my life.
Wow. Oh my God, I did that to my wife. I fucking groomed her.
Lex was the person who bought me my first flight outside of California.
Oh
Lex
my
would buy me a lot of
God.
things, even if I didn't ask for them, like a place...
Oh my God, guys. Hey, well, you know, I don't know if you guys know this. If you're in a relationship, never get something for your partner unless they explicitly ask for it. It's the best way to make them feel loved. What the fuck are you talking about?
PlayStation 5 or a Nintendo Switch. At
Whoa!
first, I was shy to Lex's money, but as we continued dating, he showed me that money was just a number to him. Lex lived a luxury lifestyle with the money he made from YouTube, and he was introducing me to that lifestyle. At a very
Sounds like a nice guy.
young age, Lex promised me that he would take care of me and that he would be my provider. That is
Okay, so what? What is so far? None of this is like real grooming shit. What are you talking about? I would literally do anything for you. Don't understand. I would give you anything. I would let you be anything you want. I'll do anything. I'll give you money for the rest of your life and so on. Don't have to worry. I'll let you be my wife and blah, 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 blah. I'll be your provider for the rest of my life. I'll always do anything for you, baby, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so it seemed like he was actually saying this genuinely. So who cares? He's a pussy. What do you want me to tell you? Man, listen, I want to be a provider for my wife. I don't think it's a particularly big deal. Again, where's the grooming?
It is a common way for groomers to get their victims to rely on them. It makes it easier to isolate me if Lex knew I was dependent on him. Either way, the money that Lex was spending on...
Okay, so just to be clear, I did mention dependency, that he might be trying to create that dependency through money because he wants to groom you, or because you're his girlfriend. So let me see. Can I? What are the things that he did to your parents to cut those relationships off, or to groom your parents into allowing for them being complicit in this alleged sexual exploitation? Where's that?
On me was able to be used in his taxes as write-offs because he doesn't have a normal job. Any money he spent...
What?
That is a common way for groomers to get their victims to rely on them. It makes it easier to isolate me if Lex knew I was dependent on him. Either way, the money that Lex was spending on me was able to be used in his taxes as write-offs because he doesn't have a normal job.
Probably not, to be absolutely honest with you. So, Lex, if the IRS looks at the video, you're probably fucked, buddy, because there's no way that you can write off as much as he thinks he can write off.
The money he spent outside of California was able to be used as a business tax write-off.
That is not 100% true, buddy buckaroo.
Lex groomed me online properly for an entire year straight before he met me in person on July 4th, 2017, when I was 16 years old and he was 19 years old.
Cool. Don't care about that age gap. Gotcha.
I was, at this point, an easy target for Lex. He knew he had an influence over me, and because I was a fan, he knew I would keep quiet because I wanted to keep the relationship going.
Keep quiet about what? Like the relationship? The relationship age isn't a big deal. Who cares? What, if that's the thing he's keeping quiet about, I don't care. Thank you for the $2 from Alex the Fiction. Hey, Papa, first time in the chat. Love from H3 fam. Hey, love you too. Thank you so much.
Lex had told me he loved me multiple times over text before we even met, and
Oh my god, a fucking cringe online relationship. I was also a loser when I was 19, so guys, fuck.
Believed it. When Lex was with me in person, he spoiled me and he used it as a way for him to touch my body prematurely. In the video, he has a part dedicated to a
No, you're not gonna find like any prosecutor that's gonna be like, oh my god, a 16-year-old, 19-year-old had sex. We gotta fucking get rid of this guy. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Morally, I mean, it might be illegal in some states. That's fine, whatever the state is. But like morally, nobody has a real like. It's not a particularly big issue. There's Romeo and Juliet laws in some capacity in like every state, or the age of consent in the states are so low they don't need it, which is problematic. But again, 3-year age gap at 16, don't care.
TikTok talking about narcissism with various text messages of me surrounding it. These screenshots are obviously curated in a way to make me look bad.
Well, sorry, the ones you were showing. You're also a terrible fucking. Okay, cool.
But Lex made a mistake by showing multiple text messages of me when I was 16 years old, giving me the proof of confirmation that I needed to show everyone that I was 16 years old.
Oh no, I don't care.
When he first started dating me. I unfortunately didn't have these text messages. I have had about 3 new phones since I first started texting Lex.
I thought you were poor. Why do you have so many fucking phones?
And I lost all the text messages of me when I was 15 and 16 years old. Lex claims in his video that we met when he was a minor and I was also a minor, but he doesn't ever show proof of it because it's not true. Lex and I met when he was 18 years old and I was 15 years old. We have a 3 years age gap.
I don't care.
I think
Didn't you say you were talking when you were like 15 though? So I think that's what he meant when he said we met each other, just to be clear.
I want to add a trigger warning for the next topic I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about rape and it happening to me. So
damn.
yeah.
I wonder if she really believes that she was raped. I truly, that's a real question, because like we've have an issue nowadays in society where people will look at something where they're wronged in some capacity, which is true. That can absolutely be true. I'm sure that he did things to her that were wrong, and I'm sure she did things that were wrong to him in their relationship, and I'm sure that she justified doing wrong things to him because she felt wronged by him, and I'm sure that he did the same thing, right? This is like that happens when you're in an inappropriate relationship, especially as 2 young people. I'm sure. What the fuck was I? I was making a point. Oh, right. And so that puts you in like a somewhat emotionally vulnerable situation. But like, just because you feel a certain way doesn't mean that that feeling is valid. And that's why you need to parse through this information with adults instead of children on the internet who don't understand the real world. Because that's what's happening here.
This is my encounter with Lex raping me. The first time Lex raped me was when I was 16 years old. And in my first Google document that he never addressed, I go into detail about how Lex orally raped me multiple times at the Z house.
What does that mean? Was it willing or consensual? Because you're within a consensual age range. Is it consensual?
Even when I told him no. Lex would beg me over.
Okay, that I've never heard. I don't even think and maybe I'm wrong. I don't think I've ever heard her make that claim that he did something to her when she kept saying no. The biggest one I think I remember is she talked about how she was like drunk or something. What?
Over and over until I eventually gave in, leaving me to feel guilty with myself.
Is this something that she mentioned in her original video? Because I feel like it was not. Am I just wrong?
Lex wouldn't take no for an answer, and at this point, I was 16 years old, and Lex is 19 years old.
Yeah, I don't care. It's not an appropriate age gap. What is this a new one, or did she say this originally? I do not remember this.
To get me high and drunk, and then take me into the room at the end of the night with him. The first time I ever got drunk with him.
She did make that claim? Oh, okay. I mean, you'd have to substantiate that, but that could be something, I guess.
Is when I recorded these videos at the Z house. Lex claims I look happy in these videos, but I'm incredibly intoxicated.
Say something to sober us. Sober us. This was my fault.
Fuck. Yeah, you're both intoxicated.
This was my fault. I love this person so much. If you ever...
Cool.
Ooh. I love you guys. Reagan. But do you?
You're dumb.
Reagan, you don't understand. I would literally do fucking anything for you.
I am 16 years old and my groomer is 19 years old. Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if the non-consensual stuff's true, that could be something. But you two being drunk, you guys obviously are happy in this whatever you call this together. Neither of you should be drunk. You're in California. But, yeah. You guys look like you're having a good time. I don't know what to say.
Listen, I love you.
fucking don't
And you guys both seem to be the same level of drunk or high or whatever you are together. So
understand you.
I love
Don't understand you. Why do you think that's
Okay.
gonna make it better? Listen, I will do anything. Kiss me.
whoa, he's raping her in front of our eyes. Oh my god.
You can see it in my eyes. You can see how numb I am to Lex's aggressive touching. You can
Bro, I could see two drunk kids kissing. What are you? You can. What is this? Is this poetry? Is this? Did you write this up for your English class? What the fuck? Like, I'm sure that she looks back at that and goes, "Wow, that was like really cringe." And I'm that's a valid feeling. But the feeling has been sensationalized to like, "Oh my god, this is sexual assault." It's not. I don't know what to tell you.
can see my eyes are just soulless. I
Oh.
have no comprehension of what is going on with me in those videos.
I would. That you're describing blackout drunk. I do not see blackout drunk. I see two people that are the same level of drunk.
And watching those videos makes me feel really disgusted. Lex said
That probably is true, but you're taking that and thinking that it means that you were assaulted, and that's not true. Just fundamentally speaking, if this is the problem, right? So she'll make a claim, nice. She'll make a claim that she was sexually assaulted and that it was non-consensual. Okay, maybe that happened, and then she'll make a claim. She'll show us a video of her and Lex both being drunk within a reasonable age gap. They neither of them should be drinking if they're under the age of drinking age, but like kids drink. You shouldn't do it, but and so you're showing us this where the two of you are very lovey and fucking drunk or high or whatever you are, and then you're like, look at me, I look soulless. So if your narration of the events is just not true, objectively from what we're seeing, it's hard to trust any other interpretation that you have. That's the problem.
says that no one who is a victim of rape and abuse would take videos with their abusers in a happy tone. So once again, I'd like to clarify that these videos of Lex groping me at the Z house were taken before he raped me. Lex says that a true victim wouldn't take these videos, but I'm glad I took these videos because they are the only proofs I have.
No, it's possible to have a good relationship with somebody and still sexually assault them. Like, that's a real thing. Like, relationship stuff can happen. Absolutely. It still could have happened. It's just hard to tell because if you were sitting here saying, yeah, I was happy here, we were both drunk, which I think was inappropriate, and I was happy here, but he still assaulted me, you'd have more credibility because you would have a better understanding of how these things work. But because you're sitting here and you're trying to say that, like, you're trying to describe something to us that is very clearly not there, it's hard for anybody to take you seriously.
Have that show his physical predatory behavior on me as a minor. These videos show that Lex was testing his waters and what he could get away with while I was drunk and high. I may look happy in these videos,
Or he's just kissing on his girlfriend while you're both drunk and high. I mean, those are both interpretations.
but I'm clearly intoxicated. In the videos, I'm 16 years old and Lex is I look happy in these videos, but I'm clearly intoxicated. In the
Okay, yeah, I'm pretty happy when I'm intoxicated too. That's when I get extra horny with my wife, if I'm being honest with you.
videos, I'm 16 years old and Lex is 19 years old. I want to reiterate this because people think that I was 17 years old. I was not 17 years old in those videos. I was 16 years old. Lex claims that the videos are misleading, but I really want to ask him, where are they misleading? You are literally groping me in the videos. In one of the videos, you literally say that it's your fault that I am drunk at a party with you. Lex says that no one at the Z house saw any sexual abuse occur, which is a ridiculous point to stand by because obviously I was not getting raped in front of everybody. I was
Well, you did just say that you were groped in front of well, I guess there in that video, but okay.
getting raped behind closed doors. One night, Lex tried to orally rape me, and he wouldn't take no for an answer, so I stopped him by giving him dozens of hickeys all over his neck to prevent him from going down on me. The next morning, all of his content
Why would that stop it?
and creative friends made fun of us because they noticed all the hickeys on Lex's neck. We all went to
I guess that could have happened. Okay.
dinner together at Buffalo Wild Wings, and his friends continued to make jokes about how Lex looked like he got mauled because of all the hickeys on his neck. The jokes are really humiliating and embarrassing for me because
I'm sure that they are, but like, listen, it's possible that I don't know why that would stop him from. Okay. I'm a little confused, but anyway, I don't know how that would stop him. But it's also possible that you guys were just in a relationship and kissing each other. I don't know.
I was a child and I didn't know what sex was. I didn't know that hickeys would do that, or would look like that. If
You didn't know that Hickey... Okay, cool.
any of the Z House or any of the guys who were at the Buffalo Wild Wings dinner with us want to confirm this, that would be great. I know that you guys saw those hickeys on Lex's neck. You guys saw that interaction. I also have some images of the hickeys that I gave Lex, as well as myself. The next
Okay, you look real traumatized in that thing you showed us.
photo I'm going to show is from the date that Lex Adrian I won first raped me through penetration. He raped me at the Sheraton Gateway, Los Angeles, and he even confirms this himself in a Twitter DM to me. I'd like to add a trigger
Sorry, what is
warning
the...
me at the Sheraton.
How was it rape? Yeah, baby, congrats on the job, blah, 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 blah. You're doable. Are you saying It's in the same hotel. So how did he rape you? Because you guys had sex with each other? Well, or because he did something
Los
forceful?
Angeles, and he even confirms this himself in a Twitter DM to me. I'd like to add a trigger warning before showing this image because it shows a child being raped.
Well, don't show us that. Who's the child?
It shows mine and Lex's faces. In this image, you can see 19-year-old Lex, Adrian Iwan, sucking on my 16-year-old breasts.
Okay, great. So, gonna just edit that out after this.
You can tell that I'm 16
It's already censored, but
years old in this photo because of how young my face looks and because of how I have long, natural colored hair, which is brown. I'm really sorry if I sound robotic as I'm talking about this.
You sound annoying. Get this fucking... Your face is fucking... Okay.
It's really hard to talk
Dude, that's... You got... Okay, gotcha. I don't know what else to say.
about this normally. I don't know how to talk about this without crying, honestly. I haven't
It seems like you're trying to cry, so...
had natural hair color since I was 16 years old because I started dyeing my hair when I was 17. We took these Polaroids
What? Okay.
for Lex to keep in his wallet. Lex bought me a Polaroid camera for this purpose, and he told me to make him a scrapbook. To my knowledge, Lex still carries around these Polaroids. And to my knowledge, Lex still has child porn of me on his phone and his PC. In his video, Lex says, "There is also a serious claim that I raped my ex-girlfriend Reagan. This statement made by her is completely inappropriate and false." Well, here I am proving that my statement is right, that Lex, you
You're not proving your statement is right, because the age gap isn't really a problem. So... Okay.
did in fact rape me when I was a minor, and I am willing to go to court for this, and I'm
Good, do it. Go to court. Let's see how that happens. Better than on YouTube.
willing to prove myself in front of a judge with all of my information and all of my evidence. The night that Lex took my
What do
virginity
you think the judge is going to do, especially since apparently it's happening in California? And like, it's up to the judge's discretion whether to actually do anything about it. Up to like a 10-year age gap is probably the worst state. Thank you for the $50 from Eula Roos. If I said that wrong, please correct me. Just because I genuinely enjoy your commentary. Hope you and your wife enjoy. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Genuinely do. That's very generous of you. Hopefully I said your name right. If you want to correct me, go ahead. Don't anymore though. Thank you so much.
He had to beg me to undress myself. I never wanted Lex to take my virginity. Lex says that everything we did together was consensual and of age. None of it was consensual. None of it was of age. Now that I'm older and I'm an actual adult, I can confidently say that I didn't consent to anything Lex did to me. I was too young to consent. Lex is proof that I consented to his sex.
So it sounds like you were willing by your own logics, and you just think you couldn't have consented. You could have consented. You did. I'm sorry to tell you, you weren't sexually assaulted by Lex based on the information you're telling us.
Sexual advances are text
I said it
messages
right?
of myself
Alright,
as a
awesome.
minor, talking about sexual things. This is a clear sign of being groomed. I was in an environment that talked about sexual things, and I was repeating back the things.
Yeah, when I was 16, I definitely wasn't talking about sexual things. Listen, here's the thing. Obviously, adults should be having conversations with kids about sex. They're in a reasonable age range. But can we stop pretending that kids don't talk about sex to each other? When I was like fucking 13 years old, I was jacking my dick off constantly to porn all the time. I had a legitimate problem. You guys think that kids aren't sexual creatures? They are. Kids fucking, they're disgusting. They're disgusting, and they can't keep their shit together. I got all those goddamn hormones raging. I used to walk around the house looking for holes to put my penis into as a kid. I was an innocent kid. What? You expect me to believe that for sure? No. We understand that kids do yucky stuff. That's why we need a comprehensive, age-appropriate sexual health education for young people in like high school and shit, so that they can learn how to have safe sex because they're going to do it already. Because we already know that abstinence, specific, sexual health education does not work at all. So
Things that Lex had been telling me. Lex says that I have a rape kink and uses it as an excuse
you might. A lot of people do. Surprisingly, you can look that up.
to say that he did not groom me. Yet here are some screenshots of messages that Lex sent me about him being my daddy and how he was going to rape me. I am a 7
Okay. I mean, it seems like both of you guys like that kind of stuff. That is a real thing. And especially, it sounds like you're talking about you were from a poor household where your parents let you get, by your logic, groomed. And you're doing drugs. Not to be an asshole, it sounds like you didn't grow up in the greatest spot. You probably don't even have a dad. I'm not trying to be rude, so I wouldn't doubt that you had fucking daddy issues. I have daddy issues. So does my wife. We work well together. I don't know what to tell you. Thank you for the $5 from Jack the Wendigo. Found your channel not so long ago. A bit over 30K, and you're already at 50. Congrats on the growth and keep up the content. Thank you. I appreciate that, brother. I really do. Thank you so much. And thank you again, Ularus. Sorry, it was a big donation. I'm a little shocked by it. You guys don't have to donate that much. I really appreciate it. Just watching the ads is good enough, to be honest with you. Just don't put ad blocker on, Sussy Baka.
17-year-old minor, and he's a 20-year-old adult in these messages. In these messages, you can see him sending me sexually abusive material like, "I can't wait to demolish your fucking perfect pussy and take
It's so fucking cringe. Oh my god.
advantage of you and rape you. And daddy is
Okay.
going to be so dominant now because I feel so powerful. But if you just say stop, Daddy is going to rip up that pussy, or I'm going to.
Yes, I don't know listen, dude. I say this shit to my fucking wife. I don't know what you want me to tell you.
Fuck you when you don't want me to. That's the only time I'll fuck you. And plus, what makes Daddy so fucking hard is that those titties are underaged. But I'm going.
Damn, dude.
And plus, what makes Daddy.
See that could be something. Plus, what makes Daddy so fucking hard is that those titties are underage. She was 17, he was 20. That is a weird thing to say. It's for sure, 100%, definitely a very bizarre thing to say. It could indicate that he has a sexual attraction to her based on her age. Now, the age gap isn't particularly bad, but still could be concerning. Or it could be part of the fetish that the two of them seem to have of like some kind of DDLG, weirdo shit. Keep it in house, sister. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't know.
Daddy's so fucking hard is that those titties are underaged.
Crazy.
But I'm going to be bouncing on you with my full weight and then fucking destroying you, baby. You're gorgeous, baby. I need to fucking jerk my penis to those.
Sorry. Okay.
Can't wait until I can destroy your fucking goddess body.
Well, say goodbye to the monetization of this video, Gooners.
Oh my god, baby. You are Daddy's little treasure. Daddy loves you so much. I just really want to fuck you now, like really badly. Daddy can't stop thinking of his dream where he picked you up with one arm and I'd carry you around like my little pet. I'm going to ride your body up and down, and then when they are, I want you to tell Daddy that you've been a good girl.
Okay, so I'm just... You both were clearly into this weird shit. I don't know what to tell you.
Reading these messages now as an adult makes me feel queasy. I tried really hard to forget about these messages. At a young age, Lex was enforcing his own sexual kinks and fantasies on me, grooming me to be the perfect product. Lex was sexually exploiting me as a child. Gotcha. Lex would call himself daddy even before I was comfortable enough to use the word in a kink way. It was a normal dialect by the age of 16, but my Twitter email messages between him and I only go back as far as till I was 7.
I don't remember. He made the claim that it was like her who was into it. So, I mean, they both... Listen, to me, both of them are clearly into it in some capacity, so...
That's why I'm glad that Lex posted proof of him talking to me when I was 16 years old. In regards to Lex talking about sex with me and talking about ways that I could please him more, Lex messaged me, also my dick gets really hard now, baby, so when I kiss you, please try and grab my erect dick that's poking you so it ain't awkward. Confirming that he has been kissing me for some time now, and also confirming that I was never really the sexual type. Lex had to give me lessons on how to be more sexual. Lex had to give me lessons on how to please him, because I wasn't particularly watching porn to see how to please a man. I was awkward.
So just to be clear, what you're describing is being in like a relationship with somebody that has to like, oh, I like this. All these things, the way that you say everything is that it's the most predatory thing. Was this guy even sexually active? Wasn't that one of the things that she claimed, was that like he wasn't even like into sex, and that was one of the problems, and that the 17-year-old that the 17-year-old boy that she had sex with when she was like 21 had such a much nicer penis or something and knew how to fuck her? Isn't that like a whole part of it? Like part of the lore?
And I wouldn't grab Lex's dick because I was never comfortable with it. I just wanted to do cute stuff like watch movies together, go to...
Because I'm pretty sure I remember like him being the one that wasn't super sexual.
Park. We never did that unless it involved Lex getting sex out of me. The messages Lex shows of me saying sexual things was just me trying to fuel his kinks and sexual fantasies. Lex claims in his video that even though she was a minor, she was all over me, so she wanted it. I honestly don't know how you could say that about a child. I don't know.
Because you're a teenager and he was within a reasonable age gap, so that's probably how it's being said.
How you could blame your power dynamic on me when I was a child. I didn't understand any better in the situation, and I thought that you were going to marry me because you told me stuff like that. I thought that you were the love of my life at the time. You were the adult in the situation. You were the one who knew better. We have an age gap of 3 years.
Whoa, 3 years? That's fucking crazy.
Lex can say that I consented to it, but because I'm not of age, it is classified as statutory rape. Lex confirms...
Cool, take it to the courts then. You're probably not going to get anywhere, even in California, but take it to the courts.
In multiple messages to 17-year-old me that he has had underage sex with me and that he is proud of it. Messages like, yes, baby, I love that. I love when you sit on my face. I wish just like that gif I sent that I could eat your pussy out while you're in a wet swimsuit.
This is fucking insane. Okay.
Confirming that, yes.
It's always cringe watching other people's sexting come out, you know?
He has made me sit on his face before.
Made you? I'm sure you didn't like it.
Messages like, I love how you move your pussy when I'm fucking you hard. And I love when we would just dry hump and we would fucking go so hard, baby.
Go so hard,
I like
baby.
August 31st because that was the day we fucked and the first day I called you.
Wow, what a loser. He remembers the first day they fucked? Like, that's a very feminine behavior to remember meaningful days. Am I right, fellas?
This particular message is important to me because this is Lex Adrian I won confirming to 17-year-old me that we have known each other for the past to August 31st. Lex is confirming
Oh, no!
that we did start talking when I was 15 years old, on August 31st, 2016, as well as confirming the first day he penetrated me being August 31st, 2017, when I was 16 years old. Throughout his video, Lex, MrTLexify, claims that he did not have any underage sex with me. That is a complete lie. Lex raped me when I was a minor. The Twitter DMs from Lex don't end there. The DMs get nastier and weirder. Lex was a porn addict when I first met him, and anyone who has been a fan of Lex's
Shit, I've been there, brother. Still struggle's real, doggies.
for a long time can attest to that, because he used to frequently talk about porn and porn stars on his zombie streams. Now that this porn addict had access to a girl, he was sexually exploiting me. Lex would send me unsolicited dick pictures, even though I had told Lex before that I didn't like it when he sent me dick pics.
Oh shit, can you show us that part? That would be something. Even if you're in a relationship, that's inappropriate. If you said you didn't want to see it.
In this screenshot,
Let's see what we got here. Baby, I'm sorry for sending it, but I can't help it. I love you, and I'm so turned on. What did you say back?
Lex says, I'm really fucking horny for you. Sends dick pic. Baby, I'm sorry for sending it, but like, I can't help it. I love you, and I'm so turned on. Like,
So can we see your side of the conversation? Just to see what's going on there. I don't want to see naked pictures at all, but like when we see your side of the conversation.
Lex knew that I didn't like the dick pics, and he still sent it anyways.
Okay, can you show me your side of the... I would need to see your side of it to see where you're like, no, stop it. Listen, I don't know what to tell you. It's a relationship with two people that are within a reasonable age range with each other. So when you say stuff like this, I need more context of like, what was your response? It's people push boundaries all the time. These things happen, and you need to be prepared to reaffirm your boundaries with your partner. A lot of times we talk about this in a sexual capacity, but like boundaries don't have to be sexual. Let's say you both have a split of a chore that you do in the house, and one of them doesn't do the chore, so you pick up for the other person. That is a conversation about that. That is a boundary push of like, oh, we pushed the boundaries. Now you're doing this. We pushed the role. We need to see more. I need to see your response. I need to see how you took it. You know what I mean? My wife says, don't send me dick pics at work. I still send them to her sometimes. She wasn't raped. She's okay. I need to know more. I need to know more. I need more information about what's happening.
The next morning, I made a problem out of it, and I told him he crossed a boundary with me yet again.
Can you show that to us? Can you show that you said that?
Which Lex responded with, I'm sorry about the dick pic. It was out of the blue and I know you don't like them. I just wanted to show you I'm all for you, but I don't know how. Maybe being in a really good, loving...
Okay. So he made like a little mistake in a consensual relationship, and you set a boundary and he said sorry? Okay, crazy.
Relationship could have shown me that you were all for me. You didn't need to send me a dick pic to show me that you are all for me. Lex would
I was not a sexual person in a relationship. Okay. I mean, you're an OnlyFans person. It's kind of hard. It's a hard sell.
make me uncomfortable.
A little, she's just going to argue that she never used to be, but because this happened, she became one because of trauma and blah, blah, blah.
And try to get me to masturbate to him and for him. This was Lex's way of sexually exploiting me for nudes and child pornography. Lex would send me messages like, suck it, baby. You know you want to. Practice on a banana for daddy. Or take that shower and think of
Gotcha. So you guys sexted with each other. Okay.
me fucking your pussy. To try and coax me into masturbating to him and sending him nudes. During the summer of 2018, Lex claimed that he was in Thailand for the entire summer. That is completely wrong. Lex was not in Thailand for the summer of 2018. He was in San Diego, California, living out of an Airbnb with me for 3 months. While I was 17 years old, he stayed with me in California for 3 months because that is how long he as a Canadian citizen can be in the United States without a visa or citizenship. He stayed with me from June 2018 to August 2018, as proven by these photos of us. Lex says that he spent his summer in Thailand during 2018 because he's trying to attempt to cover up the fact that he was spending his summer with his 17-year-old minor girlfriend, where he was sexually abusing her and exploiting her. Here in these messages, you can see Lex talking about how he's going to book an
I don't
Airbnb
know how many times I have to say that the age gap's not inappropriate, so I don't care.
for 3 months, with the original dates being June 8th to August 24th. After Lex booked the Airbnb, he messaged me stuff like, bend over, daddy needs pussy daily. I can't wait to fuck all the problems out of you. Daddy's little whore. Fuck, baby. I can't wait to...
What are your responses back to him? They're it's necessary to see. What are you saying back to him? Why aren't you showing it? I want to see what you're saying. You keep showing me all the messages that he sent. Where are your fucking messages back? And of course she would just be like, no, I didn't want to. I felt pressured to do it. But she also knows that if she showed it, it probably communicates some level of like that it was willing and consensual between each other. And that she's going to make her look bad. So she just opts to not have it in there at all. That's pretty much that's going to be the reason why she's not going to show it. So
just fucking use you. That summer is where all of these pictures of us together physically came from. In these images, I'm 17 years old and Lex is 20 years old. I was very depressed during the summer I spent with Lex because he was using me for sex, as well as supplying me with weed and alcohol as I was underage. Lex was using my 17-year-old body
wasn't he also underage?
for sex every night over the summer, and he was not using protection. In these messages, you can see that Lex talked about coming inside me frequently, and he was aware of what he was doing. The summer of 2018, when Lex rented out an
It does feel better. But
Airbnb to live with me, he was sexually exploiting me and sexually abusing me.
you keep using these words. It's just not gonna. It's not a sell. Like you guys had sex a lot because you were a young couple in a relationship. Okay.
Every day. It got to a point where Lex Adrian Iwan had to buy me, at 17 years old, Plan Bs because he was scared of getting me pregnant. If you were not aware, it is
I've never had that problem before. Okay.
very dangerous for a young girl to take a contraceptive as strong as Plan B because it can damage your uterus and have a chance to make you infertile. If you are ever thinking about having sex, please just use normal protection or use birth control. Don't ever risk your health for someone else's sexual pleasure the way I did. Don't let someone take advantage of your body by making you take a pill that is as strong as Plan B the way I did. Talking about this makes me sad now because I know that Lex was taking advantage of my cluelessness. Lex did not care about my body.
So it only seemed to make you feel bad once you realized that that he was taking advantage of your cluelessness. Okay. So, how do you know he was taking advantage of your cluelessness? I don't understand. Like, I was a little bit of a fuckboy. I'm not proud of it, but like, I used to use Plan B sometimes. I didn't like to use a condom. If I could go back, I would. You know, but okay.
Or my health. Lex only cared about getting his nut off. Lex Adrian Iwan raped me multiple times over the summer of 2018. In this video, he claims Reagan said that the birth control was something she wanted to buy herself, even though we hadn't had sex though because it was not legal. So I'd like to reiterate once again that Lex Adrian Iwan raped me multiple times over the summer of 2018, and I had to text him about me having to get birth control because I was tired of him using my body. I was tired of Lex taking advantage of my underage body, and I was tired of my body having irregular cycles because of the Plan B. I knew I needed the birth control for my own safety and my own well-being. Lex was never going to make that decision because he never cared about my safety or my well-being. Lex tries to
Well, how would he make the decision? He's not the person who takes the birth control, right?
flip the narrative that him raping me is my own fault, and Lex tries to prove this by showing text messages of me as a minor, once again talking to him about sexual things that he has taught me. He makes a false claim again saying that we waited for sex, but never provides evidence of him ever saying that we waited for sex, or him telling me, hey, let's wait to have sex. Lex uses a particular text message of me as a 17-year-old minor saying I was orgasming over him when I was 14 years old. Again, I forgot that this message existed. The fact that Lex
That seems to hurt you.
would even post a screenshot of a minor saying that is really gross.
Well, I mean, considering the conversation that's being had here, it kind of makes sense that he would. I mean, he's just showing that, like, well, I think one thing he was trying to show is that you were the one that was more sexual than him, but also, you know, has to try to show that it was a more consensual thing, or at least willing. But it was consensual because you guys are in a appropriate age range for that. So
I am so far removed from 17-year-old me, and I've tried so hard to forget about the damage that Lex
aren't you like 20 now? You're probably very close to what you used to be.
done on my psyche. The message he is showing is of 17-year-old me saying, when I was 14 years old, I orgasmed to your stream. I said this as a joke. You can tell because right under the message I say, I tried so hard to get into your zombies game, insinuating that I was playing the game while watching a stream.
Well, insinuates that you were masturbating to him and trying to get into his zombie thing. But you couldn't because you were so horny for daddy's pussy. Sorry. That's what it actually communicates, just to be clear.
I didn't actually touch myself, or I didn't do anything remotely sexual as a 14-year-old. Without
Did I fall?
context, Lex is trying to make
yeah.
it seem like I'm a sexually charged person. Lex is trying to make it seem like I genuinely orgasmed over his zombie stream. The text message of me saying,
like you're like, yeah, I did that. Yeah, I did that, and I was joking, and you know that because I was like, I could so distracted. I was trying to get into your zombie stuff, but I was masturbating my pussy, and it's like that communicates as a joke. No, it doesn't. It communicates that you were being serious. Now, it's possible that as a younger girl, she might have thought that's what he wanted to hear, so she was having sexual conversations because she thought that's what he wanted to hear. It's possible. Doesn't mean he took advantage of her. It's also possible that she was a horny kid, and that's gross to say, but like. Some kids are hornier than others. I mean, it's weird as fuck. They're both kids, basically. Yuck. I don't know. What else do you want me to tell you, bro? Like I told you, I used to walk around. I used to be jealous of girls. Because I would walk around and I'd be like, look at all these fucking things. Cucumbers, fucking pickles, the backside of a wooden spoon. You could put anything in there. I'm like fucking 13 years old walking around trying to, you know, fuck something. I got nothing. It's distressed. Legitimately. Traumatized by my own wiener. I'm a victim of myself.
It's just my way of saying I fangirled over him in a funny way. We all know from his own Snapchat video that he posted to Twitter that Lex cannot make me orgasm, and he never has. It was a figure of speech, and I was using it to try to be funny.
Well, you were the one doing it, so...
but Lex has taken it out of context and is using it to lie. Despite trying to make it seem like I'm a sexually charged person, my friends and people who know me know
it is a little bit of a hard sell because you do OnlyFans. So it's, you know, I understand like part of it could be like trying to reclaim yourself, right? Reclaim that situation. So you do the OnlyFans to reclaim your own sexuality. It's also possible that you're a sexually charged person that does OnlyFans. You know what I mean?
Know that I am not a sexual person at all. Most of my friends know that my sex experience with Lex was really bad, that it turned me asexual. There's a point in Lex's video where...
Wait, didn't you fuck a fucking 17-year-old at like 21 though? How would you turn asexual? And you're talking about how good his dick was, weren't you?
He attacks all of his viewers with out-of-context screenshots of my own text messages and says stuff like, how you asked me to be your boyfriend again in 2017, or how you're telling me you're happy to have found your daddy at 15, or maybe even claiming that the daddy kink was yours. Lex including these messages and these screenshots is his way of indirectly admitting that he did date me as a 16-year-old. This is Lex's way of indirectly confirming that he did meet me when I was 15 years old. And as for Lex talking about how the daddy kink was supposedly mine, I'd just like to point again to how he forced the daddy kink down my throat at a very young age. Even before I knew what it was. Even before I could consent to that type of behavior. Unfortunately, how would a child or how would an 18-year-old have a daddy kink unless this kink was shown or taught to me? It was...
I mean, it could have been taught to you through porn. I don't know. I mean, okay.
Embedded into the lifestyle that Lex had with me. It was so bad that Lex was calling himself daddy without even me initiating it. In Lex's video, he says, how about you admitting to regretting taking things slow with me in 2017 when I told you I wanted to wait? Honestly, how about the fact that you grew me when I was 15 years old?
True, you got him on that one, sister. Fuck!
Lex, how about the fact that you raped me? How about those facts? You did not ever tell me that you wanted to wait. In fact, you were actually messaging me stuff about how you couldn't wait to be with me and how you couldn't wait to fuck me. You even came to my high school homecoming dance as my date. At no point in our relationship...
Why did they let that happen? See, this is one of the problems when you show stuff like that. He even came to my high school dance as a date. Okay, so here's the problem, and this is probably your best argument. That every single adult around you failed you as a person. Your parents let you date somebody by your logic is of an inappropriate age range. Your school let somebody of, by your logic, an inappropriate age range come and be in your part of your dance. So it sounds like, you know, your best argument is that the world around you didn't prepare you for this situation and it caused you to be sexually exploited. But it wouldn't really be his fault, would it? It would be the fault of the society. And how they thought that that behavior is okay and is normalized, right? That's your best argument. But outside of that, like, what else do we really? What do we got? You know, why is it that everybody else around you? You know, it's something to bring up. I don't think it's irrelevant.
Did you ever wait or respect the age of consent? Just like at no point in our relationship did Lex ever tell me he wanted to just be friends. Lex never shows text messages of him telling that he wanted to wait or be my friend because these text messages don't exist.
They don't
Instead,
exist.
Lex was telling me stuff about how he wanted to marry me and how I was his wife and how I was his baby. Another disgusting thing that Lex does in his video is show a text message of me as a teenager saying that getting groomed is hot. Lex does this as a way to back up his claim that he just wanted to be my friend, which entirely makes no sense because why would I be talking about how grooming is hot if we were just friends? And if...
I don't know, didn't you just say you made a joke about violently masturbating your pussy while he was doing a COD zombie stream? So maybe we're joking in both instances? I don't fucking know.
You knew as an adult that I was getting groomed. Why didn't you tell a trusted adult that I was getting groomed by somebody else? This claim that this message I sent him is proof of me consenting or proof of him asking to wait is absurd. Like showing these text messages of me getting abused and reciprocating to me being groomed as a minor really hurts to read. It really hurts to relive, and it hurts even more to see him weaponize myself against me. Those were times when I was naive to what was happening, and it was also a time before Lex had put his hands on me physically. It was very obvious that whenever I talked about sexual things, like saying grooming is hot, it was just me spewing back whatever my relationship was teaching me. I'd like to spend some time to talk about how Lex said that I have a fake ID and that I used my fake ID to get into places or that I used my fake ID to buy other minors drugs or alcohol. Yeah,
maybe you did. I don't care. I'm not trying to be an asshole. I don't give a shit. This is behavior that kids do. They shouldn't do it. I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, I don't give a shit that you had a fake ID and you were buying other people of your age alcohol and stuff. That's typical kid behavior. Right, but okay.
Alcohol. I did mention earlier that Lex was buying me weed and alcohol to properly get me drunk and high so that he could rape me.
Okay. A lot of intentionality there. Thank you for the $2 from Tobias F. She said his messages didn't exist. Where's hers? True. She's really not showing very much. She won't show she won't show the messages back or any of that shit, so.
Even though Lex was only 20 years old, he was able to buy these substances because he was the one who had a fake ID. Lex bought himself a fake ID and shipped it to himself in the mail. and used that fake ID to purchase alcohol and marijuana in America.
Shit.
The legal drinking age in Canada is 19 years old, meaning that Lex was already able to be drinking in his hometown and in his home country. So Lex had to buy a fake ID specifically for whenever he came to America to be with me or to be with anybody in the Z house. In these screenshots,
Like Eddie Murphy come to America, or what kind of?
here, you can see that Lex is talking to me about buying himself a fake ID, saying, apparently my fake IDs came in. I have to go and pick them up. Lex then texted me a few days later saying, also, just used my fake ID buying alcohol to test it out and it worked. So I'm feeling pretty confident about it. Lex is saying that he's very proud to have a fake ID, and he's very proud to know that it worked in America. Lex confirms that he used his fake ID multiple times in America by saying, I might get really fucked up tomorrow night by drinking because my card works here, and man, I hope you don't get mad at me for going out because I'm gonna want to make love to you right after. Room is 1156, by the way. Lex adds the room number at the end of that screenshot because he was trying to lure me over to another hotel to have sex with him that night. I didn't end up going to see him because my parents weren't comfortable with me going to Los Angeles by myself.
Okay, so your parents knew all about the relationship, and they still allowed you guys doing their thing.
Lex Adrian Iwan used his fake ID multiple times when he was in California over the summer of 2018 to buy himself and me weed and alcohol. Here's an image of Lex's fake ID where it says he's from Washington, and then here's a picture of Lex's real Canadian ID.
Okay, he looks ugly in both. What's the deal? Who gives a shit? All right, body positivity, am I right?
When I saw in Lex's video that he falsely accused me of being the one who had a fake ID, and it was me who was the one who was buying minors weed, I was really shocked and really scared. I have never had a fake ID once in my life, and I never needed to have a fake ID because my adult boyfriend was the one supplying me weed and alcohol on his own.
Oh shit! Hey, you just got owned. You got owned, Lex. You're fucked now, dude. Oh shit!
Did I ever need a fake ID? Lex was always old enough to get us whatever he needed to get us. Lex tries to prove his claims of me having a fake ID by showing a screenshot of me from 2017 where I'm 16 years old talking about inviting my high school friend Alex over to smoke in Lex's hotel room. Lex words it by saying, or how you even admitted you wanted to invite your friends who bought your drugs to my place. Lex fails miserably by indirectly showing proof that he had a hotel room in California and that he was spending time with me in California while I was 16 years old. My friend who wanted to come over to Lex's hotel was another 16-year-old, and we were going to smoke the weed that Lex had bought me. Lex had provided 2 minors of marijuana that night. There are pictures of the hotel room that Lex booked and photos of us in the hotel room together. Again, Lex purely booked this hotel room and purely came to California that weekend just to coerce me into having sex with him.
Coerce? Oh shit, he threatened you? Jesus Christ. That's horrible.
Images and the date of the Twitter DM that Lex shows in his video align. Lex straight up lied about me having a fake ID and never showed proof of me having a fake ID or ever talking about whenever. Lex also said in his video that I used a fake ID at the Hollywood escape room that me, him, and all of his YouTuber friends went to. In my Google document, I provided a picture of a passport that Lex made for me at this escape room. The passport says December 12th, 1998, because Lex is born 1998 and he thought it would be smart to give me the same year as him because it would make us the same age or something. The date of the escape room that we did was August 20th, 2017, meaning that if my birthday was December 12th...
So are we saying that you had an ID to do an escape room? Wow, crazy.
1998, I would have only been 17 years old, meaning that my fake ID would claim that I'm 17 years old. Lex's lie makes no sense because why would I have a fake ID to make myself appear only 1 year older? I was 16 years old at the time. A 17-year-old cannot even do anything legally in California. A fake
So there might, I mean, okay, I don't care. I don't know what the fuck's happening here. There seems to be some escape rooms that require you to be a particular age. I guess maybe that's it. I don't know.
Fake ID saying I was born on December 12th, 1998 would not benefit me at all. This also confirms that Lex is lying about...
I don't really care that she might have had a fake ID and bought her fucking friend's weed or something. It doesn't really matter to me, to be clear.
About the escape room being for adults only and saying that the ID people...
Oh, okay, there you go. Maybe that's what it was.
There. The website of the Hollywood escape room itself says that even children over 5 years old are allowed inside the escape rooms with a companioning adult. The Hollywood escape room didn't check...
Well, I mean, maybe he wouldn't be considered like an actual accompanying adult because you weren't like... It's not your actual, like, dad or... Well, I guess it is. Daddy. But that's not your actual dad, I would assume. But okay.
IDs at the time, and Lex manually gave them a birthday that he thought would make me appear older in front of his friends. Lex clearly didn't think it through because my age on the passport only made me 17 years old. Lex claims that he said, in the moment, I told her to go outside and not participate in the escape room because it was 18 and over. Again, I'd like to reiterate that the escape room is for all ages 5 years old and older. You did not ever tell me to wait outside. Everyone who was with us knows you did not tell me to wait outside. This particular escape room is also right on Hollywood Boulevard, right on a corner of a very, very, very busy intersection. If I were to wait outside for Lex as a child on Hollywood Boulevard...
You're 16. You're not a child. You're a teenager. You're a kid to me. I always say that all the time. You're a kid to me. You're young. So is he at that age to me. But you weren't a child. You were like a teenager, just to be clear. But
I most definitely would have gotten abducted. On a note
fuck
relating
is
to the
the
fake
thing
ID
I'm looking
accusations, at 18 minutes and 23 seconds in his video, Lex says that I asked him to lie about my age, and this is completely false. I never once asked Lex to lie about my age to anyone, nor did I ever tell anybody at the Z house what my age was. I never told anybody my age.
I mean, I wouldn't doubt that both of you wanted to lie about your age. It sounds like something like young people would do. It's again, your age gap isn't inappropriate, so I don't care.
Because I knew that my age wasn't appropriate to be dating Lex. I knew that something wasn't right, and therefore I was trying to keep my age a secret.
Or it's because they were worried. You were worried that his friends would say something because you were so young in the house, and there was probably alcohol there or something. You wanted to drink because you're irresponsible kids, all of you.
Secret around them. Whenever anybody would ask me for my age, Lex would instead answer for me by telling them I was 18 years old. Now, I do have a vivid memory of Lex and I going out to dinner with all of his friends. At this dinner, Noah J456 was sitting across from Lex and I, and he
Is
decided
that what you call him? Noah J456?
to be kind and include me in the conversation by asking me how old I was and where I went to college. When Noah asked me how old I was, I didn't answer him, and instead I looked up at Lex, and I took a sip of my drink to prevent me from having to speak up. Lex quickly answered
Wow, you seem like a coward.
for me and told Noah she's 18. She goes to a San Diego university. Noah gave me a look when Lex responded, and I stayed quiet. I knew that deep down, Noah had a hunch that Lex was lying because I did not present myself as a college student.
Uh-oh, Noah's in on it too now. Fuck!
If Noah would like to come forward at some point and confirm that this happened, or confirm that this didn't happen, I'd be really grateful. I have no way of contacting Noah myself, and if I did, I would, especially
Can't you just like message him on Twitter or something? I don't really understand.
since Lex has attempted to drag Noah down with him in this mess. Lex tries to frame these particular screenshots by saying I lied about my age to the Z house, which is wrong. These dates do not align with the dates that I was at the Z house, and I must have been talking to Lex about a different situation in which we lied to his own mother about my age, and we realized we couldn't have a normal relationship anymore.
Did you lie to your mother about your age? What did she say about it?
Again, I only did what I was told to because I wanted my favorite YouTuber turned groomer to like me. I only lied to Lex's mom because Lex was telling me to. If I was able to live comfortably and able to live lie-free, I would 100% would have taken that route. I wanted to have a normal relationship with Lex. I wanted to be taken seriously. I didn't want to be treated like some child.
Just to be clear, nothing in this relationship is particularly abnormal. You guys would drink and do well, not drugs, but you guys would smoke weed and drink together. You guys would have sex and go and hang out, and he would get you gifts and stuff. Your relationship does not seem particularly unique or abnormal, just to be clear, but okay.
Even though I was one. Because at that age, you think you know everything. You think you have it all figured out. You don't realize until your frontal lobe develops, and now you're an adult, and you realize
Your frontal lobe doesn't develop until like after 25, just to be clear, so... Your argument is your frontal lobe wasn't developed enough. Neither was his. That being said, like, you know, as you get older, you get more self-aware and you get more mature, right? And I was a slowly maturing person, so it took me a while to, like, get there. But, I mean... Yeah, okay.
realize you got groomed and you got raped. Even coming to terms with this and saying this out loud is really hard for me.
It doesn't seem to be.
Try to live my life without thinking about it and without thinking about all the time that I spent wasted on Lex. I try not to think about how different my life could have been if I never met him. I'm just trying to move on and
I wish, and we wouldn't have to fucking watch this dog shit.
hopefully live a better life than what I have already gone through. Back to my little script. So now that it has been established that Lex is the one who had a fake ID and used it in America, I'd like to once again reiterate that Lex Adriana Juan was the adult buying me alcohol and marijuana when I was a minor. Lex knew what he was doing when he was supplying me these substances, and he knew that I was going to get addicted to them. Lex would
He knew you were going to get addicted to him? Now the claim is he was trying to make you drug addicted? Holy fuck. This is insane. This is a lot of assumption. You think that he wanted to get you drug addicted? What makes you think that? Drugs are cool, okay? Just fucking around. But when I see two young people doing drugs, I don't go, one of them's probably trying to get them addicted. Common sense dictates they're probably just trying to have fun. Can it be addicting? Absolutely. 100%. That's why you shouldn't do drugs, kids. But he's trying to actively get you drug addicted is a bold fucking claim. You realize this, no?
would even text me about it, showing that his actions were premeditated. In this message,
What?
Lex says, "We are both going to get high tomorrow, and Daddy is going to use your pussy as much as he likes. Be
Cool.
able to get away with penetrating me because I was intoxicated."
Or because you guys like to get high and fuck. Drunk sex, high sex. I haven't had high sex before because I greened out once and I've never done it again. But drunk sex is fun. So maybe that's part of it. I don't know.
Lex also loved that I was younger than him. Lex loved that I was underage, and he loved that he could take advantage of a girl who was underage. Since he met me, Lex would tell me about how he
crazy.
liked my mannerisms, and he liked how childlike I was. He liked how I acted and how I looked in real life.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Like you bounce around and you're cute, and then when you pose in your ponytail, like it's your mannerisms that get daddy so fucked up for you. This doesn't communicate that he likes your mannerisms because you're a baby or something. This is just like, yeah, it's always cringe to watch other people's flirting with each other.
Life. In these Twitter DMs, you can see 20-year-old Lex Adrian Iwan telling 17-year-old me
Oh,
stuff like,
17?
baby, it's the little things that had me so fucking turned on for you.
Those
Like,
little
it's your
things.
mannerisms that
Like those little tits. Ew, gross.
get daddy so fucked up for you.
So
Lex
fucked
then
up.
follows up with, your mannerisms get me so drooling emoji. Like, you bounce around and you're cute, and when you pose and your ponytail and hard
I like when my wife wears ponytail too.
eyes emoji. It turns me on the way you operate. Outside of this text conversation with Lex that you guys can see, Lex would also tell me these compliments in real life. Lex would let it be
Drunk sex used to be pretty hot, but now I piss a lot when I'm drunk because I'm a diabetic, so it's brutal.
known to me that he liked me a lot more in my cutesy little girl outfits and not in grown woman outfits.
I don't care. I don't give a shit about like these obscure pedo baiting things. He's dating a 17-year-old at 20. It's not a big deal. Like I don't care that sometimes girls like sometimes guys like girls to dress cute and fuck them. Like I don't care. It doesn't mean that they want to fuck kids. It doesn't mean that at all. I don't know. He liked it when I would dress in. I like it when my wife wears pigtails. I think it's hot. Like, okay, I'm not trying to fuck a little kid in pigtails. I want to fuck my wife in pigtails. That's why I fuck my wife when she's wearing pigtails. It's not that deep. It doesn't. Not everything has to be like, oh, it must be fucking pedophilic because a kid also wears a hairstyle. Whoa, fuck, that's crazy. Kids wear hairstyles. Like, shut the fuck up.
Lex would let it be known that he preferred my hair in 2 ponytails rather than me having my hair down. I was taught by Lex
Okay.
at a young age how to style
Oh, you have ugly hair, so I would too. I'm just kidding. That's mean, but also I don't care. So yeah, no, I don't care that he likes it when you wear pigtails.
myself, and I was taught by him that I was more valuable if I was seen as young and cutesy. Unfortunately, because of the effect that Lex had on my life, that is why I present myself the way I am. Ever since I started Lex, I started presenting myself in the way that he wanted me to. In his video, Lex lies and says that the screenshot I posted in my Google document of
Why wouldn't you stop? Wouldn't you try to reclaim your shit?
him talking about having underage sex with me, saying that I will be his minoring forever,
I
is
will be
fake.
his
Lex claims
minor.
that this image is fake because it has
Minoring.
5G internet connection, and that 5G internet didn't exist in 2018, which is
Oh, got you. It was 2019. So
the date at the end of our conversation. What Lex doesn't know is that I actually took a video of our text messages, and I didn't only have a screenshot or a image of him saying that. I have it on video. I took this video of our conversation from 2018, last year, on June 3rd, 2023.
why didn't you show us that in the first place?
5G has existed since 2019. I took this video of our conversation
Oh shit. So it's a screenshot of it's a video of the thing? I'm a little confused.
because in the moment that I found it, I didn't recognize my old phone number, and I thought that I had caught Lex texting another minor and talking about having sex with her. I thought I caught him sexting another underage girl, just like he did to me. But in reality, I found text messages of Lex texting an underage girl that was me. Kind of ironic how that happened. Finding these text messages in Lex's phone felt weird to me because even
I don't really understand what's happening with this whole minoring thing. Like what it's did he said he wants her to be her minoring? What does that mean? I'm so fucking confused. I'm a little confused right now. What's the minoring chat? I don't remember
underage
that.
girl that was me. Kind of ironic how that happened. Finding these text messages in Lex's phone felt weird to me because even I don't have those text messages. It didn't make sense to me why Lex. In reality, I found
I'm a little
talking
confused.
about having sex with her. I thought I caught him
Grr, shove your dick in my mouth already. I miss you. Wait a minute. I want to read this now. Hold on a second. I feel like I want to read this because I feel like it's going to be silly. It's going to be ridiculous. Oh, your mother's a fucking prostitute. God damn it. Hold on a second. Sorry. Wow, that was annoying.
video. I took this video of our conversation from 2018 last year on June 3rd.
All right, let's read this. I got to read all this. I want you to come on me so badly. I want your come in me. Yes, baby. In my throat. A bunch of things. Take this dick. So apparently this is his phone since she's recording it. I want to impregnate you. Oh my God, Daddy, take my balls. Please, 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 deepen your pussy. H, exclamation point, times 6. Some kind of a positive affirmation face with a kiss. I'm fucking fapping. He's fapping right now. Unironically, incredible stuff. So hard to your goddess body.
2023.
Wow. I'm going to be legal the next time you fuck me.
2019. I took this
No more underage pussy, Daddy. Good. Now I can tear you apart in public. What the fuck? You guys are so weird.
video of our conversation because in the moment that I found
I love you, but I love being a minor, getting fucked by you. Wait, You're the one who said that. You're the one who said it. She's the one who initiates the I love being a minor getting fucked by you. It's weird that they have these conversations, but the age gap isn't inappropriate, so it doesn't really matter. It's just incredibly cringe. You're still my minoring. Oh, shh. No matter what, gorgeous. Wow, you're both fucking weird. You seem to really be into this weird minor thing too. So
found it. I didn't recognize my old phone number, and I thought that I had.
I miss you,
caught
DDY daddy. Oh my god, perfection.
Lex texting.
I'm so full of love for you. That's what he said. Fill me up with your love. I'm going to put it all in your perfect pussy. Make me a child. I would sell my soul
Another minor.
to have you something right now. I'm so hard for you. That's how badly I want your dick. I worship you and something and your pure body or something. I can't really read that. It's hard to read because she said she's poor, so I can't really. It's she's poor, so she can't afford good editing software. Not her fault. Oh wait, it's better now. It was on my end, fellas. It was on my end. I worship you in your body.
Another minor.
Mwah, daddy, I'm so tired. Take my dick and keep it. Tired and in love. I would sleep with you in me. I'd ball you up and put you in my pussy. Stepbrothers. I want that. I asked for that. But daddy said no because people get stuck or whatever. And I listened to daddy because that's what... Dude, I'm tired of reading. This is gross. You're my treasure. God, I need you forever. Next, this is just cringe. You guys are clearly in a relationship, sexting with each other. I'm yours, you're mine, of course, blah, blah, grr, shove your dick in my mouth, I miss you, take me, blah, 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 blah. You guys are gross, nasty motherfuckers.
Thought I caught him sexting another.
Daddy, I love you. I love you so much.
Girl, just like he did.
But I'm so sleepy. I brushed my teethies already too. See, it didn't work out. We were on a roll there. I'm ready to have wet dreams about you. God, I love you. Sleep, my child. I must serve your body by my cum. Take my offering. Pick for proof if you want, Daddy. I miss you. Wow, this is incredible. It's almost like it's like a theater. It's like a theater play that we're having right now. Oh my god.
To me, but in reality.
Okay. I don't know what possessed me to do that. Oh my god, I'm bald. Incredible stuff. Mwah, mwah, mwah. All right, we're done. I'm done watching. I'm done reading all this and watching it. This is fucking... I mean, I'm gonna watch it. I'm done narrating this. Let's just go. You don't like this musical? It's called two young people of a consensual age range being cringe, and one whinging about it.
Of Lex texting an underage girl, that was me. Kinda ironic how that happened. Finding these text messages on Lex's phone felt weird to me because even I don't have those text messages. It didn't make sense to me why Lex would keep them.
Why didn't you have them?
And I didn't understand why he had them saved for so long.
Saved? I mean, I just don't delete my text messages. So maybe he just didn't delete his text messages. I don't know.
Until I realized that...
Oh, he was a pedophile. That's what the answer is going to be.
He's probably keeping them because predators like to keep trophies of the victims.
Or he just doesn't delete his text messages. These fucking trophies is crazy.
Keeping stuff like this is definitely a trophy, and it's definitely a trophy of him to himself, proving that he groomed me. That
Okay, gotcha.
Conversation is probably one of the last sexting conversations we ever had as I was a minor, which is why he wanted to keep it. It's
Or because he just didn't delete it. Which
he kept it because he wanted to fucking jerk off to it. He's a fucking predator.
What the hell are you talking about? Okay. What the hell are you talking about? Also, if he had just like saved some of it because he wanted, I don't know, dude. Like I deleted them a while ago, but there was a time where I had some nudes from my old partners and I looked at them from time to time. Then I got older and I'm like, you know what? Like it's time to delete them. But like I wasn't a predator. Or maybe oh my god, I groomed all those girls. Oh my god. It doesn't mean that he's a fucking predator, bro. What the hell?
It's one of the last times I took advantage of me while I was a child. Lex says that
you
this phone number also that he can't.
Thank you so much for $5 from Unknown Freaks. Here's my money since you didn't read my last super chat. Much love. Oh, what the fuck? What did you say, dog? I don't even know that. I'm so sorry. What did you say? What did you? Oh, I'm so sorry, man. I've missed it.
Find it or that he can't find these messages. Lex also confirmed in his own Google document that this was my old phone number by including the screenshot of him texting me on my old number. The screenshot he provided even has a date of the conversation.
I don't really care if it's true that that's your number because it doesn't matter.
Going back to September 20th, 2018. The video on my phone that I provided also goes down to October 2018, meaning that I am 17 years old in both pieces of evidence provided by Lex and myself. In Lex's video, he claims that he cannot find any of the text messages between him and my old phone number relating to the minoring and the 5G accusation.
The minoring. That happened around the time of the fappening.
But once again, Lex makes a mistake by, in a separate section of his video, towards the end, confirms that he's lying about not being able to find these messages because Lex shows another unbefore-seen text message of the same old number of mine. Lex showed this image of the same old number, meaning that whatever is said in this conversation is me as a minor, and it was one of the last few things that I said to Lex as a minor. Lex still has these messages, and he still has these trophies of me because he wants to keep them. Lex is lying by
because he wants to keep them. He wants to keep them because he's a predator. He's a predator guy, apparently.
Saying that he cannot find these text messages on his phone. He proved that he's lying by showing the screenshot. Lex wrote over this message saying, "Why would an abuse victim make their abuse situation their phone background?" And proceeds to show a text message of that number talking
because I was groomed
about how I put a photo of Lex and I from my whole high school homecoming on the back of my phone. Wrapping up this
Did you go home? You know, I'm not even gonna finish the joke. Too inappropriate.
Minor stuff with Lex and how he liked me when I was a little girl. I wanted to add
didn't like you when you were a little girl. Guess we're the 3-year age gap. Chill the fuck out.
That is very obvious by how Lex talked to me and by how Lex made me represent myself that Lex likes little girls. He enjoyed the mannerisms.
I mean, I would imagine that I just don't see it. He doesn't seem to have a thing for little girls. He would have had sexual conversations with that 13-year-old then, and said he cried like a bitch to her about how sad he was because you guys were no longer together. He's pathetic, but he doesn't seem to like actual little girls. So I don't know what to tell you. He also wanted to stay with you, and you seem to be the one that broke up the relationship, no? So then, like, why would he want to stay with you then if you're getting older? You know, he didn't Leonardo DiCaprio you, so.
A little girl, and he liked how I made him feel. That is why, as I got older, Lex started to go for girls younger than me. Lex went out of his way to target younger girls because it would continue to fuel his sexual fantasies in a way that—
Cool, can you show us that? Can you show us some proof of that?
I no longer could now that I was growing into an adult.
Didn't you talk to a 17-year-old when you were 21? Like, maybe you're doing that.
After confirming his past with a 13-year-old fangirl, Lex talked—
Well, just to be clear, we didn't confirm anything. There was no sexual conversation that was had or even alleged. There was an offhanded comment that she made where she said something along the lines of, like, he said he wanted to have somebody to, like, I don't know, visit a fan or something in fucking Ireland. Okay, that could be something. But she never substantiated that claim, so I need a little more than that. What the hell's happening?
About other young girls that he was caught texting. Lex claims that he did not target any of the young girls, or that he does not target young girls in general. But all of these girls that Lex went after had something in common. They
well, what other girl are we talking about?
were all freshly turned 18-year-olds.
Okay, cool. They're 18. Don't care. Guess what, guys? Don't give a fuck. 18-year-olds are legal adults. Do not care. Do not care that he talked to 18-year-old girls. Do not care. I'm not a freshly 18 kind of guy. Okay, now me personally, I like tortoise with a little hair, a little sag in them. It's just me personally. But I don't care that, what, like a 24-year-old wants to fuck an 18-year-old. I do not give a shit. It does not matter to me.
It is easy for you to say that you weren't targeting them, but your track record is showing proof of multiple young girls, all barely the age of 18 years old. Like, show some screenshots from my Google.
Just barely. I was barely legal when George not found to touch my... When we cuddled, I was barely legal. I just turned 18 6 months ago.
Document, but make sure that they are blurry enough so that you guys cannot actually see what he is saying to this 18-year-old girl over the dating app Bumble. Here are the
he said something to an 18-year-old girl. Oh, fuck, officer. He's over there.
Messages again so that you guys can read them better. In these messages, Lex is called—
Uh-oh, he's gonna flirt with an 18-year-old girl? We need to make sure we look at that, guys. Ruh-roh, Raggy.
calling this girl his goddess and telling her that he would be more than happy to live with her and provide for her. Lex's first message to this girl on Bumble was, "Baby, I live in Vancouver. I will be yours. You are a goddess. Please, my princess sweetie girl.
Oh, weirdo.
I will do anything for you."
He seems to have more of a goddess thing than he does a little kid thing.
"I want marriage now." This is Lex trying to love bomb a young girl, speaking to her in a way that he knew he could get away with.
Oh my god, he was love bombing her, or he's super fucking cringe. Holy fuck.
Because that's how he spoke to me. Lex doesn't live in Vancouver, and he was trying to lure this young girl out to a potential Airbnb in Vancouver, the same way that Lex would lure me
It's gonna lure them
out to Airbnbs in California. It is very obvious that Lex speaks so confidently like this to a teenage girl because he already had history with another teenage girl that
She was 18. The fuck are you talking about? Dingus? The hell? This is lagging. Thank you so much for the $20 from Lucas. What's the character she dropped in the video today on purpose? Oh, what's the chance she dropped the video today on purpose? So he's forced to respond. The BO6 beta literally came out today. He's a COD YouTuber. I don't know. It sounds like a new game dropped. And you're like, hey, maybe she did it intentionally, so he'd have to respond instead of play a cool video game. I don't know. Maybe. I have no fucking idea. This could be possible. Thank you for $5 from Cade. All he said was, all this is he said. She said no evidence. I don't think it's an abuse victim who was groomed would crack humor so lightly about how she was groomed. I mean, they might. Depends on the person, but not really convinced they were groomed.
He groomed and isolated. Lex knew that he got away with it once before, and he was trying to do it again. This time through the means of a dating app rather than social media. The text messages that Lex Adrian I once sent to this young girl on Bumble on his first impressions of speaking to her are gross to read. It is very obvious what he is doing when he tells young girls stuff like, "You are so perfect. I really want to become best of friends and then marry you." It is
don't care. They are an adult. When you're telling me that a popular dating app that vets their people on there pretty well. I would say decently well, probably. You're telling me that he's predarizing a child through there? Like, what's going on there, doggy?
What's going on there, doggy? What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Shay?
obvious that he is typing to these girls with his dick in his hand. In these text messages Lex sent to this 18-year-old.
Oh no, who cares? I used to do that too. He's a shit. His dick is in his hand if he's talking to girls on fucking Tinder or whatever. Why does that fucking matter to anybody?
Girl. He also mentions texting her on Telegram. Lex gave her his Telegram so that he could exchange.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Why does everybody want to be the poster child for fucking grooming? Like, I feel like if you were groomed, you probably don't want to be the poster child for that. You're probably like, I don't want to talk about it. Why would you want to be the poster child for this? It seems a little, the clinical term is sussy-wussy. I don't understand.
Private dirty messages with her. I contacted the girl myself and asked her if she would be able to show me the Telegram messages, to which she confirmed that Lex deleted the Telegram messages because he knew there was something to hide.
Sorry, what age was she?
These girls with his dick in his hand. In these text messages Lex sent to this 18-year-old girl.
Oh, then I don't care.
He also mentions texting her on Telegram. Lex gave
Oh, so why would I care about the Telegram messages?
her his Telegram so that
she's 18 years old.
He could exchange private dirty messages with her. I contacted the girl myself.
I contacted the girl myself. I'm a fucking investigator. The lawyer said I should do this, by the way.
And asked her if she would be able to show me the Telegram messages, to which she confirmed that Lex deleted the Telegram messages because
Who cares?
he knew there was something to hide.
Oh, yeah, maybe he sent his dick to her. That's something to hide. Like, who gives a shit? If it's consensual, I don't care. Like, why would she even play ball with that? What is she, fucking weird?
Even though Lex had deleted the Telegram messages between him and this 18-year-old girl, she was kind enough to send me this video of Lex. Lex sent her this video because she asked him to send a video of him touching his lip to prove that he was actually the YouTuber with over 2 million subscribers that he advertised himself on Bumble.
Okay, so what? Just fucking... He's just selling himself, baby.
On top of this 18-year-old girl that Lex was trying to lure over Bumble, there are 2 other 18-year-old girls that I caught Lex texting and was made aware of.
Oh my, you caught him texting 18-year-old girls? Oh, shit! I'm gonna fucking die. That's terrible. This guy needs to be locked up.
Could have been more 18-year-old girls, but I don't know. Here's a screenshot.
Hey guys, I got him talking to fucking 18-year-old girls. Guys, we got him. I caught him talking to 18-year-old girls. That's pretty much it for him. He had a thing for 18-year-old girls on Bumble.
That I included in my second Google document where Lex is seen wishing a girl happy 18th birthday. In Lex's video, he claims that he messaged the
Yeah, my understanding is that like that she met that person through like Bumble or whatever and said happy 18th birthday because like she had said it in her profile. Okay, cool. She's 18 now. It's not like he knew her from when she was younger and was like trying to fucking rape her or something. Who gives a shit?
girl happy 18th birthday because it was in her social media bio.
Okay, probably.
Okay, her birthday's in her social media bio. That's fine. But how did you get her number in the first place?
She probably messaged him on Bumble.
How did you have a 17-year-old girl's number on standby? No.
What? The fuck are you talking about? What?
Girl has her number in her bio. And
my understanding is that that was from Bumble, no? She gave it to him, and then they reintroduced the conversation? I don't know.
Even if her birthday was on her bio on social media, why didn't you just wish her a happy birthday on that social media? Why did you have to text her on iMessage? Your excuse doesn't make sense, Lex. Lex was...
Again, my understanding was that like he met her on like on a dating app, and that's just that's just like a conversation starter to talk to her. I don't understand. How do you think that he got it? What's the insinuation here? Oh, the insinuation is that he had it already, so he must have been grooming her or something. Okay.
24 years old, texting a 17-year-old girl, and then wishing her...
What is this? How old is this message?
A happy 18th birthday, immediately followed up by, I'd love to take you out for some real food, proving...
Oh, which means that he wanted to rape her.
think that Lex did prey on this girl. Lex says that he never went after young girls and never specifically targeted them, yet this screenshot from his own phone is proof that he does.
It's not really proof of anything. You're speculating. My understanding, and I could be wrong. I'm okay with being wrong. Okay. My understanding is that like he had messaged her on a dating app first, and then he found out about that, or he saw that, and that's what he broke the ice with when he started a new conversation with her, which is I think is common to have awkward conversation refreshers. Generally speaking, when you move over from like a dating app to like a phone number, at least I've been there, so I mean I kind of get it. But again, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what he had said, at least, even if he's lying. I don't know. What? He's 26 now? I don't give a shit. He's talking to a fucking adult. Like how old was he when he was doing that? When he was talking to 18? It doesn't even matter. But thank you for the small gut, Kate. I appreciate that. He's into adults. He's done for it. True.
Knew her age, he knew that she was young, and that's why he offered to take her out. It is clear that he does not care about these girls' personalities or anything else about that.
Well, I mean, he doesn't, because he dated you, and you have none. Holy fuck.
He only cares about their age, because their age to them brings value to Lex. Lex also has this ideation.
Oh my god, he's Leonardo DiCaprio.
That if you're young, you're a virgin. And Lex sexualizes virgins, and he specifically is going after girls who he thinks are virgins.
Why do you think this? What is the evidence of any of this?
The 18-year-old girl that I'm aware of that Lex went for, preyed on, and targeted is a girl on Instagram. This girl had freshly turned 18 years old, and Lex was seen sliding in her DMs, asking if she was in town.
Okay, he's horny. Cool.
Lex didn't include this girl in his video response because he knows he's guilty of what he did. The way I found out about this girl is because somebody messaged me on Instagram, sending me a screenshot of Lex texting this 18-year-old girl, asking her if she lived in Victoria. The person who sent me the screenshot warned me and said, she's like freshly 18. I don't know if you know him, but shit is kinda sussy. You can even see from her profile.
It's kinda sussy.
That she looks very young. None of the girls that Lex ever went for and attempted to date were 20 years old, like he says in his video. In the text
I don't remember him saying that. Don't care. They're 18. Don't give a shit.
messages I just showed, Lex asked out all 3 of these 18-year-old girls and asked them if they were available to date him. With a third, you can see in his message, he says, are you in Victoria right now? Right now is in, let's go do something together right now. Lex wasn't interested in getting to know her personality or anything. That's why he didn't ask her about—
How do you get to know somebody? I'm just confused. I've never dated before. Do you hang out with them? What do you do? I don't understand.
How her day was going. His first message to this girl is, are you available right now? Lex
Maybe they're prostitutes. I don't know.
knows that because of his history of dating a minor, going after girls who are younger now is a bad look for him. That is why Lex is trying
It's not, because you guys we're in a fine age range. Don't care.
so hard to fight the truth, and he's trying so hard to make me seem like the liar. Lex also says at some point—
You're both the way. To be absolutely honest with you, because I'm 34, and as I get older, I get older and crankier. Let's be real here. I think that you're both just annoying and dumb. That is the basis of my thought on this, is that you're both annoying, you're both dumb, you're both immature, and you both need to grow the fuck up, and you both need to move on. That's how I interpret this situation. There's 2 truths, you know what I mean? Like, both of them are telling truth, both of them are probably telling lies in some capacity. You shut the fuck up. That's how I'm at. Whatever middle ground might happen, there's nothing provable. This whole rape thing, you're out of your fucking element with that. You're out of your fucking mind. And to just move on, you know? It's just fucking crazy.
Point in his video that if any of these girls were actually underage, that they would have come out by now. First of all, a girl that you talked to when she was 13 years old has came out. Second of all,
Oh my god.
a girl who was 16 years old has also come out. That girl being me.
Oh yeah, well, he was 19, so.
Third of all, reading comprehension
I think that their age gap was like 2.5 years too, so I guess he might have even been 18 in some of those instances.
is very important because I never said that these girls were underage in my document. I called them young girls. I said
Yeah, you keep trying to take the energy of this person sleeping with children, but applying it to 18-year-old girls. It's fucking crazy stuff. It's absolute insane work.
that they were freshly turned 18-year-old girls.
Freshly
which is proven.
18.
I never said that they were minors. I
Proven.
never said that they were underage.
You're trying to grasp the energy from him exploiting it like a mind children, and apply it onto him talking to 18-year-old girls. Just to be clear, that's what you're trying to do, and it can work online sometimes because we're fucking brain dead in some of the ways that we talk. Like, I agree, when you have 30-year-old red pillars, like, talking about 18-year-olds, they're so fresh, and it's fucking weird, man. And it's definitely, I think, generally, like, what do you have in common with that person? But they are a legal adult. But now we're talking about somebody that's in their early 20s talking to 18-year-olds on Bumble, and you're trying to make it seem like he's going after 18-year-olds. For all we know, he was also talking to fucking 19 and 20-year-olds, and you're just not showing that. I don't know. I don't care. I don't give a shit.
age. Fourth of all, shouldn't Lex's logic of, oh, the victims would have come out by now if they exist, also apply to me too? Lex sat there in his video and accused me of having a relationship.
Are you ever going to talk about how you raped and groomed a 17-year-old boy for penis? That's your logic, not mine.
With 5 minors as I'm an adult. Not one supposed victim has come forward on your allegations and your claims, even though it has been 2 weeks and even though your video has amassed 2 million views by now. No one has come forward because the allegations Lex has made about me are simply not true.
Oh, the 17-year-old boy that you wrote in your diary about? Seems like it's true. I don't care because, I mean, 17, 21, don't think it's a particularly bad age range. You could disagree with me, be my guest. I know things are changing as people get older, and that's totally fine. But yeah, do not care. But by your logic, that's what you did.
Finding out that Lex was texting these young girls really hurt to see. I had lived through him grooming me and him taking away my teen years. I couldn't understand why grooming one girl wasn't enough for Lex. I knew deep down that
he was grooming the 18-year-olds. This is fucking crazy.
Fetishized me being underage when he was with me while I was underage, but I didn't ever really want to admit it when I was growing up into an adult. Lex liking kids was never something I ever wanted to acknowledge or admit to myself. I was scared of that reality. I also had a hard time admitting to myself that he took advantage of me when I was a minor, because when I was that age, I thought I knew everything. I thought I knew the guy I was dating. I thought he meant it when he told me I was mature for my age.
What about your parents? What do they think? What is it that they were thinking at that time? How come they let you get groomed? What the hell's wrong with them? You have abusive parents. You gotta. Sounds like you have pretty shitty parents, by your logic, not mine. I don't care.
I thought he meant it when he told me he was going to take care of me and provide me a life. I thought he meant it when he told me he was going to marry me and live with me happily ever after.
Yeah, isn't it crazy that sometimes relationships change? Oh my god, that's fucking crazy. You know, I don't think I'm the only person that's been with somebody that's like, I want to be with you forever, and then you didn't. It's just how relationships work. It's pretty crazy.
Now I'm gonna get into the blackmailing, exploitation,
and shit. Did he say the N-word? What happened?
Abuse allegations that Lex Adrian Iwan has made against me. Throughout Lex's video, it is very clear that he's willing to lie and manipulate.
There's more? Oh, this isn't even halfway done. Holy fuck.
Conversations and hope to make me look bad. For starters, he shows text messages in his video at 4 minutes and 26 seconds, claiming that I was blackmailing him after I found out he was texting teenagers again. And at 9 minutes and 10 seconds...
Well, I could believe that, considering you're having a fucking meltdown over him talking to 18-year-old girls.
Into his video, he brings up me blackmailing him in order for him to not leave me for other girls. This is completely false. I didn't care if Lex ever left me for other girls. What I did care about was him trying to
groom these other girls. I'm a saint. I'm a savior.
Groom and abuse other young girls.
I'm a savior.
I wanted to stop that. I didn't want
I was trying to stop that, and so I jumped on the bullet. That is MrTLexify. If he would just rape me every day, then maybe I could save a couple of 18-year-old girls from consensual sex. And that's my fucking life. I'm like the person from Doctor Who stayed behind to watch that thing. It's an obscure reference that I don't even understand. But somebody will like that a lot and go, Papa Gut, I love that show. Maybe I'll watch it one day. Anyway, what the fuck are you talking about, Martyr?
Lex to continue his history that he had with me on other girls. Lex does this in an attempt to cover up the cheating allegations that everybody brought up from this Instagram post in
Okay, check it out. I don't really care about the cheating allegations. Cheating's bad, guys. Oh, holy fuck, hot take. Probably shouldn't do it. I don't really care about that. To be honest with you, more interested in the whole, false pedophilic stuff is a little more important to me.
2019. I made this Instagram post when I was 18 years old. I just turned 18 years old, and I found out that Lex was cheating on me because I went through his phone. And when I went through his phone, the cheating
weren't you both cheating on each other?
Messages went back to years and years because he didn't clean his phone. He didn't decide to delete the messages with him with those girls.
Why do you think he did that? So that you'd see it, so that he can emotionally manipulate you, right? Isn't it interesting? Because him not going back and scrubbing the supposed cheating, wouldn't that just communicate that he's an idiot that leaves everything on his phone? Because you're trying to make it seem like before he had text messages from you where you were sexting from years ago and he kept it as a trophy. But now you're showing us that he's stupid. He just doesn't delete stuff on his phone. So which one is it?
I made that Instagram post when I was very sad and upset, but because Lex is my abuser and my groomer, he knew how to manipulate me back into a relationship with him. And we continued dating after he sent me a couple of apologies. While Lex admits that yes, he was texting other girls in 2019 as he was dating me, and he does confirm that he did cheat on me as I was a minor, Lex uses messages of me from 2023, last year, to try and spin his cheating on me. Lex is trying to make it seem like I was going...
Who's worse, Katie Bugs or this girl? Probably this girl. I don't care. I don't know. They're both annoying as shit. They're both conventionally attractive girls that feel like they can get away with saying anything on the internet.
But us ugly guys need to fight back. Fuck you, bitch.
I'm a silly little goose sometimes. We have fun.
going to expose him
We have fun at your expense here.
for leaving me. The few text
That sounded a little shitty, sorry.
messages Lex decides to show are clearly not full images and they're clearly manipulated. You can tell so because of the occasional I message that's in between each text message. If you guys are not aware, when you delete messages from a while ago, instead of putting the date that the messages happened, they replace it with the word I message above the time differences. If Lex supposedly has nothing to hide, why did you go through great efforts of deleting
I don't know what you're saying or if that's true.
text messages
It doesn't seem to matter. Because we're beyond the pedophilic stuff. Now we're just gooning for content.
between us to fabricate different conversations? While it looks like I'm blackmailing Lex in the images he manipulates, he conveniently left out that before these messages even occurred,
Oh,
before I retaliated
shit. He conveniently leaves out that he's a white man.
for myself, Lex had been blackmailing me for a couple months by threatening me to take away the roof over my head to an apartment that both of our names were on. I only started retaliating back to Lex when I realized that he was
Why were you living there if you were broken up? I'm confused.
also threatening me and also blackmailing me so easily. Lex was threatening me with something that my name was legally on and something that he could legally not threaten me with. Lex could not so easily.
You never showed me love. You were always in blah, 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 blah. I can barely wake up because I still live in fear of being kicked out. I'm so mentally drained. It hurts so much. Baby, you're not going to get kicked out. I'm going to pay for the lease until May, even if I don't end up living there. Okay, please relax and be calm. What the hell's even happening here? You're genuinely a fucking whore. I hope you realize that. Such a lowball move to even have somebody in your back pocket. Fuck off. I'm not paying the next month's rent until you tell me who the fuck is going on. I can't even trust you. You actually... Okay, so you cheated on him and he was paying the rent. He's like, I'm not going to pay the rent unless you tell me who's cheating on... Who gives a shit? This is fucking stupid. What is this supposed to communicate? That you're both cheating on each other? Whoa! Fucking crazy. How could it come?
Lex was threatening me with something that my name was legally on.
He was threatening you to say he's not going to pay for it. Pay for it yourself, pussy. That's what it says. Why would you constantly threaten me then and constantly threaten to kick me out if you knew that? Because I don't like paying $6,500 US every month for somebody that isn't me, over 65% of what I make every month. Damn! $6,500 a month? Shit, the fuck did you live? What the fuck?
On and something that he could legally not threaten me with. Lex could not legally ever kick me out of my own apartment, and he knew that. Lex
He wasn't saying that. He said he wasn't going to pay for it. He was so you can say there if you can afford it.
used his threats as a tactic to scare me and a tactic for me to act how he wanted me to act, even though we weren't dating at the time. I'd like to address
Then why the fuck was this asshole paying for you to live somewhere? What a loser. Holy fuck. Lex, you are a fucking loser, baby.
the way that Lex and I started living with each other. Lex
And he
claims
only made $10K a month? Get your fucking money up, COD, a loser zombie boy.
that I wanted to live with him
Sorry.
because he had a nice apartment now, but the truth is that our living circumstances were abnormal. Lex needed me to have his apartment. Since Lex is a Canadian citizen and he didn't have a visa to be in the United States, Lex could only stay in the US for 3 months at a time, or else he had a chance of being deported back to Canada and denied back entry into America. This is important to remember because Lex says throughout his video that he could not be here because of his dog or something, or he could not be here because of something happening in Canada, but in reality, Lex could not be in the United States because he
Got it. Green card relationship. Okay.
reached his limit of 3 months and he could no longer legally be here. Lex knew this and he still knowingly lived with me and lived in an apartment where he knew I was going to be living there 9 months alone. For Lex to even be able to rent his apartment in Los
Yeah, it sounds like he made a stupid idiot decision, but it doesn't seem he was like threatening you in this way where, I don't know, dude, he was paying for an apartment. He's like, I'm not going to pay for it anymore. I don't give a shit. What does that matter?
Angeles, California, he needed a social security number and somebody with a good credit score. As a Canadian citizen, Lex did not have a social security number.
How'd you have a good credit score? I thought you were poor.
Lex used my social security number on his applications for
fuck.
everything related to this apartment. My name was even on the lease and I had to sign multiple papers for Lex to be able to lease the apartment. All of the utility bills for the apartment were under my name because you need a social security number for those too. It was never that I wanted to live with Lex because the apartment was nice all of a sudden. It was that Lex was using my information to lease an apartment and
Just to be clear, both of these things can be true. You're pretending like you didn't want to live in the apartment. It seems like you got a free apartment to live in, and he got somebody to, I don't know, lease it out so that made it easier for whatever process he was in. I don't know why you think that, like, why would we believe that both of these can't be true at the same time? I don't really understand your logic.
and that my name was on the apartment and that legally that apartment was also mine. Lex invited me to live with him. Lex could not have
Well, legally it's not yours. You both are leasing it, so just to be clear.
that apartment without me. Lex claims that I blackmailed him to exploit him and proceeds to show purchases that Lex made on me that were entirely consensual and that he bought with his own willpower. As
Oh shit, those are part of his grooming tactic by buying gifts. Remember that? That's crazy.
stated before, Lex promised to pay for my lifestyle as a way for him to isolate me more. Lex's poor
Lex promised to pay for my lifestyle.
My bougie lifestyle, so that he can have me to himself. You're telling me that Lex treated you well, in at least this instance, to try to keep you around? Holy fuck. I'm gonna have to call my wife and tell her that I've been grooming the fuck out of her by spoiling her with lots of gifts and loves. This is getting a little out of control, guys. I'm finding out that I've groomed and raped my own wife. This is fucking crazy.
Financial decisions are not my fault. Lex has proven to me multiple times as we dated that he is poor with money. Lex would spend absurd amount of money on Airbnbs and hotels just so that he could have a nice place to have sex with me. Lex would spend absurd amount of money.
Shit. I guess he's learned not to spend that much money on that pussy.
On food, alcohol, marijuana, and would spend absurd amount of money on pornography, as well as gamble his own money on
I feel that, brother. I feel that, man. You gotta get back under control, doggy boy.
crypto. Lex's experience with gambling his money on crypto is the reason that he has gone broke so many times. Lex even admits it himself in these DMs, confessing
He seems to have an addiction problem. Yeah, that's sad stuff, man. That sucks.
that he was actually broke to me, and he lost all of his money due to a crypto downfall in Dogecoin or something. Then in his video, Lex went over the pornography claims, saying that I'm lying about him buying OnlyFans. I'm assuming that Lex didn't want to admit his purchases on OnlyFans and Shutterfly.
Probably not. His audience would have been like, wow, what a simp. Ew. Kind of, but okay. Like, my man's got a porn addiction. It gets you young, man. I remember when I was like 13 years old, I was in my mother's home office at White Castle jerking off. And then I got caught because they were monitoring the computers. They told their boss, they're like, someone's been looking at fucking porn. And he wouldn't say who it was because he didn't want anybody to get in trouble. He's like, I'll take care of it. I asked my mother. My mother was like, what? He's like, is your son jerking off the porn? I got caught. And they had to laugh about it. Silly stuff. But, you know, especially back then, you start out, you're looking at boobies, and then you're looking at some wild shit just down a rabbit hole. First, you're like, this is disgusting. 2 girls, 1 cup. Ew. And then all of a sudden, it's been 2 hours, and you can't seem to finish, so you find something extreme. Oh, my God. Fucking going crazy today. I'm having too much fun today. Being a little too silly. Sorry about that, guys. That was a little bit of a sussy story. But it's okay.
And Patreon and Fansly because he doesn't want to be exposed as a porn addict, or possibly using this as a way to lie to his current girlfriend so that she doesn't find out. Nonetheless, I'll double down again and show proof and talk about how, as I was dating Lex was buying a plethora of OnlyFans.
Plethora. I like to pronounce it plethora. I feel like it rolls off the tongue better.
Fansly's, and Patreons. Lex had been buying OnlyFans memberships since 2022, and he was purchasing pornography from girls who were advertising themselves as freshly turned 18-year-olds.
Shut the fuck up! You're annoying as shit.
Or women who advertise themselves with teenage aesthetics. Since Lex didn't.
Bro, I don't. What do you mean? You were like going and you were trying to find all the ones that were like freshly 18. Blah, blah, blah. I don't even know if I believe that. There are some OnlyFans girls that will do that. It's a weird tactic. They're 18 for fucking 5 years until they get too old to be 18, and then they just pretty much stop making content. Okay. Again, not really into those ones. You know, it's consensual. If I was, or they're an adult. If I was, I'd be fine. But I'm not, because I told you what I like before. Okay, tortas. Okay.
Show the evidence I have of him buying OnlyFans, Fansly, and Patreons. I'll show it again. I also took this video of me clicking on one of the Fansly subscriptions that Lex had in his emails, only to find out that Lex had deactivated the account sometime before coming to see me. If you guys
oh no, maybe he's trying to get over his porn addiction. Doesn't seem like you're very supportive.
still don't believe me after seeing those photos that
I don't care. Like, that's the thing. Who gives a shit that this guy has a fucking porn addiction? I'm not his mother. I don't know why the mom would, but you get my point.
Lex is the one who is buying pornography and that he is buying a lot of it. Here are some screenshots of Lex's bank statements during the months of January, February, and
Why do you have all this information of his bank statements? Did you get this legally? What the fuck?
March 2023. These bank statements show exactly how much money Lex was spending on OnlyFans, Fansly, and Patreon, as well as the occasional Shutterfly for photo packages
What the hell's a Shutterfly?
of girls that he was talking to.
I'm asking for a friend. No, what the fuck is a Shutterfly? Is that like just another like porn thing?
The statements also show that Lex was going negative every month, and Lex was somehow managing to spend $30,000 a month every month. He was spending this money to fuel his lavish lifestyle.
Oh yeah, she was like, "There's no." I think she made that claim originally. He's like, "There's no way I would spend that much," and then I don't care if he did. That's his addiction, not mine. I don't give a fuck.
To support his bad addictions on porn, marijuana, and fast food. The night I found
Any normal adult take this to the police instead of on here. Well, this is the thing, is that like she said she's going to. She's a lawyer, but there's no way that she has a case whatsoever, and so she has to bring it onto here. It's the court of public appeal, or an opinion. At this point, like, she has no real career that matters. Like, she's an OnlyFans prostitute. She can do whatever she wants, and she'll get attention, and people will click on her fucking link. She probably knows that. So it's probably partially about that, partially ruining his career, partially because I think she's convinced herself that, like, some of what she's saying, or all of what she's saying is true, even though, like, some of it is, but it's not, the bombshell she wants it to be. That's pretty much it, man.
out that Lex was going after barely legal teen girls, as well as paying
Barely legal teen girls, whoa!
For pornography from teen girls was the same night that Lex put his hands around my neck for the second time, as I stated in my Google document. At 9 minutes and 42 seconds into his video, Lex...
Oh yeah, I just remember there seemed to be like mutual back and forth physical altercations. From what I remember last time, I don't remember all the specifics. So correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I came to the conclusion that like he might have been potentially engaging in reactive abuse to her, like having to defend himself from her. So
finally addressed the abuse allegations that I have against him, but he uses more lies in a way to manipulate his evidence to better
More
fit his
lies.
narrative. Lex doesn't acknowledge the first time he put his hands around my neck on March 14th, 2021. Lex
sexually
manipulates his evidence by using conversations from 2020 to 2023, while simultaneously using a receipt from a $12,000 Airbnb in 2021.
$12,000. What the fuck is wrong with you people? Do you guys know how to get a deal?
While Lex did in fact put his hands on me and choke me last year in 2023, it did not happen at the Airbnb he is claiming it happened at. It happened in our apartment in Hollywood, Los Angeles. The $12,000 receipt on an Airbnb is a receipt for the Airbnb in Coronado, California that Lex stayed at during 2021 for 3 months. This is the Airbnb that Lex first choked me in. Lex cannot physically prove that we were at this Airbnb last year in 2023, like he claims, because we were not. Lex claims that I was abusing him so bad or something in his video, and even says that he could not leave because he was broke after spending $12,000 on an Airbnb, and he was away.
I mean, that might be true. You just told us how broke he was. So.
Away from his home country of Canada. That is when Lex also tries to add in that I went on to destroy the Airbnb. Both of these claims are false. In my Google document, I give a more in-depth telling of what happened the night that Lex first choked me. I also included some photos of myself crying during the aftermath of being domestically abused.
Is this a filter? I'm sorry. I'm sitting here playing a fucking game. I got choked out tonight. I just wish somebody would hold me. And you have a fucking Gatorade filter over this, and you want me to take this seriously? What the fuck? You know what the one allegation I'll say is one thing that's probably happening? Lex probably subscribes to this girl's OnlyFans. He's probably some sick fuck. You loser. You fucking creep. He probably subscribed to this fucking woman's OnlyFans, jerking off to it, crying, you fucking loser. Yes, and it's a filter. I don't understand why you would put a filter, a Gatorade filter over this. False grooming allegations brought to you by Gatorade. Incredible stuff. LeBron James. Incredible. I love it.
Abused. In my document I wrote, no fight will ever compare to the one that we had on the night of March 14th, 2021. This was the night that Lex first choked me by my neck with his bare hands. On March 14th, 2021.
He has a whole bear's hands? It's crazy.
Lex and I were going at it verbally. I was rolling a joint on a tray and sitting down on a couch of the Airbnb. Lex was getting heated with me as I was calmly rolling my tray. And during the argument, Lex stopped mid-sentence and goes, "That's my weed. I paid for that."
That's my marijuana. I paid for that.
Lex lunged forward to me and proceeded
That's how he sounds to me.
to try to take the tray out of my hands. He fought with me for about 5 seconds before the tray inevitably broke in half. I threw the broken tray at Lex's back out of self-defense since he had just lunged at me, which
But if he was turned around, why would it be self-defense? I don't understand.
caused Lex to turn around and tackle me to the ground. My 6'1" boyfriend, Lex Adrian Iwan Clista,
It seems a little bit weird when you're like, he grabbed I went to smoke his weed, he grabbed the tray out of my hand, or he grabbed the weed from me, then I threw something at his back in self-defense. That doesn't sound like self-defense. How do you throw something at somebody's back in self-defense?
tackled me to the ground, sat on top of me, and put both of his hands around my neck. I will never forget the look in Lex's eyes as he spent multiple seconds choking me out with the look of pure anger in his face. My vision got blurry, and I was starting to lose my ability to breathe.
I might be true. Again, this sounds like a back and forth abusive scenario. So
closed my eyes for a moment, and that's
not
when Lex
good,
got off me.
guys.
After that, I recorded myself on Snapchat, crying, trying to process that my boyfriend had just put his hands on me.
You don't really look that sad.
I have a witness that night who comforted me after I expressed to them that I was just physically abused by my boyfriend.
I liked it better with the LeBron James Gatorade filter on, though.
Lex lies in his video and claims that my story about him choking me is false because there was no marijuana in the Airbnb since it is not allowed. Here's an image of the marijuana that flew all over the floor when Lex snatched the rolling tray out of my hand.
Damn, there was actually marijuana there, dude. He got him on that.
Would smoke in Airbnbs with me, even despite no smoke.
It's just so hard because there's been so many, like the narrative that she's pushing is just provably so dishonest and like disingenuous. How am I going to believe this one? You know what I mean? Like, if you lie about one thing, what else are you lying about? So to me, it's like we have a toxic relationship between two immature people, and I am not interested in it.
Proven time and time again that just because something is not allowed
Why? What is happening with all the audio?
That doesn't mean it's
Even
going to
more
stop with
sensitive.
Lex. Here's some more proof that Lex and I were in fact smoking at the Airbnb, along with some videos of him providing me alcohol.
I'm gonna have to revoke your Airbnb license, Lex. You're done, bud. You're done. You're disrespecting the Airbnb.
At the same Airbnb. Lex goes further in his lies by saying that Reagan had a manic episode and broke a wooden board on my back and started destroying the place. When
That sounds like it could be true.
in reality, the reason that the Airbnb was destroyed was because of Lex's streaming setup that caused scratches to the wall. Whenever Lex
I felt like shit was thrown around everywhere. What the fuck? Thank you for the $5 from Dummy Durs. Stop donating money to me, Dummy Durs. I love you, but if you the next time you donate about FNAF, I'm not gonna read it. This is the last one. I'm letting you know. I'm giving you full understanding. I'll be honest. With how convoluted the story is, it's hard to take seriously now. I still don't know what's going. Know who's wrong. By the way, have you ever played FNAF? I love you very much. Okay.
playing games on that chair and he was too close to the wall, Lex would move
I was. You guys, did you know that sometimes when I stream, the entire house explodes? It's a pretty big problem. It's fucking crazy.
the chair around. As it was on wheels, he would scratch the wall behind him. Lex says that it took pieces of a broken wooden board and started attacking the walls. This is completely made up. The board did not even break into pieces. The board only broke in half because it was two people playing tug of war. We
Well, that is two pieces. What?
didn't break the board like we would on a knee or something. Even after the board broke, Lex choked me. I was very weak after Lex choked me.
I'm confused. I'm a little confused. Hold on. So, when did the board break happen? Because I thought you said that you threw it at him. So, what's the story? The story is you were smoking his weed. He went to take it back from you. You tug of warred the tray in half, and then you threw the tray at him from behind, and then he choked you. Okay.
And I had not very much oxygen to my brain. I was in too much of a shock to do anything besides get out of Lex's
And I was a minor. I was extra stupid now.
vicinity. Him claiming that I attacked the wall makes no sense. When you choked me, Lex, all I wanted to do was get out of your vicinity. All I wanted to do was get away from you. I did not attack the Airbnb wall. Either way, Lex shows a screenshot
Either
conversation
way.
of him with the Airbnb host, but Lex does a convenient job of covering his response back to the Airbnb host, where you can see that
Cool.
previously, before covering it off with black marker, he highlighted it because he thought it would be good to add in his story against me. After lying about me attacking the wall, Lex shifts
Did it have like personal information or something?
his blame to me for not having pictures of my bruised neck, saying, why would I not take pictures of my bruised neck if it
That actually is a good question.
actually happened? I don't have any pictures of my bruised neck because Lex did not strangle me to the point of bruising. He
What?
only strangled me to the point of no oxygen. My neck only got red from the pressure that Lex forced on me. I cannot take a photo of the inside of my body and show you guys that he choked me. I can only live with that feeling forever. I can only live with the feeling forever of knowing how it feels like to have a 6'1" male sit on top of me and choke
Okay.
me to death.
You're alive though, so you wouldn't know that. I'm a little confused. I mean, it is a good question. I'm not sure I believe that. I don't know. Maybe the bruising wouldn't happen like that. I don't know.
Or attempt to. Either way, Lex still confirms in his video and his
fuck is
Snapchat video over text and in a physical letter that he has choked me. Even though I don't have a physical bruise,
I've choked my wife too. Actually, here's the thing, because we watched her. She showed us like, oh, I was just choked out really hard. Listen, let's be real with you. I've choked my wife before. You know, and when I do, to the point where she can't breathe anymore, the blood vessels pop all around her eyes and her face and this and that. I don't know if she's had bruises there before because of it. I think she actually has. Anyway, my point that I'm making is in the thing that you showed where you look like LeBron James basketball star, you don't seem to have popped blood vessels. So it leads me to believe a little bit that the choking may not have been as serious, if happened, wasn't as aggressive as you're saying that it was, and maybe to have more of to stop you from, I don't know, throwing things at him. So I don't know. What do you guys? Relax, guys. It's a consensual relationship with my wife. What the fuck's wrong with you, dude? She likes to be choked. It's like, get over it, okay?
or anything
It's not TMI. It's relevant information for the fucking video, dude. What are you talking about? Okay, I'm a scientist.
to show that Lex has admitted multiple times that he has choked me. With a quick Google search, it is found that only 50% of victims who are strangled have any visible injuries to the neck or the head. 15% of people who have been strangled show signs of bruising. It would take a lot of pressure for Lex to bruise my neck just by choking me. The act of choking is reducing one's
Yes, bruising is possible. Injury to the neck from choking or strangulation, according to the study, by 15% of people who have been choked have noticed bruise marks. However, only 50% of people who are strangled have any visible injuries to the neck or head. Additionally, 35%. Well, neck or head doesn't mean face. What about the face? Like I said, pop blood vessels are in the face.
oxygen levels and making their heart stop. Lex then addresses the second time he choked me, but says it was staged. So in a sick, twisted way, Lex is actively admitting that yes, he choked me, but he's trying to manipulate it by saying it was staged. To even claim that I'd staged my own choking is fucking ridiculous. Who wants to get choked by their neck? Who
My wife.
wants to be told by their 6'1" boyfriend that he is going to kill me as he's choking me? Who wants
That would be a pretty intense thing. That'd be a little intense. I don't know. I've never said that to my...
that? Who wants to be held over the edge of the bed by their neck, being choked? Has told him
See Exhibit A. Thank you for the 21-month medium gut from Triforce BIT. I keep forgetting I can use this once a month. Love you all, Papa Gut family. Heart too soon. No, brother, I love you too.
my own Google document after I went through Lex's phone and found out he was texting other young girls.
What if Google was actually named Giggle? Wouldn't that be funny?
I confronted him and woke him up, telling him how wrong he was for going after these girls. I repeatedly asked Lex if I was not young enough anymore,
The 18-year-old girls?
and I repeatedly asked him why he was going after girls so young. Lex felt threatened by my words, and he knew that I saw him for who he truly is. That is why Lex
How old is this girl? What's this idiot's name? MrTLexify age. He's 26, so she's 23, so she would have been like 21 or 22. At this time? I don't know, dude. What?
attacked me that night and threatened to end my life on the spot. Lex angrily woke up, pounced me again for the second time in my life, and hung my head off the edge of the bed. Lex shouted out, "I'm going to kill you," as he continued to hang my head off the bed, causing the blood to rush to my head faster, and he applied all of his weight on top of me. In the moment, I decided that the only way to get Lex off of me was by telling him that I was recording this. And I didn't just say, like, "I'm recording this." I said, "I'm recording this." It was
Take a bathroom break. I gotta walk away. I can't believe you just did that. I can't believe you just said that in your fucking video. And we're back.
It was very hard to get out. I will never recording this. And I didn't just say, like, "I'm recording this." I said, "I'm recording this." It was
Why were there 3 cuts? Wait, what the fuck?
Lex off of me was by telling him that I was recording this. And I didn't just say, like, "I'm recording this." I said, "I'm recording this." It
There are 3 fucking cuts. What the fuck are you cutting so much more for? This is supposed to be scripted. Why is it so difficult for you to get out? I'm recording this. Why was that 3 cuts?
was very hard to get out. I will never
There are so many cuts in this video. It's actually crazy.
never forget the moment I stood up after Lex had choked me. I was full
Oh, right, because she was crying so bad the whole time. It's all very traumatic.
foaming from the mouth. I could barely breathe. I was panting for air. My heart
So did you take a picture of your popped blood vessels all over your face?
was beating so fast because Lex could have and was about to kill me that night. After I yelled out, "I'm recording this," Lex immediately got off of me
No. You said, I'm recording this. Like Mr. Crocker.
because he knew he was doing something wrong. This is an
I'm sorry. Maybe this is a little insensitive. It's just hard. I don't like. I'm kind of checked out emotionally from this. I think it's meant to be emotionally provocative, and it's just not, because there's so many lies and inconsistencies that like I can't take it seriously, and that's kind of where I'm at now. And so I'm not gonna take it seriously. I'm not gonna feign. I'm not gonna forcefully be like, oh no, it's so sad. It sounds like a toxic relationship between 2 people, and they're both not being 100% honest about it. But they both, like, she admits that she fucking attacked this guy while he was back was turned. I threw something at him, so he choked me. It's like, oh, I don't. Oh, sorry, it was self-defense, even though he disengaged already. Like, that's not self-defense. He took his weed back from you, and then you threw something at him like a brat. Like, what? You know what I mean? Like, what am I supposed to experience here? If he did choke you like that, that's bad, but you showed us a picture. It doesn't look like your blood vessels were popped, so I have a hard time believing that he choked you with the intensity that you're showing. Now, it is possible that he got on top of you to stop you from thrashing or attacking him or whatever. I would believe that. The choking, I don't know if I believe that part so much.
another night of my life that I will never ever forget. I will always regret not filing a police report. I will always regret not calling the police over when it happened. Unfortunately, my phone was not recording Lex choking me. I only said
Unfortunately, we had destroyed the Airbnb and had possession of marijuana in it, so we probably couldn't have done that.
because I knew it was the only way he'd get off of me. Even though I don't have a video of Lex physically choking me, and I wish I did so that I could show you guys and prove that this actually happened to me. Lex acknowledges in his own video that I blackmailed him with a potential video of him choking me.
I am Reagan. What? Why is that first thing I see? I am Reagan. Why aren't you upset at yourself for choking me and telling me you're going to kill me? I am Regan. Did you see how backwards you are? Use me choking you as an excuse for everything you wanted to do. Okay, I apologize. I know it was part of the line. LOL reminds you of when you choked me and got on the floor and cried. I've never done that to you, even though I was the one who got choked and you got slapped on the back. Well, that's different. You said you threw something at him, not the choking, the first thing. Okay, so he admits to choking her in some capacity. That doesn't mean that he choked you with that intensity. I mean, listen, it sounds like you guys got into a fight, and it's possible that he violently choked you after you attacked him. That's what you did. It's also possible he tried to restrain you, and he might have had his hands around your neck. I don't know how hard it would be. It's not right. It's not good if it happened. It just seems to, at least part of the story happened. I don't know if I believe that it was the intensity you're saying, or else you definitely would have had popped blood vessels. But like you guys are having like mutual, you guys are fighting each other physically. Like, what am I supposed to do with that? You have two people physically assaulting each other, fucking fighting. Well, it seems like, and you started it. You started the physical altercation. How much sympathy do you want me to have? It's hard to have it when you started the physical altercation. He took his weed back, and then you fucking attacked him from behind, and then it seemed to have spiraled.
Me, insinuating that Lex was scared of the potential video of him choking me coming out. Lex was scared because he knew that he has choked me. Once again, why would I stage Lex choking me and then not show the staged video? His claims against me don't make sense. Trying to cover up you choking me by saying it's staged makes no sense. Just admit that you choked me and admit that you were an abusive person. The person that you are dating and any girl that you are dating in the future, they need to know that you are physically abusive. These women need to know for their own safety that you have already physically abused your ex-girlfriend. And it's the fact that you
maybe. You might also be physically abusive, or you might be the primary physical abuser. I don't know. You know what I mean? Or you're both toxic and you're both abusive, or I don't know.
know better. Your dad has been abusive to your own mother. The fact that you've grown up in a household where you've seen abuse.
Well, I mean, apparently your dad and mom let you get groomed, so.
And you still decided to be abusive towards me really says a lot about your character, Lex. In his
It's actually kind of a low blow, Jesus.
video, Lex pretends to be the victim and cries victim, and he claims that the physical abuse on him was so bad and that she would always get physical whenever I tried to escape the relationship. Again, this is not true at all. Lex is not the victim. I did not abuse Lex. Even when Lex choked me, I didn't hit him or do anything because I knew if I tried,
You just told us you did. At least one time. What do you mean?
he could overpower me. There was no point in my life where I ever wanted to hit Lex or even try him because I know that Lex could easily kick my ass.
But you just showed us you doing it. You just communicated to us that you did attack him while his back was turned. How are you going to say that? I don't know. Again, maybe she's the one engaging in reactive abuse to him. But I don't know. Like, I don't understand.
I know that Lex could easily choke me. He had proved to me in 2021 that he could choke me. Why would I try to fight him in the future? Lex choking me before was him setting his dominance in our relationship and him showing that he can do that to me at any time. Victims of abuse and domestic abuse and who are still in relationship with their abusers, they know this. This is a common tactic that
They do, and I don't think that you're one of them.
abusers use. And if Lex can do it to me, he's capable of doing it to any other girlfriend that he dates in the future. He's capable of doing it to his own family that he claims he wants to start so bad. On top of saying that I'm abusive and that I physically abuse Lex or something, Lex doesn't provide any proof.
You did. You just told us that you fucking attacked him while his back was turned. What are you talking about? You expect me to believe that was the first time that thing happened? I don't know if I believe that.
Lex doesn't provide any proof. He doesn't provide anything of him being hurt. No bruise, no anything. Lex claim that
I don't think that you have to be hurt to prove to say that you first of all you admitted it. Second of all, it doesn't. You don't have to necessarily be physically hurt when somebody attacks you. Right? It's possible that he was trying to restrain you to stop you from attacking him, and he is physically stronger, and so he did more damage than he intended to do. It's also possible that he was trying to fucking abuse you. We just don't know.
that he was trapped or that he couldn't escape the relationship is complete bullshit. If he wanted to escape so badly, why was he continuing to buy flights to be with me in California? If he wanted to escape so badly, why was Lex continuing to buy Airbnbs in California for 3 months at a time out of every year?
Good point, but I would say that in most like physical abuse relationships where the man is the one being abused, they're all more powerful than the woman. They don't fight back, so it's a little dismissive for just like generally to be like, I couldn't have abused him because he was stronger than me. That's not necessarily true, is it?
To live with me. Lex had more than enough money to pay for a flight back home. We all know that he makes $30,000+ a month.
I thought you said he made $10,000 a month. Didn't he say? No, sorry, I don't know why I did that. Didn't he say? What the hell's wrong with me? Didn't he say that he was paying $6,500 a month, and that was more than 65% of his income or something at one point? But
if I was really abusive towards Lex, he could have used this money to get away from me. The truth is that I wasn't abusive towards Lex, and I never was.
I mean, you might have been. I don't know if you were, but like that could be emotionally abusive, and he doesn't want to like leave you. I don't know. You know, people get abused all the time, and they don't leave their partners. So, you know.
Physical evidence.
I mean, it also doesn't mean that what he's saying is true. I guess we just don't really know.
I do have from the second night that
Who the
Lex
fuck
choked
is this
me is the
asshole?
big bruise on my legs that Lex gave me when he put all of his weight on me as he choked me. Lex tries to say in his video that my bruise is fake and that it has no correlation to Lex whatsoever. He says, Reagan claims this event took place on June 6, 2023. I had taken pictures of movers on June 6. On June 8th, we were not at our old place where she took this photo. Wrong, and wrong. I'd like
120 years enriched, but it's considered comfortable. Yeah. Well, apparently he's making 360.
to admit that yes, I made a mistake in my first Google Doc saying that this event that Lex choked me took place on June 6, 2023.
Google Docs, what?
It actually took place on June 3rd, 2023. The photo that I took of my bruised
That's just
leg
ugly
was taken
animal.
on June 6, 2023. Even though I'm wrong about the date that the choking happened, I'm right about everything else. And whatever Lex is trying to say is a complete bullshit lie. Here are some images of Lex and I on June 7th, the day that he claims he left and that he wasn't with me. Lex is trying to say that the bruise he gave me was on my body for months. And he uses a photo from my Instagram posted in November 2022, claiming that the bruise had been on my body since 2022. I'd like to reiterate reiterate and show some images of me before the abuse happened. Here are some images of my legs 2 days before Lex attacked me on June 1st, 2023. I was at the gym, and you can clearly see on my legs that I have no bruise. Lex Adrian Iwan Clista attacked me on June 3rd, 2023. The image of my bruise was taken on June 6th, 2023, after the bruise had time to oxidize. Lex claims that the movers would have seen my bruise or something, but that is false. As most victims of domestic abuse do, I covered up my bruises. I covered it up from the public. I went out with Lex to Walmart with my legs covered up because I didn't want anybody to see the nasty bruise from my terrible relationship. After denying
definitely couldn't wear longer clothes for some other reason.
that he gave me the bruise and trying to say that I've had the bruise on my body for a couple months now, Lex tries to frame the bruise that he gave me on a car crash that happened to me at the beginning of 2022. Talking about this is even crazy because I don't understand why
Shit, I think I'd hit her if I was in a relationship with okay, sorry. It's a little much. I don't know what is true and not. It's so much he said, she said, dude.
anybody would believe these claims. Lex's lies are so absurd. Trying to frame a car accident on being the reason you bruised me is fucking crazy. And it shows that Lex will go to any extent to drag in any information he knows about me to manipulate it and use it against me.
Or it's possible that you hit him and he defended himself and you had more physical damage shown because he is still stronger than you. And that he doesn't think people will understand the situation, so he lied about it. That could be true. Or what he's saying is could be true. Or what you're saying is could be true. Or something in the middle could be true. I don't really know. You're not a particularly, I'll say, honest narrator of your situation. He seems more so, but he's probably not 100% honest either. So, it's just, again, toxic, shitty relationship between two fucking morons. Thank you for the $5 from Superstitious. If she was being choked out, why would she stay? I guess that's a good question. If that's the conversation she's going to have. Oh, why did you keep coming back if you really wanted to leave? Then, I guess that same logic back at you.
Yes, I did go through a car accident at the beginning of 2022. Lex is fabricating the evidence that he's showing. Lex is showing a picture of a different car of mine that had gone into an accident, a minor one, in May 2022.
It's not the same one. A minor car? Oh my gosh, she fucking raped the car.
The car that Lex shows a picture of was still drivable and still working. The car that actually got into an accident and that I tweeted about was not working. You can see by the dates of these pictures that my tweet aligns with the photo of the car that actually was impacted. The photo that Lex shows is not the car that related to the tweet. Lex also claims that he wasn't around for this car crash, but Lex was evidently around from this car crash, as you can see by this picture that I have of him in my car, because like I said, my car is still drivable at this point. And the fact that Lex even has this photo is because he was there. Lex went through this. Either way, the car accident that happened on this night and is the reason that I made that tweet did not have an impact on me. It did not have an impact on my friends, and it did not damage anybody that night. I go more into detail about that car crash later on in my video. You guys can check that out as well if you want to skip through this part, because Lex also claimed that my car crash made my ex-boyfriend suicidal, which is another absurd lie that I have to sit here and prove that isn't true. Going back to the choking stuff, after Lex has denied choking me and trying to frame that the bruise he gave me is from something else, at around the 26-minute mark, Lex lies some more and says that the letters he sent me in the past apologizing for choking me are forged by me. Again, this is untrue. I cannot stress enough how untrue that is. Lex Adrian Iwan Clista sent me those letters his goddamn fucking self. Lex choked me and he abused me, and in return, because I was trying to end the relationship, Lex sent me apology gifts and apology letters. He used these letters and gifts as a way to try to lure me back into the relationship. Even then,
Well, it doesn't necessarily make it a lore. It's cringe, but it doesn't make it him. If they are real, I remember reading them. It doesn't make it a luring you back into the relationship. Just to be clear. Oh, he gave me gifts, and I was like, oh, I'm a fucking idiot and can't say no to gifts. What do you want me to tell you? That's what was keeping you there, because he would give you nice things? It's not exactly compelling evidence there.
on Lex's claims, why would I go out of my way to make a fake letter in which Lex apologizes for choking me, but I don't sign the letter with his name? Why would I make a 2-page long letter and include a lot of relationship stuff?
Didn't you show that like the header or something was wrong? Like the header that it was used from wasn't actually him or something like that, or wasn't the real name of his company because she's done. I don't really remember. It's so much childish stupidity back and forth. I don't even remember the specifics.
If I only wanted to accuse Lex for assaulting me, it doesn't make sense. I grew up in
What
a
about
low-income household.
Pepper?
I didn't own a printer. I didn't have access to a computer to type a letter. Anything I owned that I
You said you had 4 phones in like the past year. What the fuck are you? I don't know how much I believe of this anymore.
had that gave me internet access.
I don't have very much money or any access to the internet. By the way, this is the 4th phone of mine that I've had this year.
Or any product like device that I owned came from Lex. My parents were not providing me these things.
All right, maybe he bought you a printer. Fax, no printer, am I right?
I didn't have my first PC until I was 21 years old because Lex gave it to me in our fucking apartment in Hollywood. Still, it doesn't make sense. Why would I make these fake letters and anonymously type da this, da that, just to not use your name? On the first letter here, you can see the date that Lex typed and signed it being April 16th, 2021. This aligns with the proof I showed earlier of Lex choking me in March 2021. Not even a month had passed since he choked me, and he was already trying to apologize for it. Lex says that the letter cannot possibly be from him because his company has a different LLC name than the one he tagged on the letter. This is a false claim as well, because Lex's company, Edit.tv, did not exist at the time this letter was sent. His company didn't exist in 2021. He launched his company in 2022. Nonetheless, April 18, 2021 was a year before Lex released his website. Lex launched Edit.tv during the summer of 2022. The second letter that I got from Lex, where he apologizes for choking me, came along with some flowers. Lex doesn't show the photo clearly in his video, but here's another look at the letter. This letter was sent to me with a bouquet of apology flowers, and you can clearly see at the top of the letter that it has an order number. At the bottom of the letter, you can also see some text from the flower company. It is ripped off poorly, but if you look closely, you can make out some of the words that say, surprise, your blank blank, exclusive return gift, use discount, blank. Meaning that this letter that Lex sent me with the apology bouquet actually had come from a larger piece of paper that I ripped off. I only wanted to keep the note because that's what mattered to me the most. I thought that Lex truly loved me because he was apologizing for choking me. But the truth is, if somebody puts their hands on you once, they're probably going to do it again. And if somebody puts their hands on you, they probably don't love you. They don't.
I mean, you assaulted him from behind first in that only instance that we seem to be talking about. So it's hard to kind of be on your side here.
Love you. I didn't realize that.
Oh, I hope
I
I'm
was
having a
too
good day. I was until this fucking video came out.
manipulated, and I was too into the relationship to realize what Lex was doing to me. I did not forge these letters. Lex sent me these letters, and that is a fact. I'd now like to take some time to talk about some stuff that Lex didn't address in his video. For an entire year, up
God.
until last month, Lex Adrian Iwan was harassing my own mother through text messages.
Oh, well, you showed us the alleged harassment before, and it was nothing more than him like, please tell her to stop sending stuff. Nothing happened. We had a relationship, but we didn't have sex until later on, and I wanted to make things appropriate, but now she calls me a pedophile and a groomer. I've had enough. She needs to know that I have lawyers monitoring everything that she says. If she decides to upload things about me, she will be put in jail. I have incriminating evidence. That's probably not true, but he might actually have lawyers. Incriminating evidence. What she has about me proves nothing because we were in a loving relationship. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm trying to make sure we both go our separate ways. I talked to Californian criminal law defense lawyer, and your daughter cannot charge me for statutory rape because it has been over 5 years since we started our relationship, and there was never a problem then. Oh, interesting. So, I mean, I don't know if it's a great defense saying this because it's been 5 years or whatever. But again, even if it went to court, it probably would get thrown out. Because it's up to a judge's discretion for like a 10-year age gap between like 14 and 14 to like 17, and they're not going to do anything over a 3-year age gap, honestly. But blah blah blah. However, I can charge her for extortion and blackmail right now, and it's my last resort. But I will do it if she does not back off. If she uploads on a message defaming me online, I will charge her. If she asks me for more money again, I will charge her. If you need money for your rent, I will pay her / you, but do not defame me. Why would you give her money for the rent? I mean, if to be charitable to him, it's possible that he feels like these allegations will make him lose his career, even if he's not necessarily guilty. But doesn't necessarily make him look good. But it doesn't have to, because both of them seem to be bad. I want to help you guys, but you cannot be threatening me like this. Hello, this is... Okay, so it sounds like that message is you guys have been asking him for money, just to be clear. So that sounds like you're showing me that you kind of were blackmailing him. So if he's like, if you need money, fine, but... So it sounds like you were blackmailing him, just to be clear. Hello, this is the last time I will message you. Your daughter is calling up a brigade of people. We already read this one earlier. It doesn't really matter. She contacted me if she wants to help this stop. There's no cause there that says she can't. She's just trying to make things worth by publicly posting. If she does this, it will ruin both of our lives, and I'll be showing public evidence of everything. You don't want your daughter to go through this. I don't want her to go through this. I listen to you. You can pay for your daughter's monthly rent now. Your Avion Bay statement. What the fuck is Avion Bay? What the hell is that? Is that like a lawyer thing? What the fuck is... I don't even know what the fuck this is. Okay, whatever. This doesn't really show harassment. It shows that he seems to be guilty in some capacity, which is why he's saying that he'll give them money and he wants something to stop. Again, doesn't mean that he is like the primary wrong here, but there's definitely incriminating evidence, and as a content creator, you know, he's obviously going to have less ability to defend himself. But okay, it's not really harassment. It even says in there that it's like, this is the last time I'm going to message you.
I'm trying to blackmail my mom into silencing her through me. Lex claimed that he finally cut me off.
Well, I mean, he does insinuate that you're already blackmailing him, or else why else would he be giving you money? So it doesn't really make you look good.
The cease and desist letter that he sent me, but he continued to harass my mother.
Oh, God, this is more shit. I need you to... If you need... Oh, this is more from the other one. One of the messages. If you need money for your rent, I will pay, help you out, do not defame me. I want to help you guys, but you cannot be threatening me like this and expect me to do anything about it. Who is threatening you? Reagan is. She is threatening to post our private messages and videos online. She's backing me for $2,000 a month. This is illegal. I'm fine with helping her for rent, but I will press charges if she continues to think that she can get away with this without going to jail, because I already have lawyers involved, seeing both cease and desist and restraining order. I will call her after work. I think She is going to go berserk, but just remember, I have already contacted them, and they are sending us as we speak. I'm sorry for doing this, but I just want the best for both of us. And okay, this isn't really harassing the mother. You both are such fucking weirdos. You're extorting him, trying to extort money out of him for $2,000 a month to live somewhere, and he's fucking terrified of losing his career, so he's doing it. You're both bad people, actually. Like, unironically, you both suck. You're both really shitty. He should have just not paid. He's obviously guilty in some capacity because he's willing to pay these things off. And you've just showed us that you like assaulted him first. You're both fucking like not good people. That's what it seems like. So
via text message to try and intimidate and silence me. In my second Google document, I show some text messages of Lex scaring my mother into silence, and in the specific text message, Lex tells my mom that the California law will not be in my favor of statutory rape because the crime has exceeded its expiration date. Lex says in his video that he kindly told me—
Well, no, that's not exactly what he says. Part of what he actually says is that there was no problem before, right? And so if you know a little bit how California works, the only reason I know it is because they like expanded the law. It's like SB 129 or something, so that it also covered gay people a while ago, and that was like a whole big racket. Is that like it's up to the judge's discretion of whether to charge somebody for or put them on a list or whatever. But if they have sex with somebody up to a 10-year age range. So it's very unlikely that somebody with a 3-year age gap is going to get any criminal punishment whatsoever in California. And so that would be what it was, unless it was some kind of rape, like actual, like non-consensual, unwilling situation. It probably wasn't going to happen. I think that's more of what's being referred to here. What is fucking happening with these bosses?
my mother that his crime could not be taken as statutory rape because it was consensual. He says, it's not because I committed this crime that I was explaining to her. It's because I was clarifying about what she believed that happened that did not occur. Yeah, anyways, some more images of Lex and I in bed together because it did occur, Lex. I don't know how anyone can manipulate warning a mother about the crime of statutory rape expiring on her daughter as a good thing, the way you're trying to manipulate it. You're evil for even trying to play this game. You know you were harassing my mother. You know that you sent her that message because you were trying to tell her that, hey, even if your daughter takes me to court—
Hey, are you going to explain why your mother let you get raped or whatever by your logic? How come she was okay with this relationship? Because you said that apparently you guys lied to his mother, but your mother was okay with this? What happened?
it's not gonna work. It's not gonna win. Lex was also harassing my mother about other people calling Lex out for talking to the 13-year-old girl, Alex. We already know that Lex has confirmed win. Lex was also
Hello again. I'm getting more and more. Yeah. Oh, we've read this already. Gotcha.
harassing my mother about other people calling Lex out for talking to the 13-year-old girl, Alex. We already know that Lex has confirmed that he's already spoken to this 13-year-old girl and he is guilty about his interactions with her. But Lex—
Okay, so spoken to is different than like tried to sexually exploit, but okay. We've already talked about this like 1,000 times at the beginning of the video. I don't feel like talking about it again.
had decided to bring my mother into the situation and demanded my mother to get me to stop harassment coming his way. When in reality, I had no contribution to anyone harassing Lex. I never sent anybody to harass Lex.
I mean, you're leveraging false pedophile accusations and false rape accusations against him, so you kind of are, but okay.
I never sent Renzaru, I never sent anybody. The people that were harassing Lex on Alex's behalf didn't come from me. They didn't come from anybody. They came because they wanted their own answers. Lex was texting my mother and harassing her because he knew he was guilty and he knew that if any of the truth came out about Lex grooming me and raping me, that he would be fucked. Okay. Lex knew his last attempt
He seems to be doing all right at this point, no?
keeping things behind scenes was by harassing my own mother. At some point—
I don't think he has to respond to this. I mean, it's not really getting much traction, but
in his claims against my mom, Lex tries to frame his messages harassing my mother as his excuse for why he continued to give me money out of fear. This is completely false, and Lex was not giving me any money, nor was he paying my rent when he was threatening and blackmailing my mother. Lex's actions are incredibly disgusting, and it shows that Lex will go to extreme extents to keep his dirty secrets hidden. Despite being a self-proclaimed Christian, Lex has had no problem harassing me, my mother, and lying about my name. Lex—
well, I don't know who's I don't know who's going to believe that Christians are all good, you know, but okay.
has attempted to ruin my reputation and attempted to take away credibility from me so that he doesn't have to face the consequences for what he did to me.
I thought his name was Lex.
Since Lex knows that he is guilty, and since Lex knows that I have strong evidence against him, proving that he groomed me as a young fangirl, proving that he raped me as a young fangirl, and proceeded to
None of this is proof of any of this. What are you talking about?
date me as a minor, Lex uses his video and any tweet made against me to try to frame me as a person who had any appropriate relationship with a minor. Lex makes up so many lies about me in his video, many of them involving minors. I'm incredibly disgusted that Lex went as far as lying about me having an inappropriate relationship relating to 5 minors. Lex claims that I was an adult having an inappropriate relationship with 5 minors, saying that I cheated on him with 5 minors.
Did he? I just remember the one that was 17 and she was 21 at the time.
As you all know, these false rape accusations that Lex has made against me have completely tarnished my reputation. Even though Lex didn't provide any—
It does. Truthfully, it has not. Nobody knows who you are or really cares about you. And you do OnlyFans stuff, so nobody cares again, just to be clear.
proof of me with any minor, people still believed him. Even though Lex used photos of me with a girlfriend and a friend that I met in college, people still believed Lex when he said that I abused and hurt other minors. Lex knew what he was doing when he made up these twisted lies. He knew what he was doing when he manipulated those photos of me with my adult friends. Lex knew that because there are no photos of me with a minor out there, that he had to manipulate public posts of me with my adult friends and no order for people to believe his false accusations. Lex claims in his video that he was
I don't even know what she's talking about with these other people, to be honest with you. Did I miss something in the last video? I only know about the 1721. At least that's the only thing I internalized, apparently.
anonymously told that I was cheating on him with 5 other underage boys in high school throughout the relationship, as he...
Did he say 5? I only know of the one. Can somebody confirm this? Like, is that actually true?
Exactly words it. His proof that I was cheating on him with these 5 minors is a text from Anna, my ex-roommate, where she says that I cheated on him with 5 guys all together. Nowhere in Anna's message from Anna, my ex-roommate, where she says that
I first want to state Ren cheated on you with 4 to 5 different guys throughout your relationship. Lawrence, Cole, and some other boys from her high school. As you know, she's a compulsive liar, so it's hard to tell that exactly. Okay, gotcha.
I cheated on him with 5 guys all together.
Gotta love 5 guys, baby.
Nowhere in Anna's message to Lex does she say that all of these men are minors or that they're in high school. Either way, Lex misinterprets the text message that Anna sent him, and he is going out of his way to falsely frame me as a pedophile and groomer because Lex is that.
Well, you're not those things either, but it seems like you did have a relationship with a 17-year-old 21, but it's still not a pedophilic groomer, but...
that person.
It is confirmed. I don't remember those other ones. I guess I just fucking didn't internalize that. I guess it's my bad.
Lex going as far and lying about something very serious goes to show.
Well, you just said he misinterpreted it, so maybe he read because you're like, oh, 3 other people from high school. So he might have interpreted that as like, oh, they're in high school. When I guess it's not that. It's more that that was from your high school? You went to high school with them or something? I don't know.
Show you how guilty Lex really fucking feels about the entire situation. How sick do you have to be to lie about me and say that I did stuff with minors? That is so untrue. That is so hurtful. I've had so many people tell me that I need to be in jail, that I need to do this, that I need to kill myself, that something needs to happen to me because of Lex's false allegations. Lex goes as far as saying that she lured them into my place in Los Angeles to take promiscuous photos of her in exchange for sex, which is truly a disturbing claim to make. So disturbing. I've never exchanged anything.
Was it in the video I watched, or was this like a follow-up video?
With anyone.
Or maybe on Twitter. I don't know.
For sex in my life, and to even make such a heinous claim about me with 0 proof is insane. Okay. This is a time where proof is so important. These allegations that Lex is throwing at me
doesn't really matter because like the 17, 21-year-old is a big nothing burger, so I'm sure all these other ones are nothing burgers too. So
are so important. It is so important to provide.
This whole situation is a fucking nothing burger. What about her diary entry? Yeah, hopefully she responds to that.
Proof. Yet Lex is throwing these around willy-nilly and not providing any proof at all. Lex shows a couple of pictures of me with my adult friends, claiming that my own friends are the ones who I'm paying in sex. That is disgusting. That is crude. It's horrible to say that. Neither of my friends were lured into my apartment for sex. The fact that I have to say that out loud is crazy. None of my friends were paid to hang out with me in general. None of my friends were minors. The people who Lex is trying to use against me and trying to frame as minors are adults. These are adults with lives outside of Lex's drama. And Lex thinks that he can use my friends as pawns for evidence to manipulate people. It is so fucking disgusting of Lex to do that. To blast my own friends on such a big platform and then not blur their faces out the way Lex blurs his own friends' face out. If Lex really believed that they were minors, why didn't he blur out their faces the same way he did for his adult friends in his Thailand photo reference? Not only did Lex use 2 adult friends of mine to frame them as minors, Lex also uses a photo of me as a minor in high school with my friend who is also a minor. Lex is trying to use this photo and claim that of me.
This photo of me and my friend, both minors in high school. You can also tell I'm a minor because I have colored hair. Oh, natural color. Oh, why would that prove that?
As a minor in high school with my friend who is also a minor. Lex is trying to use this photo and claim that I am having an inappropriate relationship with a minor, when in the photo, I am a minor myself. Lex doubles down, calling me a cheater, saying that I cheated on him with my high school classmate Marlo. This is the guy who is the minor in the
not Marlo
photo. Again, it is so disturbing that Lex is using his name and bringing these people into Lex's own drama so that Lex can attempt to save his own ass. Marlo and my adult friends, they didn't ask to be a part of this. They didn't ask to be used as references in Lex's drama. Lex shows some DMs of me talking about my high school friend Marlo as proof that I was cheating on Lex, but the dates of the text show November 20th, 2018. All of them have the year 2018.
Who fucking cares if you cheated?
Meaning that I was a...
Oh, this is just like so dumb. It's literal petty bullshit.
Minor. Lex is once again admitting indirectly that he was dating me as a minor, because how are you going to make these claims that I was cheating on you even though I'm a minor? How are you going to...
I mean, you guys is a 3-year age gap, so it doesn't matter.
Make these claims that I was cheating on you, but we also didn't date and we also didn't do anything underage, when I'm literally underage in these photos and you're claiming that your underage girlfriend is cheating on you. It doesn't make sense. In every image that Lex used as proof of me cheating on him with Marlo, we are minors. And every interaction that is shown, me and Marlo are minors. The tweets that he shows of me and Marlo interacting clearly show that we had a best friend dynamic going on because we were calling each other names. It is clear in the text that Lex...
racist names? Because that's pretty base, guys. Calling your friends racist names is fun.
Shows of me talking about Marlo that I was simply updating my adult boyfriend on what his high school girlfriend was up to with her friends outside of high school. Lex trying to frame my high school friendship with a classmate as pedophilia or anything similar is pure evil. I was a minor. He was also a minor. There is nothing illegal about that. My relationship with you, Lex, is illegal. My relationship...
No, probably not.
Where I was a minor dating you as an adult is considered pedophilia.
Can't believe your mom let you do that. Wow, what a bitch. She really stopped. She really allowed you to get groomed there, huh? her logic, not mine.
Once again, I'd like to double down and reiterate that Lex Adrian Iwan has completely lied about me.
I'm double speeding this. This is so irrelevant. I just need to get through the rest of it and see if there's anything that's like of actual relevance. This is so stupid.
And is doing this to ruin my reputation. These false claims about me having inappropriate relationships with 5 minors are extremely hurtful and have damaged so much of my reputation online. I have never done anything with a minor, nor do I target minors like Lex claims to do. Lex is the one with the history of targeting barely legal girls as of recent. Lex is the one with the history
barely legal girls. Crazy.
of texting underage fangirls, me and Alex. Lex Adrian Iwan, MrTLexify, even uses my full name, email addresses, and shows all of my social media platforms in his video because he wanted to blast me for people. He wanted people to come send me hate. Lex knew exactly what he was doing. The hate I was getting from
Why wouldn't he use your... Why would he hide your socials if you're making these claims from your socials? What?
Lex and him blasting me on social media with fake allegation was getting so unbearable to the point that I had to go private on Twitter, resulting in nobody being able to see my Google documents with the truth about what Lex had actually done to me. This was a very unfortunate thing for me, and I'm really sad that I had to go private and people think that, oh, she's a coward. Yeah, she really did do what Lex says she did. No, I didn't actually do what Lex claims I did. None of that is true. I went private because the death threats and everything were so awful. I tried to tweet, and anything I tried to tweet out and anything I tried to use to defend myself was immediately turned sour, was immediately filled with so much hate. My Twitter was no longer a safe space for me to defend myself or prove myself. My Twitter was just a place where I was getting flamed. It is so unfortunate.
Maybe because you're not innocent.
That I had to go private, and it is so unfortunate that for 2 weeks people have been unable to see my documents, and people for 2 weeks have been unable to see my side of the story.
Why? Well, you didn't have to go private. You know that you could have left it up. You could have just walked away from the computer, just to be clear. Why didn't you just keep it up? Keep it unprivated and leave your stuff up if you believe that you're right.
Doesn't end there though. Lex's lies about me don't end there in his video. On top of speaking on behalf of 5 imaginary minors and making insane allegations of me raping them and hurting them, Lex dragged in my only ever ex.
Well, the other one, the 17, 21-year-old, seems to be the most compelling. You had like a whole diary entry about it, did you not? And like you guys had text message exchange about this guy. So it seems like it's got a lot of credibility to it. What's going on with that one?
Boyfriend into this mess. I've only dated 2 guys. I dated Lex for 2 years and one other guy for a couple months. Lex knows that this is my only other relationship, and Lex was incredibly jealous that I had another relationship. In his video, Lex makes false allegations that I groomed, preyed on, and hurt my ex-boyfriend to the point of suicide. These allegations are straight defamation, and again,
He killed himself? What the fuck? I didn't even know that.
completely wrong. Since Lex had groomed me to the point of being my first everything, Lex felt possessive of me and would not let me leave the relationship. Lex got incredibly jealous of any friendship I had with, and again, completely wrong. Since Lex had
What is this? I told you I don't want to know what you did with Lawrence, and you never told me. Oh, I wanted to know. Okay, I don't care. We read these in like the last one. Like, oh, you had this fucking boyfriend Lawrence. He was
groomed me to the point of being
17.
my first everything, Lex felt possessive of me and would not let me leave the relationship.
You guys were, dude, you guys had some weird fucking relationship after you guys broke up. I don't know what you're talking about. We already read this bullshit. You were with this guy, Lawrence. What's going on with that? How old was he? How old were you? It seems like it was 17, 21. Again, I don't care about that relationship gap, but you're the one saying that he's a fucking predator for 3 years, so you must be one for 4 years.
Lex got incredibly jealous of any friendship I had with a guy outside of Lex, and he was always watching my location. Over the summer of 2021, I was 20 years old, working as a lifeguard for a big water park. I had over 500 coworkers and would make friends with a new person every shift. Lex claims I sought out my ex-boyfriend and preyed on him because of his age, when in reality we met organically through a coworker. Unlike Lex has shown through his repeated actions, I do not seek potential relationships for their age. I've only ever been in 2 relationships up until this point in my life. I've dated my groomer and been in contact with him for the past 8 years of my life up until 2023. Even then, unlike Lex, my history with the
So she's admitting
men
it.
that I've talked to or gone on dates with is all over the place on the older side of the scale. I do not have a history of going for younger guys or guys who are younger than me because I don't do that. And quite frankly, the kinks that Lex had impacted my life with
Well, this guy was younger than you, though, no?
don't really relate to younger guys. He gave me a daddy kink. Lex introduced DDLG into my life. My dating history was on the older side of men because of Lex's impact, because of the kinks that he introduced into my life. I'd like to clarify that my ex-boyfriend was 18 years old and I was 21 years old while we dated. Again, I'd like to clarify that we met organically through a friend, and I did not seek him out. When
What? Okay, sure.
we met, he was 17 years old and I was 20 years old. We did not immediately start dating because I was still in a relationship with Lex. Lex says that I met my ex-boyfriend in April of 2021.
Maybe that could be true. I have no idea. But wait, wouldn't that still be wrong? You still groomed him. If you met him at 17, by your logic, that's a 3-year age gap. So by your logic, you groomed this guy. This is your logic.
This is a lie. Lex is lying about this because he's trying to cover up the fact that he sent me the letter in April of 2021. I did not meet my ex-boyfriend in April 2021. I was still dating Lex. I met my ex-boyfriend around July 2021. Lex even uses a photo in his video of my ex-boyfriend and I from the day that we met, confirming the date that we met, and also confirming that we met through a coworker, because the caption of the photo says, "Thanks Max for introducing us." It is abundantly clear that I did not target a minor the way Lex claims. My ex-boyfriend was not someone that I sought out for on a dating app and then
He didn't really claim anything. He said that if you're... I'm pretty sure what he said, something along the lines of, like, if your logic is I groomed you, you must have groomed him.
told I wanted to marry. My ex-boyfriend was not somebody that I told happy 18th birthday to and then immediately followed up with asking him out on a date. Unlike Lex has clearly done to various other 18-year-old girls while he's 26 years old. Everything Lex says about my relationship with my only ever ex-boyfriend is a complete lie. Lex was not in the relationship and he was never present for any memory he made up about my ex-boyfriend and I. No one's parents were lied to, no one had the police called on them. Lawrence's family were also sweet to me from the moment I was his friend to even when I transitioned into his girlfriend. His family was truly like a second family to me. We went on multiple family outings together, had multiple family dinners together, and we're very familiar with each other. It is really hurtful to see Lex try to use the only other relationship in my life against me, knowing that Lex's mom has never liked me and she was always rude to me on multiple occasions. Lex's mom never knew my age, the way Lex claims that my ex-boyfriend's mom didn't know my age. Lex went behind his mom's back multiple times to fly me out to Canada and sneak me into her own house without her knowing. Everything that Lex has been accusing me of has somehow been what Lex has done to me. Now this next lie is another crazy lie that Lex is making against my ex-boyfriend to try and defame him as well as me. On top of falsely accusing me of raping and grooming my ex-boyfriend, Lex Adrian Iwan has gone out of his way to fabricate a nasty
Again, I don't think that he said that. I think it was more along the lines of, like, if you're going to have these claims against me, then by your logic, you did the same thing.
lie and a false narrative that my car crash from January 2022 had my ex-boyfriend hospitalized to the point of suicide. There are so many things that are wrong with this accusation. First of all, it's such a nasty claim to make. Second of all, why would you think it's okay to make lies about someone else being suicidal if you claim to be suicidal yourself? Do you not understand how serious suicide is? Do you not understand how this could seriously impact someone by saying that you're making false accusations that they are suicidal? Third of all, if this was actually true, why would you knowingly violate HIPAA by revealing someone else's mental health status to the public? None of this claims make
it's not really a HIPAA violation. He's not a mental health professional. He's like an ex-partner of yours. I don't think that's a HIPAA violation for you to be like, oh, my ex had bipolar or whatever it is that you're claiming. It's just an example. How would that violate HIPAA? Do you know anything? I'm pretty sure HIPAA is only for fucking actual doctors. Wait, what? The HIPAA, the Accountability Act, is a federal law passed in 1996 that protects patients' medical information and sets standards for the storage and privacy of personal medical data. HIPAA applies to healthcare facilities, private offices, students, non-patient care employees, and health plans, billing companies, and electronic medical companies. So he wouldn't... It's not a HIPAA violation. What are you talking about? He's not a fucking medical professional. What the fuck are you talking about? This is, to me, it's funny because it's just her whole video. It's just saying words. I'd be like, oh, well, that violates HIPAA. Oh, I was groomed. She's just saying whatever bad word that she can to just hype this up as much as possible. HIPAA.
Makes sense. And Lex has no proof to back it up other than the tweet I made where I said I'm thankful that nobody got hurt. And the picture, again, from a different car crash that Lex was in. Lex is once again combining 2 separate car crashes into one to fit his narrative of lies. My car crash turned into suicide, and say that it absurd. Everyone who was in my car and the other car survived the car crash without any scratches because 1, my car was a big car at the time and took the hit like a tank, and 2, no one in my car, and as well probably for the other car, saw...
I mean, if anything, a car getting hit like a tank would make it you actually have more bruising. Oh, I'm just saying that like usually you're more safe in the cars that will fucking will shatter themselves, right? It's the force that goes through the car. So when you have those really thick body frames that don't crack when they get hit, you're feeling most of the energy when you get hit, right? So like when you get hit, it's the car's not moving, the energy's not going through, it's not getting like blunted by the car compacting, so it goes into you more directly. Whereas the cars that will fold when they get hit, that is actually safer for people. So it's possible that they just didn't get hit very hard, so it's not that big of a deal. I'm just saying that your car being big isn't necessarily going to make this a better situation for you. Like the car's damage doesn't mean that you wouldn't get hurt. Or the lack of damage, if anything, communicates that you would have gotten more hurt. But that's neither here nor there.
Saw the car coming to hit us, meaning that nobody stiffed up in preparation for a collision. The car crash I was in that Lex is claiming put my ex-boyfriend into the hospital was deemed the city's fault because it was caused by faulty streetlights. My ex-boyfriend, my girlfriend, and I all remained friends after the car crash, and we even got money through a settlement from the collision. This time, Lex adds more lies to his fabricated story and says that I stabbed my ex-boyfriend after I broke up with him. This claim makes no sense because why would I stab somebody that I'm actively breaking up with? This is just a flat-out lie and it's so disrespectful.
I don't know, you fucking assaulted somebody from behind. You attacked him from behind when he was walking away from you, so maybe you did, I don't know.
To my own ex-boyfriend as well as myself. Lex making lies about domestic abuse and making lies about suicide is not funny and it's not cool and it doesn't help his situation at all. Suicide is a very serious tragedy that affects so many families and communities. It is so vile of you to try and lie saying I stabbed my ex-boyfriend's chest. If any of that actually happened, I wouldn't be here right now. The police would have been called and I would have something on my record saying that I stabbed my ex-boyfriend, but I don't have a record of that because none of what Lex claiming happened actually happened. Lex, Adrian,
Maybe you got away with it because you're a woman, and women seem to get away more with assault than men.
Callisto went out of his way to fabricate these lies about my ex-boyfriend to frame him as some suicidal cycle because Lex was always jealous of him. Lex is trying to ruin my reputation as well as my ex-boyfriend's because Lex doesn't like either of us. Lex did this in hopes that maybe my ex-boyfriend would come out and confirm or deny these allegations, but the truth is that Lex is scaring everybody he mentions in his video. No one that Lex has included in his video has tried to come out and deny Lex because clearly everybody that he has included in his video is scared. Lex has doxed multiple people, including myself, in an attempt to cover him grooming and raping me.
How did he dox you? What did he do that doxed you? He just showed like your Twitter information. How does that a dox? You're making it publicly, the accusations from there. What?
Triple down on the claims that Lex says about me raping and grooming 5 other minors. These claims are so important to me and I do not take them lightly. For the 3rd time, I'd like to reiterate that anything Lex says about me raping, grooming, or harming anybody who is a minor is a complete lie. Lex's video has amassed so much traction now over 2 weeks, and yet none of the 5 victims that he is claiming exist against me have came forward with allegations against me. The clear difference between Lex and I in this situation is that all of his allegations against me harming minors are coming from Lex himself. Lex is an adult, 26-year-old male, supposedly speaking on behalf of 5 minors without providing any text message or proof from these minors talking to him specifically. My allegations, on the other hand, about Lex raping and grooming me as a minor are coming from me, myself, the minor that
Yeah, and you lie a lot. Didn't he show He showed your diary. That's pretty good evidence, no?
actually happened to. I have come out with my first-hand experience on Lex, Adrian, I won Calista, and it's not only me who has came out, it is also the 13-year-old girl, Alex, who has admitted that Lex was communicating with her inappropriately as a minor fangirl.
So just again, she didn't say that he was trying to like message her sexually. I don't know why you keep saying like because you want to sensationalize this. You keep asserting this thing that's just not the case. So you have to probably stop doing that. The fact that he was talking to her in general is what's inappropriate. Right, he shouldn't be fucking crying about his relationship with his ex to a 13-year-old fan. I don't even know if he was clear or knew that she was 13 necessarily at that point, but either way. But there didn't seem to be any sexual conversation that went on there in any capacity, so he showed the screenshots. What do you want me to tell you?
Once again, that means 2 victims of Lexus have come forward with allegations against him. No victims of mine have come forward with allegations against me because these victims do not exist.
Thank you for the $5 from Superstitious. No, man. Didn't you know that if you want to get any abuser away from you, you destroy this person on Airbnb? That's actually such good advice. Thank you so much.
In his video, Lex says that he was disgusted by my actions regarding his false narrative about me with other minors, and you can tell that he is so disingenuous as he says this. If you were so disgusted by my actions, and if you actually thought I was a person who targeted minors, why didn't you speak up when you found out about it, Lex? Why did you...
Okay.
You come out with this information about me with these minors before you were getting called out for being a pedophile yourself. You're not actually disgusted about anything because you're lying about this. You're not actually disgusted.
Again, I don't think he was calling her a pedophile.
Come out with this information
Pretty sure he was saying that by your logic, you'd be a pedophile. That's what he said in the video. But okay. Cool.
about me with these minors before you were getting called out for being a pedophile yourself. You're not actually disgusted about anything because you're lying about this. You're not actually disgusted by the act of going after minors because you yourself target minors, Lex. Now I'm gonna take some time to...
You showed that he was hitting on like 6 18-year-olds. How are we going to say that he's going after minors?
Talk about how Lex also managed to bring in his own friends into his legal business with me and him grooming me. Lex claimed in his video that JC and Noah have defended me against Lex during the first few weeks of that this drama was making rounds. Despite what Lex thinks, at no point during any of this have Noah or JC publicly supported me. They have never contacted me about anything because they quite frankly do not care about you, Lex. JC and Noah were moving on with their lives. Your friends have nothing to do with your own actions, Lex. It is not their fault that you groomed a minor fan. Sure, Noah had some problems in his life, but you exposing him as a way to deflect from the actual problem at hand, which is you grooming a minor fan, is so disgusting and so...
He didn't groom a minor fan, so...
dirty. I can't believe that you would stoop so low as to backstab your own friends. It is clear that you cannot be trusted, and it is clear that no one should be friends with you because you do not value friendship at all. You backstab your friends by telling the public about private information that they can find in you. This is proof that Lex cares about no one except himself. Lex thinks he's the victim in every scenario, which is why Lex cries to his mods and told them that he feels like Noah is using him before. I don't think that Lex understands that Noah never needed to use Lex, that Noah always had a much bigger platform than Lex, and that Noah had much bigger reach than Lex. At no point in Noah's career, especially up until last year, which is when Lex told this message to his mods, did Noah ever need to use you. In his video, Lex said that his online friends Noah, JC, Pat, and Liam dropped him at the whim of a hat, and he's trying to insinuate that they dropped him over the serious allegations against him grooming me, when in reality, his friends dropped him years ago for their own personal reasons. Here's more proof of Lex venting to me as well as venting to his own fans / Twitch mods about how he has no friends and how none of the guys in the zombies community talk to him anymore. In his video, Lex tries to take a personal jab at JC Backfire, someone who Lex has actively hated on for years now. Lex tries to frame JC Backfire as a cheater by using messages of me as proof. Lex claims throughout his video that I cannot be trusted, yet when it comes to JC, he demands that I be a trusted source that he is cheating on his girlfriend. Lex says that he is disgusted by JC's actions or whatever, and we all know that Lex...
Well, no, what he says is that if you're going to trust her word, then trust the word that she had said this thing. That was pretty much it. It was, again, some of what he was saying was really centralized around, like, if you believe this person for this thing, then you have to believe this other thing that this person said. If you believe this person when they said I groomed them, even though their age gap was only 3 years, then you must also believe that she's a groomer for talking to somebody that was 17 when she was 21. Okay, if you believe her about this, then you must believe that this person cheated on their partner. He wasn't saying that they did it. That was the point of what he was saying, from what I remember. But okay.
Lex is just bluffing for the camera once again because if JC cheating on his girlfriend was actually a big deal to you and actually bothered you, you would have said something about it outside of your own cheating allegations, Lex. You would have told JC...
Hey, hose before... Other way. Pros before hose.
His girlfriend that he was cheating on her, if you actually cared about this. The truth is that JC's relationship has nothing to do with Lex grooming and raping me. JC has nothing to do with the drama. Lex just wanted to include JC because Lex wants to bring his friends down with him. Lex has always had a personal vendetta against JC and his other friends. You can see in these text messages here that Lex has stated multiple times that he wants to expose JC and his other friends for all the garbage they put him through. Lex has been thinking about ways to expose his friends for
I'm so tuned out of any of this. It's so irrelevant.
months now, meaning that this attempt to drag them down is premeditated. Lex cried about JC to many people, even after JC unfollowed Lex and tried to move on with his own life through years. Other friends. You can see in these text messages here that Lex has stated multiple...
Okay, you gotta read the text messages. Jesus fucking Christ. It's not even that. It's just like a lot of old guys from those days don't even reply back to me now, even when I try to reach out to them. LOL, they're extremely two-faced, and I wish people knew what I had to go through, bro. I went to Texas thinking we were going to have an incredible time, and since that point, all of them have become awful. Really. It's only the boys from the original Z House that I trust now. Everybody else is extremely fake. For example, JC has followed me now for 3 years since this point. LOL, I want to make a video about it so bad, but I also just want to see how things play out first. Jeez, bro, that's really awful, especially since on the video you would have thought you and JC were... What are you talking about? He doesn't... Wait, what does she say?
Lex just wanted to include JC because Lex wants to bring his friends down with him. Lex has always had a personal vendetta against JC and his other friends. You can see in these text messages here that Lex has stated multiple times that he wants to expose JC and his other friends for all the garbage.
So I've talked to Jack in the last 3 months. He's still chill from what I can tell. I'm ultimately bitter about things because these dudes are two-faced. I also feel like I've literally done so much for these people and they don't even bother to reply back to me. Like, it's getting to the point where I just want to expose all their garbage. They put me through so people understand how there's no video with us anymore. I see some people under their replies piecing things together, but I don't want to be the one to publicize it. Somebody else will, and I'll just see what happens. Z-House guys are chill, no bad blood with any of them. Ultimately, I wish the group never... I don't get... This is just him crying like a bitch.
Garbage they put him through. Lex has been thinking about...
It's just him fucking crying like a bitch to people. I don't give a shit. Holy fuck.
Ways to expose his friends for months now, meaning that this attempt to drag them down is premeditated. Lex cried about JC to many people, even after JC unfollowed Lex and tried to move on with his own life 3 years ago. In this screenshot, you can see that Lex was telling his mods that he wants to make a video about it so bad, but inevitably won't. Lex is fishing for pay points from his mods because he knows that since they're fans of him, they're easily impressed by supposed vulnerability. Lex would personally tell me things about how his friends didn't like me and how they were mean to Lex. I didn't realize that Lex was feeding me these false narratives about his friends, and that he was also feeding his friends false narratives about me to make us dislike each other. Because the truth be told, none of Lex's friends actually know me. None of them have ever spoke to me for more than 5 minutes, and none of them have ever hung out with me personally one-on-one. They only knew about me from whatever Lex was feeding them. When Lex was catching on that none of his friends in Los Angeles liked him anymore, he started blaming it on JC, telling me things like, I feel like JC spread some shit about us, or nobody uses the group chats I'm in. It's like they all disown me or something. Should I DM JC and be like, hey, Liam unfollowed me. I wonder what's up with that. Or even, I know JC told him something that made him not like me, which hurts even more because I don't even care about JC right now. Yeah, you clearly don't care about JC, which is why you included him in your fucking exposed video on me. It is clear by these messages that Lex has always had this personal vendetta against JC, Liam, and anyone else who knows them. Lex talked shit about Liam and JC to me multiple times while simultaneously crying and playing the victim card to me. Lex did this so that I can come to him and always be on his side against his friends, and it worked. Lex called them names and shit on the creative work whenever he wasn't included in their success. It is very clear from these messages that Lex is just jealous of his own friends. Lex is jealous that they
Wasn't the call? Wasn't it because he didn't mess with JC anymore because in his relationship because he didn't sign his visa and didn't help in the relationship? I don't know, dude. It's so much like petty. It's so much of this just like petty high school bullshit. Honestly,
they're all likable people and they're all dating girlfriends their own age. Lex was more so incredibly jealous of JC for accomplishing his own success outside of the zombies community and forming a personal friendship with Jason Blundell. Lex
he really wrote all this down in a fucking. You need to write all this down in a script? Oh my god.
included in his video a false testimony from my old roommate and ex-best friend, Anna Zendel, also known as Jello Anna on all platforms. He shows a screenshot that she texted from Anna where she claims that while she was living with me, I was taking pictures of her ass without her knowledge or consent and that I was selling them. And it goes as far as saying that I was sexually exploiting her and that I even laughed about it. Anna adds a second message to Lex and tells him that she relates to him because she thinks she's a victim of my mind games and manipulation. This is gonna be really hard to talk about because, first of all, Anna's lying. She's a complete two-faced, lying-ass bitch. She's just lying. As an actual victim of sexual exploitation, it was astonishing to see her make such claims. It was as if
From who? Who are you actually the victim of? Just to be clear, what you're doing right now is diminishing actual assault victims. So you're not that person that you... Okay, that's incredible. You're not the person that you're claiming to be. But okay.
Anna was taunting me by saying this stuff. It was honestly a complete shock to me that Anna went out of her way to reach out to Lex, considering she lived with me for 6 months and she saw how Lex was affecting my life daily, even before all this drama hit the internet. Anna knew that Lex groomed me and Anna knew that Lex raped me. Anna knowingly decided to side with my abuser, and it's really hard for me to come to terms with that because I thought that Anna was my best friend. Nonetheless, Anna's lying about me sexually exploiting her.
Oh, maybe she knows something that we don't, huh?
I never once took pictures of Anna's ass. I never once took pictures of Anna without her consent. I have never once sold images of Anna to anyone ever. I never touched Anna without her consent. Anna's a 21-year-old adult woman. Anna and I know that she's trying to manipulate the
Well, you could still touch people inappropriately without their consent if they're adults, just to be clear.
reality that she herself sold videos and photos of herself to a man on Snapchat. Anna met the Snapchat buyer through me because I casually brought it up one day to Anna that I was making a few $100 on Snapchat through sexting. Anna became intrigued by the money and she wanted to know how she could partake in it too. I asked the buyer I was sexting if he would be interested in talking to Anna, and he said yes, under the circumstances that we were sold as a package deal. Anna was comfortable as being sold as a package deal with me, and after his confirmation, I made a Snapchat group chat with Anna, myself, and the buyer. We did our first Snapchat session as a threesome with the buyer on March 7th. As you can tell by the date that the group was created, we both typed in the Snapchat group chat as we sat right next to each other and we talked aloud. As we were sexting the buyer, it was never serious and we were never horny, we were never masturbating. We were telling him things that he wanted to hear while just giggling to ourselves and making jokes about how we're making money off of him. During the Snapchat session, the buyer posted non-sexual photos of Anna and I together, saying that he would add more money to the pot that he was paying us all together. Anna and I took this photo of us together, sitting on my beanbag right next to each other, and sent it to the buyer. As you can see in the photo, Anna has a Snapchat group chat open on her phone, as well as we are consenting to this photo.
You think that Lex was the one buying it? Because I said it before, I wouldn't doubt that he's like messaging them, pretending to be like, "Oh, I'm a buyer. Can you just send me non-sexual pictures of each other?" Yeah. I don't know.
Being taken. She is posing with me for this photo. That same
I wouldn't doubt it.
session, Anna even let me record a video of her kissing my stomach for the buyer because he requested it. And by kissing my stomach, I mean she just hovered her face over my stomach and we manipulated the video in order for it to look like she was kissing me. We were both consenting to what we did.
Wow, you guys weren't even giving him the stuff he wanted? What the hell?
And I did not want to make Anna uncomfortable, nor did I want to be uncomfortable, which is why we took precautions in faking the video. The incident where Anna talks about me touching her butt can be seen in both of these videos during a different threesome session with the buyer. In this video, Anna can be seen sitting on my beanbag with the Snapchat group chat open again. In this video, Anna is talking to me about what she should text the buyer, and in the video, I say, "Sorry, am I squishing you?" because I wanted Anna to be as comfortable as possible. We recorded this video for the buyer because he asked for a video of us sitting together. The clip cuts off right after I playfully smack Anna's butt, and in real life, we bursted out into laughter. After the clip was recorded, I immediately took my hand off of Anna. I did not squeeze her butt. I did not linger. I did not make it sexual. We bursted out into laughter, and it became an interaction that Anna proceeded to tell our friends as a funny story. Anna has told multiple friends this funny story, telling others like, "Haha, one day we were sitting on the beanbag, Ren smacked my butt," and then we go, "Oh, ha 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 ha." Because it was a funny thing. I never sexualized Anna. I never hurt her. I never did anything bad to her. It's really shocking to me that she would even say something like this in a different Snapchat
I mean, I wouldn't really care if you did during selling porn. So
clip from that night. You can see me playfully hitting Anna's butt with my sweater sleeve.
Would you let Ren walk you on a leash? And I was like, yeah. And then he was talking about pet play.
And in the video, Anna says, but he's just like, "Would you let Ren walk you on a leash?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then he started like talking about pet play. You can hear Anna's tone of voice that she was clearly taking things very lightly. She wouldn't actually let me walk her on a leash, and I wouldn't be interested in doing that either. She's my friend. We never felt like things were overly
well, even if you guys were interested, who cares?
sexual, and we never felt sexually exploited through these Snapchat threesomes because we were always the ones in charge. And I never sent the buyer photos or videos of us doing something that we never consented to. And any video or photo that we did send was always of us fully clothed, never sexual, never weird, never degrading. You can see in this text message conversation right here that Anna consented to another threesome session with the Snapchat buyer because she knew we'd make enough money to fund our Coachella trip. If Anna really felt sexually exploited by the videos and photos we sent to the buyer on Snapchat, why didn't she stop? Why did she continue to message the buyer and sell him videos of herself without me in them? Why did Anna continue to bring up the buyer's name whenever she needed extra money? These messages are proof that Anna was a consenting 21-year-old adult. At no point in Anna's life or in Anna's relationship with this buyer was I forcing it, or was I holding it over her head. If Anna wanted money, she knew that she could get a quick $100 out of him. Anna was never being taken advantage of, and she was never being harmed. Anna had never been sexually
I'm assuming that these weren't in the actual video that Lex at this point put up there. It must have just been on like some Twitter bullshit and just the drama that I wasn't aware of. That so doesn't matter. But she deserves this energy because she's falsely claiming that she was fucking groomed. So who gives a shit? This is the type of energy you're going to get when you surround yourself with this like moral masturbation bullshit. when you pretend you're a victim. Other people are going to do the same thing to you, so I really don't feel bad for you.
Exploited by me or the buyer like she claims. What blows my mind even more about Anna lying about me and trying to flip the situation on me is that before Lex and Anna were in contact, Anna was clearly on my side and she was willing to defend me against Lex. The last message Anna sent me was on July 24th, 2024. The date that Anna messaged Lex and decided to lie to him about me was on July 25th, 2024. Meaning that not even 24 hours later, Anna was so quick to backstab me and lie about me to my abuser that she knew abused me. So yeah, to see that included in Lex's video and to see Anna be weaponized against me at the end of my abuser and my rapist's fucking video.
Was this in the video? I really just don't remember this. Was there like what am I missing from this? I don't remember like a lot of this. I remember the 17-year-old that she is being very fucking loose about and not really talking about. By her logic, she groomed that 17-year-old. I really don't remember all this this shit.
It really
Maybe it got down to being fucking petty high school fucking drama again, so I tuned it out. I don't know.
fucking hurt. I cried so much when I found out. I couldn't believe it. I didn't want to believe it. Anna was like my sister. She was my best friend. I cared so much about Anna, and I never wanted her to be uncomfortable around me ever. I went out of my way to accommodate Anna and her life. It was clear that Anna never cared about me or my well-being. When Anna was on the brink of homelessness here in California, I was the one who helped her. I was the one who gave her.
Oh shit, you groomed her too? Just like when you were poor, he got in a relationship with you. You groomed her? That's fucked up, dude.
A roof over her head, and I comforted her and helped her get on her feet. I was there when Anna needed someone the most. For the first 2 months I let Anna live with me, I was living so uncomfortably and in so much pain just so that Anna could live with her cat. I'm incredibly allergic to cats, and despite knowing that, I let Anna and her cat live with me under the circumstances that Anna was going to take care of the cat. I tried.
She didn't have a cat? Wasn't one of the things that she said that he was going to kill the cat or something? Am I wrong about that? What am I thinking? What am I thinking of? Why am I thinking of a cat that like she had a cat and he was going to kick its ass or something? Is that a different person? Are these all blending together? She's allergic to cats?
Really hard to live with the uncomfortableness, and I tried really hard to accommodate Anna and her cat. I went to the hospital multiple times in 1 month, and I even got an air purifier in attempts to cope with living with Anna's cat. Over the first few weeks that Anna lived with me, I realized that I was the one putting in all the effort for the cat that wasn't even mine. Anna was incredibly neglectful of her cat, never taking time out of her day to change the cat's litter or feed the cat. It got to the point where I had to tell Anna to change the cat's litter because my garage was getting too smelly. It got to the point where I had to personally text Anna myself and tell her that I don't know if this is going to work out anymore because she's not taking care of the cat like she told.
You're supposed to take care of my cat, Anna. Eat my cat. Just read this fucking nonsense. The rest will have to come from you and how you handle it. I'm so thankful you called so many places. I'm sad that this had to happen. It feels like a breakup. I'm about to cry. I care so much about you and Sumi, and I know she makes you happy. I wish there was a 2-bedroom apartment so we could keep her in your room. I pray we find somebody who, when we do have a 2-bedroom apartment, will let you take Sumi back. I'm sorry. I'm about to cry because I don't want to be mean to you. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, it's about the cat. I don't give a shit. It's so relevant.
Told me she would. It was really unfortunate that I was the one who stuck with the extra responsibilities of taking care of the pet because Anna wanted to go out on dates with guys off Hinge every other night. Anna was so neglectful of her own cat that the cat ended up shitting itself as it was eating food in my kitchen. The cat didn't have
okay.
anywhere to go potty, that it literally pottied all of herself as she was eating food.
Why did you guys get a fucking litter box? I don't understand. Why wouldn't you do that?
Point where I could barely breathe in my own apartment because my allergies were so bad to this cat. Anna was so neglectful, she did not clean up any cat fur and did not attempt to disinfect any area that the cat was in, just so that it could be a little bit easier on me. It was clear that Anna wasn't putting this effort in because she didn't care about me. I had to make the executive decision to get rid of the cat because I knew Anna was not capable of taking care of the cat. I risked my health and my well-being for Anna and her pet cat, only for Anna to not care about the cat itself. I should have known from the start of our friendship that Anna's a selfish person and she doesn't actually care about me. If Anna cared about me, she wouldn't have just let me suffer in pain while I was unable to breathe because of her own cat.
I mean, you're an adult. You made the decision. Excuse me. You're an adult. You made the decision to live with this person and the cat. You didn't set that boundary. All right. She probably was like, oh, are you okay with living with this cat even though you're allergic? You're like, yeah, sure, no problem. You're the one that's weak and didn't set a boundary. And now you've grown up and learned a lesson to set your boundaries better. So nice, great stuff. Cool stuff.
Anna would have put in the efforts to make my life a little bit easier.
She has her comments turned off for anybody asking about seeing the comments.
The way I was making Anna's life easier. Anna is not a reliable source of information, and it is proven by Anna's text messages that she's willing to lie about me so that every mutual friend we have can think poorly of me. Anna has gone out of her way to not only message Lex lies about me, but as well as my own friends that I have known longer than Anna. Anna has told my friends Sean and Matt that I exploited Anna and that I talk shit about them, when that was never true. My ex-best friend, Jello Anna Sandel, is a two-faced bitch and has used her lies to start some sort of little hate group about me. It is clear by Anna's retweets, follows, subtweets, and replies that Anna's going out of her way to spread misinformation about me. Anna going out of her way to message my known abuser and whoever else lies about me shows her true colors.
Leave $2 from Superstitious. Look at the comment section. I told you she's got it blocked. I actually said that before you donated that probably. So.
Shows that she's capable of doing to any of her friends. Anna could have easily kept herself out of this, but she decided to try and make my story and my abuse about her, and has decided to try to get some 15 seconds of fame since she saw that everything was going viral by putting her 2 cents in. Unfortunately,
sounds like you a little bit too.
Anna, my story is not about you. My abuse is not about you. At the end of the day, I did
What abuse? Is the abuse in the room with us right now, or what's going on with that?
not hurt Anna. I did not harm her, and I did not sexually exploit her. Anna and I know that all I did was really help her, and I was really there for her, and I was a true friend for her. I do hope that you do face consequences for lying about me because that was so fucking wrong, and that is so despicable of you to backstab me. I will never forgive you, but I will not act like you, and I won't go and tell your secrets and talk shit about you because that's just not who I am. I am not an evil, selfish bitch like you, Anna. I honestly don't care about you, and I hope that one day you can move on and stop making lies about me to make yourself feel better. We both know that I was there for you when you needed somebody, and we both know that I treated.
Aren't you doing that right now? You're like, I'm not going to show anything, but I'm going to show stuff. This is the code. My mom's just asking, but I don't. I'm not going to read this. It's just so fucking stupid.
You with so much kindness
You
and so
need to
much
get through
respect.
this. This
It
is
really
fucking
unfair for you
dumb as
trying to make
hell.
my story about you. My story was never about you, and my story will never be about you because your story is all fucking lies. Just some extra things I'd like to address from Lex's video because he made so many fucking lies about me. It's hard to just make a timeline about them all. Lex went on record and said that I'm the reason his YouTube channel got hacked a year ago or so. Lex shows no proof of this and instead shows a manipulated text message that includes no context or date where I say I feel so guilty about my own laptop having the virus. Lex said this because of my recent stream back when I thought that everything was fine after my 2 Google documents. I confessed that Lex had gotten hacked by those Tesla crypto sponsorship emails. When Lex got hacked by giving his own personal information out to an email, Lex proceeded to blast YouTube all over Twitter saying that they were at fault for it. Well, I wanted to come on record and show you guys my personal DMs with Lex when Lex first found out he was hacked. As you can see, I'm responding to Lex trying to figure out what's happening to him. I want him to be okay. Lex even sent me a YouTube video explaining how he got hacked and what they were doing to his YouTube channel. I was not responsible for you getting hacked, Lex. I am not responsible for you falling for an email like that. It is clearly you who fell for a fake email. I'm not sure what—
Oh, I fell for an email like an old grandma falls for a phone call from an Indian man. That's sorry.
even try to make this claim against me because it has nothing to do with you grooming me as a child. And it really shows your lack of coherency.
Well, you weren't groomed as a child by him, at least, so it doesn't really matter, does it?
On this matter. Lex uses some out of context clips from my stream to try to frame me as not a victim or saying that I didn't actually go through what I went through because I was caught on stream making jokes about what actually happened to me or whatever. I just want to state that even in that stream that I made when I came back, before I was making jokes, before I was poking fun at my own bear, because as someone who has gone through this trauma, I have a right to make fun of my own trauma.
You didn't go through a trauma, so I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
But nonetheless, I stated multiple times in my stream that the situation with Lex and it going public has completely destroyed and desensitized me. I even broke into tears on stream and I got really emotional when I talked about how nobody views me as a human anymore. People are only viewing me as some sort of entertainment that they can talk about, receive, and make content on, which is really unfair and really inhumane. That is why in my stream, I said that I wish that whoever wants to cover my story with Lex would at least reach out to me instead of trying to just profit off of my trauma. It is my story, and almost everyone who reviewed my story gets so many important details wrong.
I mean, you gave us the information. I don't think anybody got the no important detail has really gotten wrong. I think, especially since most of your videos full of unimportant details, but it's more of that they're not agreeing with you, and you just want people to agree with you. But this whole thing is a huge fucking nothing burger. It's actually dumb as fuck, and I'm hoping it's the tail end of the false grooming accusations, like meta, which seems to have been going on for like 3 or 4 years now, where everything is fucking rape, everything is fucking abuse, everything is this, everything is that. In a relationship with somebody that has a 3-year age gap, it's not a big deal. It's not. You probably look back and go, that was cringe, wish I didn't do that. We've all been there before. Doesn't mean that you were victimized or fucking assaulted. I still would like to know how she contends with the fact that her mother knew the age gaps in this situation and still let this happen. Like, wouldn't that person fail you? Why did the school let him come and be as your date at the thing if they knew his age? Like, why is it that all these people around you supposedly didn't stop you from being groomed in some capacity? It's because it's really not seen as particularly inappropriate in your sphere. That's a different conversation to have. Maybe it is. I don't think so. But, people are getting older, or young people have a different morality, and that's fine. But, like, the logic here would be that, like, the people around you failed and didn't communicate that it was actually a bad thing that happened. Like, I don't really understand that. So, whatever.
These people are like they're clearly written in the documents. A common misconception that I've seen go around from people who report on the story is that people think I'm 17 years old in the video where Lex is seen groping my breast at the Z house. I am not 17 years old. I am 16 years old, and Lex is 19 years old. I say it in the document. People say we have a 2-year age gap, but we don't. We have a 3-year age gap. It's clearly right there. These facts have been presented time and time again, but people are choosing to ignore them, and that's what really sucks for me as the actual victim trying to get her word out. Because people trying to diminish my story will say, "Oh, it's only two years. That's not pedophilia." No, it was more than 2 years. If these people actually—
Well, 2 years, quite literally, definitionally, is not pedophilia. What are you talking about?
wanted to cover my story and do the right thing, they'd reach out to me. But these
3 years also isn't pedophilia, just to be clear. I mean, like, real pedophilia. Definitional pedophilia is it has to be a 5-year or more age gap with somebody that's like a prepubescent child, right? So and the I guess aggressor would have to be 16 years or older. So yeah, not even close to pedophilia. It doesn't make it appropriate. I mean, I don't think it's inappropriate, but it doesn't have to be pedophilia to be inappropriate. You don't have to use the most loaded terms that exist in order to fucking communicate your bullshit.
These people don't, because like I said, these people don't view me as a person anymore. People have seen so much of me exposed on the internet. I mean, you guys have literally seen raw photos of me getting groomed, photos of me as a minor getting sexually exploited by my abuser, and so on and so forth. I have
I
nothing
didn't see any of those photos whatsoever. I saw things that I have to edit out of the fucking chat because you're an asshole. But okay.
hidden about myself anymore.
Thank you for the $5 from Sunflower Samurai. I'm a public school teacher, and all of our school dates have to show an ID through their date that goes to the school. Yeah, that makes sense. So, yeah, I also don't think it was actually 3 years. I think it was like 2 years or like, I don't know, 8 months, 6 months. I don't really remember the specifics, so.
Every detail about me in this relationship has been exposed, and it really sucks that I had to show videos of me getting raped to back up my own claims.
Shut the fuck up. You were not raped. Stop it.
Lex uses a clip of me in my stream and says that I was yet again joking about being groomed when I literally invaded a minor's home. You guys can see in this clip that Lex is using against me that I'm coping with my trauma and coping with my reality by making jokes about it. Now that everyone knows literally everything about my life, it's hard to just be normal. It's hard to come on this camera and just be normal after everyone on Twitter has made fun of me and seen so many things about me. It's hard for me to just look at myself as a normal human being even right now. Right now, to everyone else, I'm just the girl who my groomer and abuser is painting out to be a bad guy. Right now, people think I'm a pedophile or a rapist or this or that. Right now, I'm not a human. Right now, I don't have feelings to you guys. And like this reality that I know that nobody values me and that nobody sees me as a person, it's not messing with my psyche, but it's resonating with me. Like I can really—
Well, it obviously is messing with your psyche, Then you block the Twitter or whatever? You shut your Twitter down.
tell that nobody wants me. Nobody cares for me right now. This is why I've struggled so much with like
What the hell's
getting
happening?
my word out. I've wanted to give up so many times because I'm scared that no one's gonna believe me, and I'm scared that I'm putting all this effort in just for nobody to believe me. But I don't know how I would be able to live with myself knowing that I let my abuser, my rapist, and my fucking groomer get away with all these fucking lies about me.
Who's she talking about? Who's this groomer rapist guy that she's referring to? We haven't even heard about them in this entire video because I don't know who the fuck she's talking about.
I don't know how I'd be able to live with myself. Another clip that Lex shows in his YouTube video is from my own stream once again, and it's a clip of me saying "fuck you" to Scarlet Reaper, which if you guys don't know, he's just.
Okay, So, I don't. Just to be clear, I don't know what's happening in my chat. I truly have no fucking idea. It just seems like there's drama from another stream going on in my chat, and I'm just letting it happen because I don't give a fuck. I'm so burnt out. But this is the moment in the video where Scarlet Reaper, who I have no idea who that person is, wants me to slow the video down for a little bit. So I'll give you like maybe a minute of this while she talks about Scarlet Reaper. I don't know who you are. And I might even regret it, but I'm just gonna, we'll see what the fuck's going on here. Okay, well, whatever the fuck's happening, I'm just gonna let it happen. I don't know what's happening. Let's see what we got. I don't know what's happening, but let's just see what we got. What the fuck we got here?
YouTube video is from my own stream once again, and it's a clip of me saying "fuck you" to Scarlet Reaper, which, if you guys don't know, he's just a guy. Literally no engagement, no interaction, no, like, this is a grown-ass man, by the way. He's a grown-ass man hating on me. I think he's like 30-plus-year-old man. I have no idea. But
Damn, 30 years old. Crazy stuff, man.
Scarlet Reaper is old. Even though Lex says that I'm not a victim of him or whatever the hell, I am a...
Was that it? Was that all we got? Come on, Scarlet Reaper. I thought there was going to be more in there, brother. What the hell?
Victim of harassment to Scarlet Reaper as well. So yes, I would like to double down again. Yes, fuck you, Scarlet Reaper.
Scarlet Reaper. Okay, I have no idea what's happening. Maybe he did harass her. I have no idea. Regan, don't call me a cock muncher. You okay? I'm not gonna read that, brother. That's fucking wild stuff. Jesus Christ. Okay, it's a little edgy. It's a little too edgy for me there, bud. Okay. All right.
You have harassed me and threatened me nonstop online ever since Lex has tweeted about his first tweet on the Snapchat video on Twitter.
This might be harassment, bud. I'm just letting you know. From what I'm seeing, this is quite aggressive. Okay.
Lex knows this. Lex knows I'm his victim, and he knows that I'm a victim of harassment to Scarlet. Lex tries to frame it that I'm not a victim.
To Scarlet specifically? You just said he was a nobody. Why would Lex know this? I'm a little confused on that one there, sis.
Scarlet is a diehard Lex fan, and when I came out with my first Google document with proof about how Lex raped me and groomed me when I was a minor, Scarlet attempted to find loopholes to defend Lex, and Lex found a safe space in Scarlet because of that. Scarlet streamed himself, going over my documents and going over everything.
What the fuck is... I don't understand. Are you like a... I guess I can go to your channel. Let's see. This is your channel. Well, this is your archives channel, so I don't know what the fuck this is. Where's your main channel? Discussing... Okay. What's your main I guess I'll look... Oh, it's a Kick streamer. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, no, it just looks like you multi-platforms. Okay. Are you streaming this on Twitch? Oh, I would have thought you were. Are you gooning on Twitch? So, where's your YouTube? Do you have a YouTube? What the fuck's going on here? I'm a little confused. Oh, here. Oh, you just have the archive channel. What's going on with your main channel? I'm confused. Well, I guess... I think you might have said before you had it nuked. Was it nuked or something? Was that what happened? Okay.
Everything while making excuses for Lex's predatory behavior. Because of this, Lex has in return platformed Scarlet to send...
He took his other channel down yesterday and is trying to lie saying that it was taken down by YouTube. Oh, okay. What the fuck? This this is fucking crazy, dude. This is fucking wild. There's just so much drama going on in here right now. There's just so much crazy shit going on here. Okay. Thank you for the 12-month small gut from JCon. 1 year with gut. Wow. My gut, our gut, his gut. Love. I love you too. That's a lie popping. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't give a fuck either way. I don't care. I'm not getting involved in this. I don't give a shit. You took it down. YouTube took it down. I have no fucking idea. He got his channel nuked. That sucks. If that happened, I don't know. I was not interested in this fucking drama. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm barely interested in this fucking woman here. This woman, 2 hours to this. I could have done with 20 minutes. Would have been enough of relevant data. Maybe a half hour to 40 minutes. So right now, I'm checked out.
Send me more harassment on Lex's behalf. Scarlet has been actively harassing me and sending me death threats and doxing me on Twitter for 4 weeks now, ever since this whole ordeal came to life. Like I said, unlike Lex, I haven't sent anybody to harass Lex on my behalf. Anything that I have going on with Lex, any bad blood that I have going on with Lex, is purely between me and Lex. But Lex is knowingly using his platform to send others to harass me, as well as Scarlet Reaper, giving Scarlet a bigger platform so that his tweets of harassment can reach more of a level than they normally did. Another thing Lex in his video was subtly addressing this image of him bookmarking anti-trans propaganda on Twitter because Lex is transphobic and homophobic. This
based alert?
particular propaganda that Lex bookmarked on Twitter was to promote the idea that trans people are pedophiles, which is really ironic because Lex is...
Lex is a pedophile? Oh my god, I didn't even know that. What the hell is this? You won't catch me no community notes, these. You know, what the hell is this? Protein? Nothing to be proud of. Oh, it's some gay shit. I mean, I like trans people. They're cool. I don't know what the fuck that's about.
Is the pedophile his goddamn fucking self? Lex's excuse for why he had a bookmark is, I also bookmarked personal tweets that I wanted to discuss with my friends privately. This excuse is dumb and it doesn't hide your bigotry. Why would you want to bookmark something about trans people being pedophiles just to argue with your friends and be like, I think that they're pedophiles. Do you guys do? That doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. Lex is a bigoted homophobe and he does not respect gay people or transgender people at all. I never agreed with Lex's point of view and I was never a safe space for his bigotry. When I was 17 years old, Lex complained to me about how he met someone who was pansexual and how he, at the time, didn't know what being pansexual was. Instead of taking the time to
I don't know what the fuck pansexual is, to be honest with you. I think it's like gay with an extra step. Like, instead of just being regularly gay, you're also attracted to other stuff. That's cool, man. I don't really think I have to get educated on all of it. You know, you do you. I don't give a fuck. You're just kind of gay. Everybody's a little gay, I think. So, good stuff.
educate himself, Lex spewed hate in my DMs about how he didn't want to learn about the silly made-up garbage that is pansexuality and other sexualities. In response to Lex's
You might be right. I don't know.
blow up about
Not all sexualities are made up, but I don't really understand the whole pansexual thing. Wait, isn't pansexual... What is pansexual? Isn't pansexual when you're... Oh, a sexually romantic or emotional attraction to people of all genders, regardless of their sex or gender. Yeah, it's just called... That's just... You're a more emotional person. That's not like fucking... Jesus Christ. That's not... that's not like a thing. That's... I don't know. Like what... Oh, I'm attracted to people that I have emotional connections with. Wow. Who the fuck would have known that? Who would have expected that?
Pansexuality in my DMs. I told Lex that he was in the wrong, to which he responded with, I'm joking, baby, I know. And I know you were kind of picky about the subject too, so it's whatever. It just kind of pisses me off that this is considered practical. He calls me picky
What percentage gay am I? It's enough to jerk off to fucking very convincing femboys.
about the subject because I support sexualities, I support expressing yourself, I support everything related to the LGBTQ plus community.
You're such a good person.
Lex clearly does not. Him saying, I'm just kind of pissed off that this shit is considered practical is weird. You're pissed off that people who don't affect your life have various ways to represent themselves? Why are you so hateful, Lex?
Yes.
Lex was 3 years older than me, and I was the one having to set him straight at 17 years old. Even up until last year, Lex was using my DMs as a safe space for him to spew his hateful views on the LGBTQ plus community.
Damn, so you were sitting there talking to him about how much you hate gay people too? I'm not really surprised that a man is a bigoted, so I don't care too much.
And I was
Okay? It's when it's a woman that says bigoted shit is when I'm concerned, okay? Because men, it's just part of our blood and DNA. Women are the ones making it up. I'm just kidding.
Straight at 17 years old. Even up until last year, Lex was
But I do expect men to be more racist.
using my DMs as a safe space for him to spew his hate.
I love the gays. Reagan, being gay is not what we were meant for. Why is that so hard to understand? Oh, well, I mean, if he's got his cringe little Christian... I mean, I love God, but, you know, this is cringe, but... I would expect him to be kind of homophobic. Okay. We're meant for... That's why it's so hard to understand, but it's not about love acceptance. It's okay. You don't have to know what I believe in. You can accept someone's love without fucking them. Celebrate who the fuck... It is a little funny that the guy who's super religious is fucking addicted to porn, which I 100% believe. He's probably jacking off the hearse though. You can accept someone's love without fucking them. Celebrate who you fuck with us is weird. Keep that private. We weren't meant to consume copious amounts of porn either, but look, it's the #1 selling thing in the world. Blah 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 blah. You're wrong. Just refuse to accept who I am. That's real. Postmodernism isn't Satanism. Lex is gonna shoot up a fucking school, dude. What the hell? Like we have this generation that breaks the curse. We have to break the curse that hates gays and trans people. The best way to break the curse of gay and trans hate is hot fucking femboys and hot trans women. So it's true, especially for men. If men will jack off to it, that's the first level of acceptance. That's why Kelly Cadigan's a popular conservative trans creator. As annoying as she is, when she does all this rage bait for attention, it's just getting conservative fucking trans folks to jerk off to her. So it's one step in the right direction, am I right? There is no curse. Jesus destroyed it on the cross. Jesus id love. Jesus had long hair. Jesus was fucking trans, so get out of here.
Hateful views on the LGBTQ plus community.
Okay. Yeah, yet the LFBTQ... That's always the most cringe way to criticize LGBTQ people is fucking the LMNOP community. It's just so fucking dumb. Celebrated porn and their pride. Do you know what the original rainbow was for? It was God's symbol to never flood the earth again in the first book of the Bible. Well, God's kind of a fucking asshole for killing everybody. Just to be real, man. Kind of a... Knock that shit off, man. That's why we're all products of incest. So why can't I fuck my cousin? Okay. Anyway, yeah, this is still going, baby love. My wife's in the chat, not understanding why the fuck this is happening, and I don't either. First book of the Bible. That's why the rainbow comes out when it's rain, because it's a sign of God's mercy on us all. Satan took that and turned it into a sun. Pride is a sin, and now everyone thinks it's love. It's a lie, Reagan. When will you see it? because the rainbow means good things. Rainbow means happiness. Jesus is the only way, and he said homosexuality is wrong because it violates how our bodies were constructed, and I believe that because he made us. But God made us. Jesus is love. It is a curse. It's the same thing. I told you about being left-handed, Lex. What the fuck are you talking about? Left-handed people didn't exist because it was a curse. Oh, they're having a conversation about how gay people didn't exist until recently. And she's using the same thing that the very large smile guy with a kind of annoying voice said on Tim Pool. Well, he was right. But it's like they didn't know about left-handed people because it wasn't documented, blah, 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 blah. Love is not a curse. Hate is a curse. You ding-dong. It's Catholic ideology. Reading skills are required. I don't believe in that either. Well, if you wanted to make a joke here, you could, because you know what else is in the Bible? No age of consent. So maybe Lex, maybe that's why Lex is fucking with all these young bitches. Nah, I'm just kidding. He doesn't seem to be fucking with a bunch of young bitches. Mostly 18-year-olds.
Freshly 18, like Katie Bugs. Watch yourself, Katie. He might tickle you again.
Always let Lex know that my
I'm getting joy out of reading these stupid fucking chats here. Pride has always been celebrating oneself. It's never been porn. You need Jesus so bad. Let me give you my Jesus cock, my Jesus daddy cock right now. I mean, I'm not doubting that the sexually repressed Christian is the one that's addicted to porn and has a daddy fetish. Just to be clear. You need Jesus. You won't make it to heaven without him. You're consuming a lot of red-pilled media, it looks like. Pride is a son. Holy shit. It is one of the 7 deadly sins, but if people are like, I have pride in my veterans, he wouldn't be having this meltdown. Bro, you keep spamming this fucking Hughes Jackman thing. I'm going to put you in timeout, okay? And if you don't stop, I'm going to ban you. Alright? Get out of here, dude. Get out of here, bro. Oh, you're doing it too. Get out of here, bro. Putting you in timeout, okay? Your 15 minutes of fame are over. Especially since you were fucking nuked. I'm just busting chops a little bit. Anyway, God bless you. Sin, look it up. I mean, you also think you didn't groom me, so God bless you too, X2. Well, he didn't. I'm talking about hate and how this generation is love. Homosexuality is wrong. It's fine, though. You're older. We aren't part of the same generation. Bro, you're 3 years older. She's 3 years older than you. What the fuck are you talking about? They're not part of a different generation. It's 3 years apart. What are you, fucking dumb? What is she talking about? Bro, she even in this private chat, she acts like I think she thinks she was groomed. We're part of a different generation. She thinks that he's so off age-wise from her. It's like a 2.5-year age gap. We're part of a different generation. No, he's part of a conservative bubble. That's what he's part of. What the fuck are you talking about? We're part of a different... I think she actually might believe she was groomed. What a fucking moron. Okay, it's fine, though. You're older. We aren't part of the same generation. Wild stuff. It's not what we were designed for, by God for. I'm from the 2000s. Yes, we are. You're Gen Z just like me. When I think about that, your ideology makes sense. Okay. When I think...
DMs are not a safe space for that type of shit.
Well, technically, the age cutoff for Gen Z and Gen X, I don't know what the generations are this year, so technically you're...
I'll agree with Lex's point of view on anything related to that. Lex tells me that he relates his beliefs to Christianity and uses his religion as an excuse to hate gay people.
Yeah, that's most gay... yes, that's most transphobes or homophobes. That's bad, guys. Stop hating gay people. It's so bad. We can move on.
But I promise you, there are a lot of people who read the Bible, a lot of people who claim whatever religion, and they don't hate gay people. They don't hate
There's some
queer people. They don't hate them because they understand that they are people and their lives don't affect yours. Their decisions and their happiness really doesn't affect yours at the end of the day, Lex. On top of hating gay people, Lex is also a pedophile apologist. When 2 Men passed away, Lex expressed his sadness publicly about it in a tweet, and...
Who passed away?
He also... Lex. On top of hating gay people, Lex is also a pedophile apologist. When 2 Men passed away, Lex...
Oh, 2 Men. I don't think 2 Men's a pedophile. 2 Men was just like a deeply disturbed person that had fucking... There's a lot of drug problems. He didn't seem like a particularly good person, but I don't think he's a pedophile. But okay.
Expressed his sadness publicly about it in a tweet, and he also expressed his sadness about it in his mod group chat, saying,
okay.
It hurts, man. It really hurts. I understand what he did was not right, but I hate when people die. That is Lex once again proving that he doesn't fucking care about anyone being a groomer or a pedophile.
Was there actual pedophile? No, I don't remember that at all.
Pedo supporting pedo at the end of the day. Lex will knowingly support a pedophile because Lex is himself one. Him saying, I understand what he did was not right. Like, okay, you understand what 2 Men did was not
He's 1 year old? How can he be a pedophile?
right. Why are you still showing him support? Why are you still showing him sadness and kindness? Another thing Lex did in his...
I mean, if somebody's like, oh, I liked 2 Men a lot, it's sad what he did. I know he fucked up, but he's like, not a bad guy. Whatever. It's fun to have that perspective, I guess. I don't really care. What is happening right now?
Video will show screenshots of my
But I don't think he was not a pedophile. Get the fuck out of here.
Snapchat story while I was in Vegas, and he used these Snapchat screenshots to claim that I'm not a victim because I was posting pictures of myself in Vegas with my friend and I'm having fun. Once again, I posted those photos and stuff on my Snapchat when I thought that my 2 Google documents were enough to provide my truth and enough to show you guys that Lex actually did groom me and did rape me. I talked about
wasn't. You still haven't shown enough of that.
On stream as well about how I couldn't sleep alone and how I was having anxiety attacks. So going to Vegas really helped my mentality and reminded me that there was so much in the world. There's so much in this world outside of the internet. There's casinos and everyone's partying and people are having a good time because
yeah, there are things outside of our world, but casinos are not the first thing I'm thinking of. This is a weird one. There's buffets.
not on their phones all the time.
That's the only reason I go to Vegas is for like the buffets, man. I don't like gambling. I don't need to have that kind of fucking problem. Okay, I got, I don't think I would get addicted to gambling, but it's just fucking cringe. You know what I mean? But buffets, I could get down and dirty with a buffet, baby.
All the goddamn time the way I am and the way I was. Going on that trip to Vegas really helped me take a mental break from the harassment I was receiving online. Lex is disgusting for trying to insinuate that I should be sad all the time because of what has happened to me in my past. I've been sad for the past 8 years of my life. I know what it's like to be sad every day. I know what it's like to just live and be miserable. I know what it's like.
I'm a sad girl. Feel bad for me.
Because I dated you, Lex. I'm not going to let you take away the rest of my life and make the rest of my life miserable. I only have so many years left now. You want to take those away from me
You're like 20 years old. What the fuck are you talking about? You got most of your life ahead of you.
too? You already took my teenagers away from me. Why do you need to take more of my life away from me? Why do you need me to be sad about you all the goddamn fucking time? Why do you feel the need to be a recurring character in my life all the goddamn time? I get it. You wanted to groom me. You wanted to trap me. You wanted to trap a virgin into your life and marry her. It's not me. I got to go fucking free.
Was this guy even like a fuck? Was this guy not a virgin when he met with her in the first place? I feel like he is total virgin. He gives me virgin energy. What?
Thank God I'm free, honestly. My life has been so much better and I've been able to see the sunshine ever Lex has been out of my life. I've only been free.
Thank God I'm free. By the way, guys, I'm actually $4.99 a month on OnlyFans. I don't know if it's actually $4.99. It'd be kind of weird if I was right about that. You said it made me look weird, but fuck it.
Lex for 1 year of my life since 2023 till now. And this past year was honestly one of the best years of my life because he was
Cool.
not in it. My life doesn't have to end because everyone knows about my abuse story.
Well, weren't you still asking him for money to pay for your apartment though?
Honestly, my life is just beginning because people finally know my abuse story. My life is finally beginning because I don't have to be with my abuser. My life is finally beginning because I don't have to live in fear that he's going to try to do something.
It didn't seem like there was a single moment where he actually threatened you in any capacity to stay. You just said he would give you gifts so you didn't want to leave. It's like, okay, well, just don't take the gifts. I don't know what to tell you. They're called GIFs, okay?
To me or hold something over my head anymore. I don't have to live in fear because I'm telling you all these secrets about what's actually happened to me. Coming up on my conclusion, I think, throughout Lex's entire video, he makes serious allegations against me, defames me, and invades my privacy in more ways than one. Lex has doxed me as well as doxed anyone else who was my friend.
How did he dox her? What is she talking about? In what way did she dox her? Because there's information in here that I've never been introduced to, so I don't know. What is the doxing referring to?
But censor his own adult friend faces, meaning that Lex knows exactly what he's doing by exposing my friends' faces. Lex posted my personal information, a personal journal, and used my full legal name to intentionally threaten me, inflict harm on me.
Oh, that is her journal. Oh, so I'm pretty sure. So she looks like an idiot then. Oh, holy fuck.
And damage my reputation and put emotional distress on me. Lex used his platform to intentionally harass me and intimidate me with lies. I've already contacted the FBI about the cyber harassment and filed a report with local authorities over this. Lex tries to frame
Yeah, let's see if it manifests into anything, which it won't. But if it does, then okay.
me as a psycho ex-girlfriend who didn't want her boyfriend to leave her, and he uses some DMs where I talk about being suicidal in 2017, meaning I was 16 years old saying those things. I think it's very fair for the internet to judge me based off text messages of me as a minor talking about me being suicidal. People are using these messages to call me mentally unstable and psychotic, just the way Lex intended to.
You very clearly are, just to be clear. The problem is that, like, yeah, you're older now, but you're still extraordinarily immature. You're looking at this situation in such a weird way. So, like, yeah, of course people are going to use that stuff. But also, it's not normal for anybody of any age to say, I'm going to kill myself. So
These text messages that Lex shows and attempt to use against me provide further proof that Lex was taking a mental toll on my health, the way I claimed in my first Google document. I wrote that my romantic relationship was taking a mental toll on me because I was 16 years old being sexualized and exploited daily by my favorite YouTuber turned groomer. I was acting different as a 16-year-old and I couldn't recognize myself anymore. I was sad all the fucking time because Lex held a power dynamic over my head and he knew that I was attached to this man at a young age. Lex really affected my mental health growing up and I've worked a lot on myself since then. I've gone to many therapists and I've gone to so many people to help me process the childhood trauma that Lex has left me. I'm now 23 years old and I have 8 years worth of growth that separates me from 16-year-old me. I'm currently only 1 year removed from Lex, meaning Lex has had an impact on my life since I was 15 to 23 years old. I've only been living Lex-free for 1 year of my conscious life. Either way, the past 8 years of my life and my past relationship with my abuser is now on full display for the entire world to see. Lex tries to manipulate everyone watching his video by talking about how his return to Christianity was due to him being suicidal over me. He says that he wanted to commit suicide over the first few weeks that the allegations were going around. As the actual victim in the situation, I want to say that I also struggled with severe suicidal distress, but I do not use my suicidal distress as leverage against anybody. I do not use it as leverage against my viewers, my fans, or my friends, because suicide should be taken seriously and it should not be used to manipulate people's opinions on you. It is important to address the way that Lex has repeatedly used the threat of self-harm to influence others. It's concerning to see him seek empathy while seemingly disregard the impact of his actions on those affected. Lex says that the Snapchat video he posted on Twitter was proof that he has nothing to hide, even though I have this text message of him telling me that he recorded our Snapchat messages as motivation for him for his sick sexual fantasies. He claims he has nothing to hide, but Lex never addressed my first Google document where I laid out the timeline in which Lex groomed me as a minor and provided the dates of which he raped me and abused me.
yeah, well, that didn't happen. So cool beans. Are we almost done with this?
Lex never addressed this photo of us naked in bed together that I posted in my Google Doc that other
Why would he address the photo? You guys were within a reasonable age range.
people have also asked him to address. Lex never addressed the video that I posted of us where he was grooming me at the Z house, and Lex also never addressed the fact that he harassed my mother over text messages and tried to scare her and I into silence after he sent me a cease and desist.
I mean, it seems like you were blackmailing him for rent money every month, so two wrongs, huh?
A lot of things that Lex just didn't mention and didn't address because he knows that he couldn't address them and that there's no way to make a loophole of lies for those. My abuser,
Gotcha.
MrTLexify, then says, I will also never apologize to my abuser and harasser, Reagan McNulty. Lex says this specifically because in my live stream he saw
Yeah, a little based on that. Can you refer to the weird outro that he put in the video? A little based on that. I'm tired of people like fucking George is not found apologizing when they didn't do anything wrong. It's so fucking cringe. Just be a fucking adult, you know?
That I said that Lex never apologized to me for the crimes he committed against me, and I mean it. He's never apologized to me for grooming me. He's never apologized genuinely for choking me. He always uses it as leverage against me. He's never apologized for raping me. It's hard because he is still lying.
It's because he didn't seem to have done those things. And when it came to the, I guess the choking, you attacked him first, so I don't know what to tell you.
He doesn't want to admit it to himself, even though Lex is not
This is feminism, baby. You can't get away with attacking men anymore, bitch. I'm just kidding, that's rude. But you really can't get away with it anymore.
a victim. I will apologize to my groomer, rapist, and abuser, Lex Adrian, I want Clista. I want to apologize for how long it took me to make
Oh, you doxed
this
him.
video. I'm sorry I gave you 2 weeks of calm before the storm. I'm sorry that I let you think you could get away with this. If I could have, I would have dropped this video the day after yours so that I could have prevented more people from believing your lies. I had to make sure that I'm taking my time on this video so that I could include everything you did to me. There's probably more that I didn't include that I couldn't find, but I spent 2 weeks gathering information, and I really hope that I found as much as I could. Lex said in his video that he will not respond to this video I'm making about the situation because he knew I would come out with the cold hard facts and corner him again. Since his video went
Oh, she Ben Shapiro though.
public, Lex has made a tweet mocking JC, blocking him, and trying to move on with his own life. It shows that
It's so weird because I really can't stop picturing him like sitting in her fucking OnlyFans, like talking to her, like sexting her while he sits there and is upset and angry at her for all the for this videos.
Lex clearly doesn't give a fuck about JC. He never cared about his feelings or anything. He's using this tweet to make fun of JC because JC is just a laughing stock. Like, oh, you think that you successfully dragged JC down with you, but that's not true. Lex also changed the profile picture on his second Twitter account to an image of Doflamingo and changed his display name to Joker. Which, in case you guys didn't know, Doflamingo is a villain character in the anime One Piece who is able to manipulate and force people to do terrible things for his amusement. In One Piece, Doflamingo
It's memeing a little hard there, huh?
forces a king-like character to kill off his own people, and then frames the king as the villain behind the massacre. Pretty similar to how Lex is framing me for the crimes that Lex has committed.
Oh, we got One Piece lore here. Okay. Oh, maybe that's the intention. He's fucking dog whistling that he really did it. Or maybe he just likes the character. I don't know. I'll never watch One Piece until the new One Piece comes out where it's cut down and animated better on Netflix because I'm not watching 1,000 episodes of filler.
Himself. Everyone knows that Lex is a big fan of One Piece, and it is clear that Lex is finding himself relating to this villain. Lex is showing
Hey, what's up, Jack?
He knows he's the
What the
villain.
hell?
He knows he is similar to Doflamingo. Lex calling himself the Joker and changing his profile picture to a villain he's
I'm the Jonkler, baby. I don't know why that makes me laugh.
inserts himself as really shows how Lex feels about what's
Why
been happening to me. Lex doesn't feel any remorse for wrongfully
serious?
blaming me for the crimes that he has committed against me. I'd like to end off my video by saying thank you to anyone who has taken time out of their day to fully hear me and see my story. I'm sure this wasn't an easy listen. I'm sure this wasn't easy to follow along to. I'm sorry that I stuttered. This video was really
It was horrible, and I don't really know how you stuttered. You fucking there was like 1,000 edit cuts in this video. It's insane.
hard for me to make. My heart was beating fast multiple times. I'm sorry that I sounded like a
Oh, maybe you should go to the hospital. GERD makes it feel like that sometimes, so maybe you need an antacid. No joke. No joke.
robot throughout a lot of this. It's really hard to show emotion to this because I've been working on this for 2 weeks now, and I've been rereading this over and over and over. I'm so desensitized to everything that Lex has done to me, but I want to be heard and I want to be taken seriously.
Oh, I thought you were crying before because it was so impactful to you. How are you desensitized to it now? I don't know.
I want my story to be taken
Now I'm just being a little pedantic, but I feel like it's worth it.
seriously because Lex did rape me, Lex did groom me, and Lex did manipulate me. He did abuse me. I'll
Shit,
never
I wish he showed proof of that. That would have been fucking crazy. It would have really tied this video together.
be able to just live life normally ever again, and Lex knows that. Lex knows that he has put his hands around my neck, and I will never forget that feeling of what it's like to have an older man choke me and pin me to the ground. I will never forget what it's like to be gagging for breath because my brain could barely fucking get any oxygen. There's so much
Okay, so how come you didn't show us like your bloodshot eyes from that? I've done that before to women when I abused them and beat them behind an alleyway, and they always bloodshot. I'm kidding. I've done it before, but it was consensual. Okay.
out of these 8 years that I dated Lex that I will never forget. Which is why I just want to thank everybody who's shown me kindness and support through this whole ordeal. Truly from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. I wouldn't have been able to do this without the help of my friends who stuck by my side and pushed me to continue my response. Over the past 2 weeks, I thought about giving up so many times. I thought about ending my life so many nights because I couldn't live with the impact that these false allegations Lex made against me were doing. It was really hard to sleep at night because I was filled with so much anxiety and I was so worried about what was going to happen to
How many cuts did you think that she needed to do to pretend to cry?
me. I thought that maybe there was no point in making a response since over 1 million people saw Lex's video by now. I thought that maybe no one will believe me and that maybe I was going to do all this work for nothing, but
This is actually really interesting. Somebody just sent me something.
thankfully, I have family and friends who could support me, and they're the reason I didn't give up. I also didn't give up because I knew I'd be letting 15-year-old me down. I would be letting down that little girl inside of me who had to go through all of this too. And I really mean it. Like, she didn't go through all of that for nothing. That little girl didn't go through all of that abuse and manipulation just to give up now. I would be letting myself down in more ways than one if I gave up. I would be letting down victims who are also scared of their abuser. I did not put up a battle with my abuser, rapist, and groomer for so long just to give up when he makes a couple hundred lies about me.
This is interesting. Somebody just, I know that we want to get this over with, but somebody just sent me something that apparently is part of the story.
Why so serious?
I hope my story can help anyone else out there. I really hope it can help someone out there who's going through something similar as me. I hope I can give motivation to other victims of domestic abuse and grooming. I want to use such stories so others feel comfortable coming forward with their own experiences. I want anyone out there who relates to me to know that your world doesn't have to end when a man puts his hands on you, when anyone puts their hands on you. Your world doesn't have to end when you are robbed of your youth by somebody who you thought was going to be the love of your life, right? There's so much fear in the world. Life is too short to let our abusers take away more years from us. You are not alone. I promise you, you are never alone. Whatever you're going through, somebody else is probably going through the same thing. If you or someone you may know is getting groomed, please tell a trusted adult. Please let someone know what's happening to you. Don't wait so that you can end up like me. If you or someone you know is experiencing suicidal ideation, please take them seriously. And please let a trusted adult know. My name is Reagan McNulty, and I am a rape and groom and abuse victim of the Cod-Zombie YouTuber, MrTLexify's. Also known as Lex Adrian, I want Clista. Lex has groomed me, raped me, and abused me physically.
I'm actually crying because of
Thank
how
you guys so much for watching.
I'm actually crying as how emotional. Bro, she got cut. She edited this like 8,000 cuts, and she's like fucking. She's like roll piss down her face to make it seem like she's crying more. So fucking stupid.
And please let a trusted adult know. My name is Reagan McNulty, and I am a rape and groom and abuse victim of the.
You're not any of those things. You're annoying as fuck, and you are you're just a shit fucking person for stealing actual trauma from people. It's so annoying. It's embarrassing for you, and I genuinely hate that about you. I really don't like people who do that. It's disgusting work, and that's why I don't take any of this seriously, okay? I'm the jonkler, baby, so fuck you.
Zombies YouTuber, MrTLexify, also known as Lex Adrian Iwan Clista. Lex has groomed me, raped me, and abused me physically.
Oh my
over the course
god,
of the past
hurry
8
up.
years of my life. At some point, I'd like to be able to go back to having a normal life. But for now, I will be fighting for my truth in court against my abuser, as well as fighting to clear my name online for who knows how long. Thank you for listening to my story, and thank you for taking time to hear me.
Cool.